The first of its kind. The Ninja Crispy Portable Cooking System.
I'm pretty excited. I feel like Sniper seems very, very ADHD, especially after seeing him all day today. So like, I think it'll be easy for me and Castle to punish him in the top lane.
Okay. Well, that's not what happened last year, you know? Every single time we played against Immortals. Oh, wait. Oh wait, you were in the LCS. Oh, got him, got him, bro. That's a good comeback.
I mean, you just get carried by your jungler. Like, River's actually good, but you know, the rest of the team is just whatever.
Bro, I mog you guys in the game and outside of the game, you know what I mean? So, like, I just gotta flex my jawline 3 times, count to 3,
What's
and then
going on,
GG.
guys?
That's all you do. You don't do anything in game. You just all you do
Are
is
we
your
ready
cosmetics,
for
you know, like
League
you're just the
of
brand. It's not like the
Legends?
mascot for 100 Thieves. Yeah.
Oh, is that why I made it to Worlds and you did it? None of you guys did? That's what I thought, bro.
It's LCS day
Welcome
2.
back to the
Today we've got some really fun games. Today is Dignitas versus Team Liquid and 100 Thieves versus DSG. So Disguised Toast team is now in LCS and we're about to see what they can put down. Hello, what's going on, Char? What's going on, Dark? What's going on, Kawaii? What's going on, Camino? What's going on, Cupcake? How are y'all doing? Oh, he went to the wrong side.
Sniper. During the draw show, you were talking the most, especially to XU. First of all, recently unretired after Worlds, and you called your shot on Twitter saying you're gonna go bald if you lost to DSG. What's up with that? Are we holding you to that?
Honestly, I just wanted to do it for likes. Like, my Twitter's been dead. My Twitter has actually been dead for like 2 months now, I think. So like, okay, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Even if we lose, I'm not going bald. Like,
you're going bald, brother.
You know, like, wait, okay.
Bow him. You're going bald if you lose, brother.
Okay. I mean, I already kind of promised XU that I'm gonna go bald if I end up losing. So like, that's even more pressure on me. Like an 18-year-old. A lot of pressure on me, bro.
True. You're gonna hit it though. Go for it. Thank you. We appreciate you, brother. Go to your station.
Going bald if you lose is crazy. First game of the day. First game of the season. That's crazy.
Hottest teams taking the stage. It's Disguised in the top lane. Castle in the jungle.
Disguised Toast team is really in LCS now.
At AD carry, it's Scary Jerry, and at support,
Gary. What's up, Cardinal?
You and Sniper were going back and forth during the draw show, and you got new colors. What are you looking to prove, brother?
I mean, he talked about me not being in LCS last summer, and obviously that's not really how it's supposed to be. I just got snubbed, so I'm excited to prove that I belong here and, you know, shut them up.
Period, XU. I like XU.
Honestly, I think we can end with that, XU. Thank you. Appreciate you. Go back to your station. Good luck. And it's time to get to the game.
All right, the stage is set. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to the Riot Games Arena in Los Angeles, California. My name is Captain Flowers. I am joined by Kobe. Sir, this is going to be a fun
exactly.
one. The trash has been talked. I want to see who can put up and make the other guy shut up.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, the trash talk is just like, oh, you're bad, you know, you messed this up or whatever. But Sniper was getting very real, you know, hitting home there on some sensitive chords with XU, hitting on both not being in the league, and then also
I had to order some Uber Eats because I haven't eaten, and it's 1 p.m. So we're gonna get a little yummy in our tummy on this beautiful day. Happy Sunday! Hope everyone is having a beautiful Sunday. Hope y'all are getting ready for the week.
We'll get it done. Don't worry. All right, Kobe is promising some justice.
Hope y'all have a good weekend.
But as one of our 3 teams who did go to Worlds just a few months ago, you know they want to start off with a win against against a Disguise team that across a lot of the power rankings, people usually have them rated pretty low, so they've got a lot to prove.
They do have a lot to prove. A lot of people did rate them very low. I feel like with a lot of these teams that have not played together a bunch, they don't have the synergy, they don't have the comms set up, they don't have the shot caller set up the way that they like these other teams that have been together for years or splits or seasons have. So it's going to be interesting to see how DSG looks today, because this is fully setting the precedent. This is a brand new team, even though they did play in the Challenger League last year, or last year. It's still a new team. Huhi is now on here. XU is now on here. So very excited to see how DSG turns up and performs.
Being banned out. Sniper was a very good Ambessa in the draw show match that we played.
What's going on, Holy Grail? I can't believe it's already Monday tomorrow either. I can't believe it either.
So we'll see about that. That top lane draft will be important, especially with all the trash talk going on.
And he's not much of a top laner anymore, but Skarner also
who's the coach of DSG? The coach is Mash.
We saw yesterday we got to open up the LTA split with FlyQuest just saying, you know what, Shopify, you can have
it. All right, I want to see some spicy picks today. I want to see something fun. Looks like a lot of people are picking the Varus or picking the Ambessa. That's fine.
First pick of the draft is the Jace for Disguised. Ambessa slammed in response from Sniper and 100 Thieves.
I'm praying the hardest I've ever prayed in my life for 100 Thieves. I think it's going to be really interesting because we're going to, like, DSG is going to set the precedent, like, today. A lot of people do not, like, believe in them, believe in the team. They're ranked pretty low. So today we're going to see, like, what their power is, and I'm very excited to see that. I think XU is also very excited. XU was, like, one of my first one-on-one interviews, and I definitely am rooting for XU this year. He's got a lot of punch. He loves to do a little trash talk. He's very fun. He's very open. So I am rooting for his success.
It's been very common.
Huhi playing his old team is crazy. Facts. How do you like the Fearless draft LCK is doing? Is it any different from what we're seeing in LTA?
See if they can finish up that
not join me, Sniper, and he's bald.
Demonstrating what will happen if Sniper loses.
Oh yeah, Sniper doesn't have the mustache.
I want to see some Jinx so bad. It looks like we're not going to see any this first game.
Okay.
Have to grow hair somewhere else.
You grow it back out in a different spot.
Yep.
Okay. Fair enough.
No, you're all good, man. We are just now getting into Champion Select, so we're seeing what champs we're going to see in this first game. Best of 3, by the way, and we are doing Fearless draft. So for Fearless draft, that means that if you pick a champion, if a champion is picked,
gets locked in, you always want to lock it in against something that's already good.
You are not able to pick it again for the rest of the series.
Your opponents want to play into it too that haven't yet been picked.
Yeah, especially if you are assuming that there is going to be some sort of other dashing champion that's going to be paired with a Vi also to look for those kill combos, because usually you
another
need
Var's
something
boring,
with
right?
Dashes and high damage that can follow up.
I don't want to see no Ez. I don't want to see no Ashe. I don't want to see no Varus. I don't want to see no Misfortune. But it looks like that is what we are seeing. What's going on, Pecans? How are you doing?
Welcome in, everyone.
Welcome
in. That can pair with so many different types of champions. Presumably, though, I would also think that they are going to go with some of the engaged supports, because they already are showing 2
Auroras,
with Jason
none.
Ezreal. And 1 hard
XU already got a little fan base.
See
Okay,
about those supports
XU.
as well locked in later for them.
Viego.
We will get the jungle for River.
Viego. We've been waiting on him. Viego seems to be a little bit OP. Does a little bit of damage.
In the LCS, what immediately comes to mind for most people is the River Quid duo. The way that these two were able to take over the game and run things from the mid jungle. Viego, definitely a champion with a lot of snowball potential. It could be. It could be the Elise.
We got 2 LCS champs and an ADC that's been developing in Tier 2 for ages. This roster is low-key exciting. I agree.
Over solo queue.
Of
course, you know, the likes of Carrier as well, and so many supports love playing these
Elite
high
support,
damage,
yeah.
versions, but
I think that's very exciting
like,
too. Okay, this game looks like it's gonna be a vibe.
For the enemies, so
this game is going to be a vibe. Look at Ayla.
He pilot the Elise support, because even when he was a mid laner, he was really well known for roaming around. So
only
we'll see.
recognize who he. So some familiar faces.
Well,
XU
so I
did
immediately
used to be
have
in the
look up,
LCS,
I just
but
so
he was the
long, 'cause
jungler
I've
for
casted
Dignitas.
I need to look up the name of her cocoon, 'cause I
Sniper
wanna have a
has been on
solo
100
shot for it.
Thieves. Well, the 100 Thieves roster didn't really change. We still got the Ayla, the FBI, the Quid, the River, the Sniper.
So we got to look up the official names for Elise's abilities, but we do have the final pick of the draft.
Sniper and
for 100
Bessa and
Thieves
River
also.
Viego, they're
The
playing
Galio
full
there in the mid lane.
confidence game
This is
one.
going to be some very
Right.
powerful follow-up, and Bessa can jump into the back line with her ult with a well-placed aim on that. Throw Galio over the top, lands right down together with her. You have massive disruption in the back lines.
They didn't have FBI last year.
This solo lane
FBI on
combo between
NRG
these two
last
champions
year.
could be really scary, especially if they get ahead.
I wonder how
Oh,
many
their
chatters
ADC
we
was
got
me.
timed out by mentioning
Their
the
ADC was
videos
me.
Elise,
Oh, I told him to type feet right before this game started.
Yeah.
I must have taken out like 200
You're right.
people. It's one of my favorite hobbies.
Well, let's get back into this one.
I forgot about
Disguised
that.
Toast here on the LTA stage.
Yeah, it
Welcome
was.
to the LTA.
Meech
Golden
took a
Blue, by
break.
the way,
Tomo stepped
used to
in,
coach this team
and then
when they were
now
in
Meech is just
Challenger,
not.
and they were able to
there.
actually win Challenger in 2023 with Golden Glue
Hi,
at the helm. So it's cool seeing the
OD.
coaches
How are you
there
doing, boo?
shaking hands, and Golden Glue now being on the 100 Thieves side of it. You know, he's got love for both organizations.
You love to see it. Well,
Buddy, I
you
got
might not
something
love
fun
to
to
see
tell
it
you.
in the moment, but being able to see somebody like work so long in the scene through so many different orgs. Like,
Hello,
I'm just excited
George.
for
How
this
are you
head-to-head, man. I'm
doing?
excited we get to see the Elise support. I'm excited we get
Does
to see
DSG stand for
the
something,
debut
or is it
of
just
Scary
DSG?
Jerry
Disguised?
here in Tier 1
It
as
stands
well.
for disguised.
I've tuned
'Cause
into
it's
Tier 2
Disguised
here in North America
Toast
whenever I
Team.
can recently, and I know that all of the Tier 2 guys that have been in there, Kangas, who was in Tier 2, working that scene for a long time, with like Cubby and Rafa and all them, they always talked
you
up
like
Scary
Tomo,
Jerry about how this
Oli?
guy's the real
Do you
deal.
think he performed
this guy
well?
can make it happen. Well, here's your shot, Jerry. Let's see how scary you are.
I'm doing well,
Let's
George.
see
Thank
it
you for
on the stage.
asking.
We're getting
I'm gonna
invites for
text
those
you,
deep
OD.
wards for the lane swap scouting that is done already. 100 Thieves got theirs down. Meanwhile, you got the mirrored ones here for Disguise, and then everybody resetting here out through mid lane. The ward does see River and Ayla, so the defensive one here for DSG, see how much value it's going to provide.
Yeah.
As the rest of the team does go past mid, and that one by the Wolf Camp kind of saw at least Castle.
Okay, they're
Here we
all
go.
grouped up. They really wanted. Oh,
Ayla's the
dude,
target.
the trap on Ayla here could be huge. River gonna walk right over that ward right now. Huhi lands the cocoon. Castle right on top of him. The rivers run dry, and 100 Thieves are gonna lose their first scrap before it even starts.
Why did
first blood on
River
Castle's
go off
Jace.
alone
The
though?
defensive wards here, seeing the incoming scouting for the lane swap pays off huge for
I guess people know,
Disguised.
like-
It's the prep, Flowers. It's the prep coming in that can completely upset expectations. This team, the underdogs of the entire league, basically, coming in with a very
OD, you're
good
silly.
level 1. And Huhi on the
I'ma show you.
roaming Elise support will start out with their lane swap on top side.
And I'm glad that you mentioned them being the underdogs alongside that play, because I feel like especially if you're coming in with everybody kind of expecting you to be weaker, the defensive play is very strong, because you know they're going to push you. You know they're going to try to do something sneaky early on.
100%. Always recommend more risky strategies and more, you know.
How are they
tricky
starting
prep
already with
coming
that
into it. But
mess?
here's some of the history
I
of this Disguised team. Of course,
Don't.
they
I mean,
did
I know
win
why they were
NACL,
doing it. They were doing it
in their
for
first
the lane
year
swap,
after falling.
but
So 2023 was quite good for them.
like trying to get vision for the lane swap,
2024,
but
a
still
little bit more
a
middle
little
of the
silly.
pack.
We're
And
rooting for
then,
100 Thieves,
you know,
right?
Jumping up here to the LTA. Big congrats to this team.
Okay.
And the crowd already loving them. So first blood acquired for them. Of course, they did change the
Oh,
system
yeah,
in
that
this
was
patch. We are on
crazy.
live patch, so you gotta get full 3 kills. So not quite as big of a swing as it has
I'm
been
rooting for a
the
good game.
beginning
I don't
of
really
this
care
new
who wins
season.
here. I have no
But
investment in
here we
either
go.
of these
We're gonna
teams.
get,
In terms of
the
players
first
I'm rooting
recall
for, I am
Scary
rooting for
Jerry back to
XU.
base,
I
so
am
Ezreal
rooting
can
for
get his
Sniper.
tier. Always one of the
But
best spots
that's about
there.
it.
And it allows our roaming support here. the
No,
Elise,
like
to start to get
OD,
active. I
right?
mean, Huhi was a big part of getting that
Right?
first blood, being able to repel to close the extra distance and having the ability to start your E
Like,
for
actually.
double spells there allows the cocoon follow up and allowed them to get that first blood onto River. So we'll see if it continues to shine.
Ooh, Castle getting the better of Sniper down here, trading back and forth, running pretty low on mana though. So as the wave is crashed into the turret,
Way better
you
than the
will
other
see
people
Castle
is
be able to take his
crazy
own recall
business,
here.
OD.
Go ahead, go
Crazy
back to base. Teleport
business.
already used by him. So not
Can you
exactly
please
going
root
to
for
be able to
100 Thieves?
immediately
They need the
reappear
Chim
back
Chim
down
buff
there
to
in
make
the
it through the
bottom lane, but he
season.
doesn't
I'm
need
begging.
to. The wave's
Okay,
gonna
but
be
can
in a
I
very
drop him at
favorable spot, has
MSI?
his own tier ready to start stacking that one for him as well. 1-0 still, just that early kill.
If it's not C9, I usually root for whichever team has the champs I like. Right, exactly.
If it was the previous one,
but here we've got the elite support and the Viego jungle, so I think those are both pretty fun.
A lot less can be lost on just one single bad decision from one single player.
Yeah. Well, a little bit less random.
Oh, that's going to be your requirement, OD? Face card got to be on 10?
Give up the first blood. Elite support.
No, if they don't make it to MSI, it's fair to drop them. Oh, okay. Well, in that case, yeah, I got you.
Damage, like it's full damage. That's why we say it's such a risky.
All right, go 100 Thieves.
You are very squishy later on.
Thirst traps is crazy. They got to submit a thirst trap
really
to join your team.
Enemy solo laners roaming around. And so we see again Huhi here. Now he's level 3, so that's basically full kit for at least full build.
You're good to go. Quid's in trouble. Flash cocoon from Huhi. Quid flashing
this
away
elite
to stay
support,
safe
though.
from it. But hey, that's the job. That's what you need to do. Get that summoner spell. Now the door is wide open for a repeat gank from Huhi.
Sniper said he would shave his head if they lose. He said that, but I think he's full of cap. I don't think he means it.
Make those roams. And he's got the Ezreal, of course, this very safe AD carry for Scary Jerry to just try and farm up. And you were mentioning, you know,
You're
some of the
so
like
silly,
talking about Scary Jerry and
so
really
silly.
focusing on later on his team fights and stuff after he, you know, gets fed. So if he's able to farm efficiently on the Ezreal, of course it's going to be a little bit difficult there with the extra pressure from FBI and Ayla, but we'll see about it as he is down a little bit on the top side of the map
He
here.
took it back lane. Yeah, I think he's full of cap.
A little bit of the mid pressure, but honestly,
Oh, my food is here.
Going to be reaching.
Yeah.
Abadaga is doing a good job hovering to the other side of the map because they've got that control ward up there in the river already. Nice defensive vision for him. He has his flash as well. He is Azir, has his own dash. So there we go. River finally gets that control ward in the river brush.
I got a little
just going to trade our first neutral objective packs.
Yep, 1 for 1 on those. Very easy for
And a
Abadaga
little
to play towards that
breakfast
bottom side
bowl.
of mid lane like you're talking about. His jungler's already on the Drake. Bottom lane, Jace has total control over the 1v1. That half of the map just feels very comfortable for this guys to play from. And you can see it again here with XU having the confidence to go in there, hit the enemy Gromp. He knows River's up top side taking the grubs. He's not going to be around to contest this. Sniper is stuck in Turret City, USA. Just having to hope that he can farm up minions underneath this one, dealing with Jace in the laning phase. So XU's just happy to steal away some resources.
Little mukbang.
Jace, by the way, as XU is might be looking for a dive too. It is level 6 on the Vi, so even Mbessa can't dash when Vi ults.
There we go. Vault Breaker collides immediately back into it with the Wombo combo. Jungle top from Disguised aren't messing around.
True to his word, XU comes to dive Sniper. Him and Castle take down Sniper for round 1 of the blood feud. That is taking place here on
Is
stage.
DSG eating?
That's 2 of the kills necessary for first 3 for Feats. Mid lane though.
Is DSG?
Yeah, looks like we're not going to get a whole lot out of the zero ulti there.
Is DSG eating currently?
Sniper.
Wait, we got more action here too. Another one.
Oh, okay, they're fighting back. They fighting back.
He gets splattered all over the jungle.
Oh, they a game 2 team. Oh.
They're more perfect champion for squishing the spider than Poppy there. And they're able to just smash him into the side of the wall. They get their kill. They shut down.
Yeah, apparently they show chat now.
And he actually went
I think they're
Dark
trying
Seal
to be
too.
more like
He is going full
encourage the mess because it's
Dark
fun.
Seal to really try and snowball. But here's another look at our XU gank. I mean, there's not much you can do about that. It was really nice. Built up the wave. Level 6 timer for jungler for Vi. And then Mbessa is not going to be able to escape.
They're so stoked, dude. They're so stoked.
They should be.
Yeah.
This is an underdog team. They came in, good prep, level 1. They punished with their defensive ward. They have the extra vision. They get their kill there. They also get
Toast is happy.
the morale boost from taking down the enemy trash talker.
I love how invested he is,
does
honestly.
Scale quite well, but you need money to scale, Flowers. And Castle has just been denying Sniper. That big wave that he was just killed under tower, lost a bit more CS there too. So it's not just the kill under Sniper, it's the denial of income for this champion that does have, you know, very high potential for later in the game for carrying team fights and whatnot. But
they are the underdog, but like
with Jace being a
100 Thieves is also
bruiser build now, where people have
not the greatest.
So many variations of very tanky Jace.
They've not been looking good.
It's it's not going to be easy to get Sniper back into this game. With the extra mana that they usually go with Fimbulwinter from upgrading with that, and then you know, so many of these bruiser items for Castle and Grasp constantly stacking up, it does become oppressive.
And with the extra mobility that character has too, with To the Skies, the extra move speed that you can get
Toast
from the
is the
acceleration
owner.
gate, he can create so much space.
Their
if
coach
he's
is
ahead.
named
'Cause
Matt.
Nobody, what is Varus going to do? Yeah, Varus is ahead 400,
Matt.
400 gold. If plus 1,000 Jace just walks up to him with a Fimbulwinter and starts
Tink
hitting him with
Jace
the
is
hammer,
gross
you've got to
facts.
fall back. You're not going to get that maximum DPS in the fights. I think the Castle's set up in a great spot to be able to have some serious impact in the mid-game fights once we get to those. Yep. We do have 50 seconds until our second set of grubs spawns. You already said it earlier, but it's good to reinforce it. 1-1 on neutrals so far, so neither side really close to claiming that feat just yet. Disguised can claim the feat of warfare with a single additional kill.
Is he though?
We'll see if they can
I
set
need to
up
look at
anything for
his
that.
face cam.
Always good too for your support Elise to go pair up with your jungler, especially when you're playing a Vi, because you can guarantee the picks here. So Huhi and XU trying to sniff around, see if they could get anybody out of position away from their defenses, clearing out the vision around this river. So that both top
He's so
lane
cute.
and
That man
mid
is
lane will have
fine.
no
All
one
right,
to work with.
let's
But
see.
if we look at River, he is just camping on that brush right now. This Viego
All right,
is
there's
surrounded
XU.
by wards. He finally makes his move, but there's just so much vision for DSG. They can easily play around him. And in the past, River has been the star player for this 100 Thieves squad.
Yes.
He's very good, you know, at circumventing vision. Usually,
And if he
but
isn't?
when it's just blanketing the map like this, gonna be a
I
little
ain't say
difficult. Here we
nothing.
go, though. The approaching fight on Grubs. One has been taken already.
Okay.
XU still has his smite, though. River does not.
Okay, well, they've secured the first two of this set without the smite, so this is a really good omen for them to be able to get the entire set.
Yeah, should be able to guarantee it. The second charge for River comes back up now, though, so he's threatening.
Okay.
They're trying to push him off.
It looks like Disguised is going to decide that discretion is the better part of Valor and Grubs here.
That's
Just back
valid.
away from that one. You have to get all three to get the credit towards the feat, so no credit for either side on this second set of the Grubs. We're going to stay at 1-1 on those.
I will remind people, though, because everybody gets so focused on feats now, Grubs getting to 4 is, to me, almost a bigger
You get
win.
your grubbies, yeah.
To me, it's almost a bigger win than getting like a
get the
1/3 feat
spawns.
credit there for getting an entire pack, because spawning the Void Might when you're trying to take towers.
That's the real name.
Is
not
actually
grubbies.
a very big, yeah, it's actually a very big bonus. So they do at least get their 4 grub bonus for 100 Thieves. We'll see if that turns into any extra turret plate money or any extra
Whose
side
main
lane
is
push
ATA?
later on into the game, because of course they are running the Galio comp here, and we have yet to see Quid.
I
make
agree,
a,
Bang. It's looking
heroic
pretty good
entrance
so
onto
far.
Any of those side lanes or into any of those skirmishes.
Speaking of
They are looking
meaningful
pretty good.
leads, meaningful things in the game, look at the itemization difference between the Jace and the Ambessa. It just got a little better thanks to the Brutalizer purchase, but full Spear of Shojin already completed for Castle. This guy is frightening right now. Nice sidestep there too, making sure he doesn't get caught by the Chains of Corruption. That hitbox can often be larger than it initially looks, so just sidestepping away from it, making sure that he does not allow himself to get punished there. And it looks like we've got ourselves a 2 Drake to nothing lead for the
It's
side
4
of
for
Disguised.
1.
Now also one more neutral
6
objective
for
away
2.
from being able to claim that feat as well. And with a minute and a half left on the clock, usually first turret will fall one way or the other.
4 for
pretty
1
soon
grub.
after the plates go.
Yeah.
2
The Bruiser
or
Jace
2,
is
you
just
have to
so
get all
good
6.
working off the base damages, and you get so much extra mana with your tier, and you have so much extra cooldown reduction there for your Spear of Sojin, and then being able to amplify everything feels so nice. So DSG with the double dragons advantage, like this game is starting out so incredibly well for this team.
I don't think I've ever
that
seen.
people
Okay, so
did
this is
not
Scary
have a
Very.
lot of high hopes for. So we'll see if they can continue on into the mid game, the critical stages here, to be able to snowball. Full Gnasher's Tooth done.
Dang, I don't even remember what I was about to say.
It does feel quite nice for Abadaga, and this is a player that we previously saw on 100 Thieves in the LCS, but you know, went over to EU, back to EU.
Oh, he went to
quite a while
EU.
there, and was most recently in Tier 2 in the LFL in Europe. So we'll see about his return here, if he can make a bigger impact as this game goes on. Of course, as you're looking for the
Not
team
your
fights to really flex.
mins.
We've got a lot of first items coming
You're
in
so
now.
silly.
That Nashor's Tooth that you already talked about. Junglers have their first items completed. Hollow Radiance for the Galio there in the mid lane with the Yumu's Ghostblade done for FBI. 100 Thieves.
Might get
got plenty of
another
bodies down here
Masu.
as they're crashing
Dude,
another
love
wave
Masu.
into the turret. 5 seconds left.
So
on the
good.
turret plating to keep that protected a little bit longer as Quid keeps Abadaga out of his own red side jungle, but Quid gets shuffled back underneath the turret. Nice job from Abadaga there, punishing the aggressive play of Quid, forcing that flash.
The flash, such a critical summoner spell here too for the playmaking for this 100 Thief side. Quid definitely going to regret that last little bit of damage. He wanted to go get his passive punch
He does,
on him.
OD.
He went to go punch Abadaga and ended up losing out in the extra cooldowns. No actual kill given over though, so that extra third kill still not there.
We got a teleport coming up top side. They're looking for the punish on Castle. Quid trying to close the gap with a taunt, does land it. Sniper making sure that he's careful to not enter too soon. He does not want to allow Castle to burst him down in a 1v2. Castle just getting the distance.
If he
turns right
dies,
back
they
around,
get the
slaps
feed.
Sniper with a little bit of
Oh,
damage.
no.
And Castle just made him look silly in a 1v2.
Why
Yes,
didn't he
it's an
just
equal trade,
wait it out?
But that's making a statement.
It is making a statement.
Why didn't he just wait it
100 Thieves,
out?
Technically, they get more gold because it's assisted kill and it's a
Oh,
shutdown.
I am so
But
sorry, Holy. No,
the
I
psychic
don't
damage
mind.
of
I
killing
keep
Sniper-
forgetting
Oh, yeah. Oh,
because
there
during
we go.
camp select, I have to move it.
Exactly.
So I'm sorry about that. Please never feel bad to tell me to move my
This is
cam.
incredible. XU, although maybe he needs to get out of the chat and get back in the game. FBI shuts him down, shuts him up, and now Rivers looking for a little bit more. Goes in for the Spectral Maw, finds the stun on Huhi. Say goodbye to the Spider, as now another fight in the jungle. Abadaga
Sniper just missed his ult.
Quid jumping right back on with the Justice Punch into the
Oh my
Winds of
gosh.
War. Abadaga at
Does he live
50
for real?
HP. Galio in hot
Wow.
pursuit,
If
but the
Sniper didn't miss his ult,
should
that's a
get away.
kill.
It turns out Sniper's just the martyr for 100 Thieves. The entire rest of his team goes berserk after he gets killed, and they get their vengeance on DSG. The race for the first tower too, or actually it's not even the first tower, that was already taken.
That's
but
crazy,
they do
OD.
at least get solo tower gold onto FBI down there. In the end, traded, and Castle getting the same on top side. Here you go, Flowers. This is another look at
All
it.
right.
You said it, I think at about like this point, you were like, okay, Sniper's got to be a little bit careful about going back in. Doesn't want to get bursted down by this tank chase. And then as you said that,
This is
he
when
goes
FBI
back in for the
shines,
extra
when his
damage,
team
and
is funneling the mess out of
does
him.
not want to let him get away with that. Flashes to follow. The crowd is loving it. Hey, OTV there in the house supporting.
They got to
Toast.
support their boy, yeah.
Love to see it. OTV, very, very old school League of Legends players themselves. All of them,
yeah.
by the way.
Well, now, hold on. We got the fight breaking out. Ayla and River here on the front line. The Rift Herald's already going to be claimed by XU.
They got the Rift Herald.
And Disguise. Sniper trying to create a little bit of space here, but he's got to be careful. The Galio jumps in on top. Exactly the synergy we were talking about, but the rest of
Half of 100 Thieves doesn't want to dedicate themselves to this fight. Sniper's gonna fall.
Castle is absolutely making
Y'all saw
a
those
kingdom
three
out of this top lane.
on the
Dude,
bottom
we're gonna
side.
make
They
this
were like,
series into a movie, Flowers. The trash
I don't know
talk
about
at the
this one.
beginning, Sniper getting targeted because of it, goes down again. DSG, they find their mark, but it still remains very close. We'll see about the Dragon setup, because this is the real kicker here. The extra objective, Dragon Soul, would be
Why does Quid
huge.
keep going on
Cloud
champs
Dragon
that-
Soul, by the way, has the highest win rate of any
It doesn't
of the
look
Dragon
like he
Souls.
knows
Even though people disrespect move speed, Flowers, move speed
how to play them
wins you
optimally.
games.
So, I think that is a double-edged sword. I agree that move speed wins you games, but okay, hold on. We can get back to this in just a second.
Got to get it first.
The Spider Cocoon is trying
Man.
to keep River away. It looks like XU's just going to have to leave. It is a TY for leash moment. Drake secured by 100 Thieves. Now they're looking for a little bit more here with a fight. Quid jumps in with a taunt. They lock up the Jace. They beat down Castle.
Okay,
100
DSG
Thieves,
is starting to
feeling great
fall
about it. What I was about to
repetitively.
say, the reason Cloud Soul has the highest win rate is because nobody ints for it. The other ones, you'll make a bad choice to try to get Infernal Soul or Hex Soul. Cloud Soul, you're like, well, I guess we'll take it if it's there. You'll
This is just
never
a
make dumb
fiesta. I
decision
agree.
Just for it and throw.
It's looking a little
Well,
fiesty.
speak carefully, because I definitely do make them decisions to just.
Well, you're a volley bear player. You need
True.
to go fast.
I need to
For
go
you,
fast.
I understand. For you, I understand.
The other types of players that sometimes make questionable decisions are, in my experience, support Elise players. So
Okay.
this one has not
See?
quite snowballed to the level that some of them have in solo queue. And of course, he did invest, going Dark Seal, trying to get the early move speed, trying to go full damage. Support
What Quid
Elise
doing?
is notorious for later in the game sometimes being a liability because you are so squishy. And really all you can rely on is your repel for defense. But you also always have the opportunity to make a really big play with your cocoon, with your CC. So it's all about the very small moments here for the Elise.
Okay,
Is it
Jeffree
going to be a
Star.
liability later on, or is he going to make the game-winning pick, Flowers? It's always the two sides of the coin.
Support Elise players do not play from planet Earth. It's either heaven or hell, one or the other.
Trying to follow the meta too hard.
Anywhere in between. 100 Thieves up only a couple.
At least he hasn't died, though.
They've been down by about 1,000 for most of this game. That's feeling pretty good. Now here's the test, Mr. Kobe, for this new org on Tier 1 for Disguised. Can they hold the line and not continue losing this lead? They try to turn it back around as 100 Thieves wants to make the play, but now they got to be careful because XU's in the middle of everybody. 100 Thieves in a 4v1 having fun. Quid getting a payday.
Back to back, y'all.
I have to say, 100 Thieves here showing a lot of very strong resolve in this game, even in the face of a lot of those earlier objectives going the way of DSG and, of course, the level 1 and everything. But 100 Thieves fighting back very nicely. And I would put a lot of credit into
This
River,
Disguised mid laner is doing a lot of splitting.
Team comp to work around, Galio
Getting
being
work
a supportive
done.
mid laner, all the CC setting up. You saw him
When
after
his
the Dragon.
team is dying on the other
that
side of
they
the
were
map.
able to force DSG off and then chase over the wall. Able to get these resets. Now Quid, though.
Well, Quid's just going to bring them in for the rest of the team to try to mop them up. Slam into the wall from the Poppy. Heroic entrance for the heroic follow-up.
Now, what was I saying about the
Azir?
Azir?
Hero's burial on that one. Disguised.
That might be
100 Thieves up over 2,000 gold.
Otacon.
And it's fairly dangerous, too. Otacon here does get tagged, but everybody's going to back off. Nobody wants to get the extra debuff here
He was
from
CC'd
it. And
pretty hard.
should be able to just take care of mid lane wave. So I guess just going to stop at that single kill. Back-to-back plays from 100 Thieves, though, attacking side lanes, Flowers, with 4 or more people. As we mentioned early on with the Galio, it's one of the big strengths here, trying to attack those side lanes.
Kelsey.
And 100 Thieves doing a good job kind
They
of
getting
focusing
dive
there.
a
So one
lot.
thing I'm looking at right now, we were praising the Jace early on in the game, right? But when I'm looking at the scoreboard for Disguise, do you know what I see? I see a Jace and a box of donuts. I got zeros in the kill column for every other champion. It means all the money is on Castle. If Castle's not around, 100 Thieves is going to rock their world. And the problem for Disguised, I'm not seeing the team play. I'm not seeing Castle be used as this tool. And now, Disguised are going after the Otacon.
Why are they
They're full
going after
sending.
Otacon? Are they
100
trying to
Thieves
bait them
needs
in?
to try to get down and stop them.
Is it a
Quid has
bait?
no teleport to make his way here in time. 100 Thieves still just looking on. The Otacon down to 4,000. XU
FBI is poking him down.
Flash away and make a little bit of distance.
Oh my God.
Stunned up, has to try to escape himself.
3K.
Sniper distracting the rest of Disguise. FBI
Azir
with a nice
dead.
confirmed
There's
kill
no damage
on
getting
the
put down.
mid
Castle
laner.
missing his
They got
shots.
The Otacon down to 1,000.
They
It
just
is
leashed
secured
Otacon
by
for
River
100
and 100
Thieves.
XU
XU goes
falls as
in
well.
after
And
Otacon
it's
is dead,
absolute
dies.
Tragedy for Disguise.
Oh,
What?
Scary Jerry
What?
and Huhi are going to be able to survive. And it
DSG,
looks
y'all
like
good?
Castle running for his life still inside the Rift Herald pops out at mid tower.
I think he was trying to get a hit off on the mid tower.
He's got 5 stars. Rivers bringing in the tanks and everything.
He's got
else
damage,
to
though.
go
He's got
after him.
damage, though.
He's
Can
only
he
gonna lose
outrun
the
Sniper,
false
though?
life. Sniper jumping right back in, looking to finish off this Fed Jace, add a little bit more money to his own pockets, and
so
Sniper calculates
close.
it.
Yeah, Castle getting
So
dangerously close to taking down 2 of the
close.
Otacon GAs there, but Sniper does finish him off, so it's just one of the GAs he's able to pop off of 100 Thieves. You have to look back at this play, though, Flowers, and think about why DSG went for that play.
Please tell me.
Because they knew there was no teleport on the Galio, and Galio had just used ultimate. So their thinking was, you have to presume, hey, Galio's top side, he has no ultimate, has no teleport, let's try and burst this Otacon down quickly, but they were unable to do it
They were
quickly,
so slow.
and then they just got shredded by Otacon, and 100 Thieves did a good job attacking there. The all chat has just continued to deliver.
Oh, the all chat is one of those like daytime talk shows where everybody's just like borderline throwing chairs at each other. I'm loving it. River is loving the opportunity to jump in on this Drake, take this for free. It is 2 Drakes to 1 favoring Disguised. The new additional emblem you can see up there in the UI is indicating that 100 Thieves secured the Otacon for themselves.
They don't do any damage, Mark.
Neutral state in terms of the dragon.
It is quite literally only Castle doing damage.
To find a way to win a fight.
It certainly is. Maybe they can just win a fight.
And Sniper is starting to get a little out of hand.
I don't know. Sniper's got buddies showing up. Ayla jumps in there immediately.
Whole team there.
As Sniper gets the first kill back onto the Elise, and now they're looking for the second here onto Castle. River taking the possession. All they trade for 3 Disguised lives is a false life for the other side. 100 Thieves are not done yet. The push stays.
They looked
pushing.
okay early.
Not done yet, as you say. River wants to continue. FBI here still has his GA. Ayla still has it. So not much Scary Jerry can do. He's one of the holders of the box of donuts, by the way.
He's got all donuts. Yeah. 0, 0, 0.
What flavor are they, though? Because honestly, if they are
plain.
No.
They're plain donuts.
He's got 2 items, okay, at least.
It's Ezreal with a Trinity
right
Force
now.
and a Muramana when his team's down 6,000 gold, man. Those are plain donuts.
Not even glazed.
No, there is no glazing going on here. Disguised 4-13. They are in a tough spot this game. It started really well.
Yeah,
but again, I feel like this is what you see a lot of when you have a younger roster or a younger org come in. Even if they have those individual early advantages, it's difficult to hold on to them once you get into the more complex macro elements of the game, more of the team plays of the mid and later stages.
Yeah, a lot of these side plays.
I've been
here
saying that with
Thieves
these
really
teams,
worked
these
out
new
to their
teams.
benefit. And,
it's going to be
River
hard to
definitely
go up
very scary
against
on
the
this
teams that
Diego,
have the
backed up by
synergy.
so much firepower on
They've
100
got the
Thieves.
history built up. They know how to play
Quid
around
has
each
done
other,
a nice
play
job
off of
here
each other.
controlling the
It's a
mid
hard
game
thing
for
to
them,
do.
keeping them safe and quietly. FBI, your sniper, your Australian sniper.
But it does mean that there's so much room to learn.
Because
DSG looked good early.
A tremendous amount of poke damage.
They did.
They're just going to start up that Baron. Doesn't look like DSG are going to make the early move, though. They're starting to come over now.
Yeah, we've got Baron already down to half. Sniper tanking it up, River doing the damage.
For Castle, but it's too late probably. Already 4,000 health and dropping.
Yeah, he's trying to get over here in time,
It's
but it's
too
gonna be
late.
smoke before it even matters. Baron secured for 100 Thieves. Health bar
That was such a
still
late
pretty
TP.
high. Disguised will try to close in, see if there's any sort of a punish, maybe find a straggler, but no sir. 100 Thieves just pulled off the heist and got out without so much as a bounty.
Objective focus here. Reign supreme for 100 Thieves. Now they've got the giant gold lead on top of their Baron to work with. So
Happy Sunday,
the
Cherry.
split push should
I'm
be
really not
easy
sure,
for
Mikey.
them to,
I don't
start
play the
here.
champ, so I don't
They've
really
got
know
the Galio ultimate ready for Quid.
the
plus
cooldowns.
his teleport, so tremendous side lane control, tremendous ability to move across the map and cover here. And when you combine that with the Baron buff flowers, that makes for easy push, easy siege for 100 Thieves.
Yeah, this is looking absolutely disastrous for Disguised. I mean,
Right.
what do you do to stop Sniper from just flying in with the ulti, Quid from ulting over top of
NA
him,
is
Ayla
best
just
of 3.
tackles in there, and FBI free fires.
What DSG have
I'm
to
watching on
do
Twitch.
is you have to try and rely on the newly buffed up tower damage, and you just have to defend at towers, and then 100 Thieves are going to be forced to make that play.
Whoever plays Ezreal
on your
deserves to
towers.
lose.
I mean, and
I don't think
hope
I'll
that
argue
can
with
get a
you.
Nice outplay with the extra.
I don't think I'll argue with you on that
defenses
one.
there Trying to go your way. They do.
I
have
just
some
might
critical
agree.
flashes here on the side of DSG, so some
I just
playmaking
might agree.
ability. Abadaga and Scary Jerry, both the carries here, do have that extra safety of flashes. Maybe they can get some outplays, but if 100 Thieves just play it safe and use the Baron buff siege power to their advantage,
Yeah.
the FBI with the safety of the spell shield as well as the magnitude of his poke. Oh, he actually hits an ult here too.
Dude, Castle's already at half HP. That's your most fed player. That is all your kills on Disguised.
He's
And
not
100
even doing
Thieves
damage no
smell
more.
the blood in the water. They'll take out the tier 2 turret mid with Quid at the same time. They're just shoving their way straight through the enemy base. Scary Jerry is already dead. There goes the bottom lane inhibitor. The mid lane inhibitor turret is about to fall as well. The mid lane inhibitor will go right with it.
GG,
100
boys.
Thieves easily breaking through
When you
the
gonna be
enemy
on the big
defensive
screen
line.
hosting whenever
Sniper
they
goes
ask
for
me to to come through. You want to know what I'm going to do?
Immediately with the unleashed teleport. Quid goes in for the taunt. He finds it on
I'm going to come through.
Ayla with a tackle backwards. River going in after the spider, but who he gets away for a second.
I just need them to ask.
The same thing about the Azir. River tries to stay alive, but it ain't going to work. The shutdown credit back over to Huhi from the grave almost, but he did barely get away as 100 Thieves with a 4v3.
Oh yeah, people were spamming Ezreal, so I banned the word Ezreal.
XU trying to distract
My
them.
bad, y'all.
FBI and Ayla putting the damage into the tier 4 turret here at the Nexus. A little bit more damage onto that second one.
I think this is fine though. This is DSG's very first display
Another unleashed teleport coming on back.
of a game.
Left to defend him. XU and Castle
And it is a best of 3. So they gonna go back. They gonna figure it out. They gonna get in their head.
Rocky start, are gonna
I think
take
it's
game
fine.
1 under 30 minutes.
FBI back on 100 Thieves goes legendary. 8 kills, 0
I think it's
deaths
fine,
for
y'all.
him
I think it's fine.
on the Poke Varus, one of his favorites, and against his old
Why they got a
partner
little
in
X
Huhi,
on their
they
booty?
actually are the duo that played the most together of any duo of players in the LCS.
Holy.
The majority of
Why
their
they got
time
a little
on
X
100
on their
Thieves,
booty,
score
y'all?
buddies as well there, but this time around, FBI is going to get the dub. And I believe all time that's going to put him to 7 and versus like 5 for Huhi after the breakup that they had.
After the breakup, even that's gonna sound dramatic with the way that we've had the back and forth here between these teams. But yes,
It's okay. They got the next one.
And Deathless for FBI, also a Deathless game for
I want
Quid,
them
even though he didn't
to.
get as
I
many
want them to
kills
win at
as
least one
FBI
game.
did. I think
I
the
do want
Skies had a
DSG
really
to win
solid
at
early
least
game.
one
They
game.
countered
X marks the
what 100
spot,
Thieves
but
were
it's
doing
not
level
even
one
like right
very
on their
well.
booty
They
cheek.
did a
It's
good
like
job
on the
getting Castle
underside of
ahead,
their booty
but the
cheek.
coordination, the ability to function as a 5-man unit wasn't there, and as soon as it slipped away from them, they never got a grip back on the game.
Yeah, I'm excited though with
Okay.
the front that we saw for
Okay,
game number
Mark.
1. I'm excited to see what they pull out for game number 2. Fearless draft, remember?
Yeah, they did
for
well
this best of
early. They
series?
did.
And
Yes,
see if they
sir.
can continue to push 100 Thieves.
Wade, thank you so
All
much
right,
for the
game
follow.
one's done, but a reminder,
Hope you're having a good
you
day
hear
today.
The Riot Games Arena. Go get your LTA North merch right now. Grab a new hat, shirt, or bundle both together and get a free mini Poro plushie. Merch is currently available
Aw.
exclusively here at the Riot Games Arena. And speaking of that arena, let's head over to another part of it right
Look
now.
at the Poro,
LTA
dude.
Lounge. Break it all down.
$10 for a hat? That's like 1997 prices.
I
That's
know.
insane. Either way, we got to get to the game. DSG, 100 Thieves.
Is that
it
a jinx
did look
chair?
like
It
DSG had an upper hand in that game because of
It
what
is
happened early
indeed.
with Castle getting fed. But then the game turned. So we're going to break down.
Yeah.
Emily's going to show some of the reasons that 100 Thieves was able to come back.
If you look here, right?
DSG
look at
had
this
so much
bar.
early
So
game
basically,
potential, the wheels
at
just
one
came
point in the
off.
game, I looked up and I was like, 100 Thieves are 2K ahead somehow, despite the fact that I thought DSG did a good job. So if we see all of these objectives going down, for me, it starts at this Drake fight here, right, where 100 Thieves are able to get in. Ayla is actually able to get that punish onto Castle. They get him. He is essentially the raid boss here. I'm going to skip ahead to just essentially them, again, setting up on the map, being able to get someone dead in a team fight. And then they took mid tier 1, they take top tier 1. Abadaga is all
I don't
the
know if
way
he'll ever
up
be
here. So now they're gonna be able
playable,
to
but they
collapse
do
on
have
him.
like
This is
the
actually
game
almost
mode.
a reprise of something that happened before the Drake fight, where they also overextended, XU overextended in the bot side, right around here, I believe. And they were able to get that catch onto him. I think the big thing for me, if you look at where 100 Thieves were at in this game and what allowed them to get ahead, was these larger map plays where they'd recognize where they can take turrets, and also where DSG were not only overextended, but they may not have warded their flanks.
Yeah, for me, it felt like 100 Thieves was
Do you
kind of
only look
the
at
ones that were
LEC,
running around
Juke,
catching
or do
DSG
you
wasn't
watch,
coordinated,
like,
but the
LCS,
backbreaker
LTA?
was definitely the Otacon fight, and I did find, thanks to Azael's Otacon segment before the day, just a little bit of extra stuff with this Otacon, so I need to find exactly when the buff went down, but I want to just show the actual shred from Otacon. So where would it have been? We are
Not why type XU.
to getting to where
It's
the
not your
Otacon
thing.
contest is
Stay
happening.
humble.
Because what people don't realize is your magic resist can get very near 0. So what I'm going to point out here is XU is the one tanking Otacon the majority of the time. So every time he gets auto-attacked, he's going to get another stack of this Frail and Unworthy buff, which is going to slowly lower his magic resist. So now with 23 stacks, he's down to 29 MR.
Wow.
But if we keep playing this clip out, and he's
Wow.
at 50 stacks, that gives him 56 armor and 2 magic resist. And
Wow.
specifically, when all 3 of them are in this circle here,
Yeah.
all of them are getting shredded at the same time. So XU is at 50, Castle's at 17, and Huhi's at 25. So you can see as he gets up to 31 stacks, 8 MR on the Elise,
Wow.
2 MR on the Vi, and the tank Jace is down significantly with his resist, not to mention the damage. So by the time 100
Wow.
Thieves walks in, even though it is a 4v5, Galio hasn't joined the fight yet. The fight is basically already over. 100 Thieves kills them.
I didn't know it
takes
did that.
Otacon, is able to snowball the rest of the fight, and that I think is the straw that broke the back of DSG. So we'll see if they can bounce back
is
in game
what
2, but right now we're headed to
is
a break. So
now
let's take
a
look at
new
our
version
LTA Connected
of
commentary
LCS.
presented by
It's
AT&T.
called League
Voted
of the
on by
Americas. So it's North America and South America put together.
We can go behind them.
Coming.
I'm looking by. I'm looking by.
No flash by. Jace is there first. Jace is there
Look,
first.
Jace,
No
look,
flash
Jace.
Jace, guys. No flash Jace.
Coming.
No flash Jace.
Ult him.
Go. He's not flash.
Jace.
I'm coming
Yeah,
right
it's
now.
really
He's
good,
in
really
thing.
good.
I'm gonna push bot. Nice, guys. Good job. Freaking
We're gonna look for the tower here, no? Yeah.
Play for mid turret.
If I go jungle, we can look them as well.
Yeah, Odie, if you ever come here, I'll take you. It was actually really nice. I think you'd like it.
Red Bull gives you wings.
One intriguing part about this competitive season is the fact that you cannot pick a champion you already picked previously. Yes, I think that's a very fun aspect of it. But remember, it does reset after the series is over. So if you pick a champion on Saturday and then you play in next Sunday, you can pick those champions all over again. Odie, can you Discord me? Can I message you on Discord? LTA is doing it as well.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
I'm
don't
going
think
now.
they're linking.
Yeah,
I'm
Varus
coming
is
bot side
dancing.
too. I'm coming
Not
mid.
their commenting get more. That's crazy.
Good job, guys.
Good job. Can we play for their bot tower?
I think so. I think so.
Let's camp
Galio no
wait.
flash.
I think Castle is Korean. Huhi is
Yeah,
Korean.
Good.
Nice.
If I go, then you can't take food, by the way. I can just follow.
Look back.
Yeah.
I have really good TP behind guys in 5. I will TP behind them, okay?
My.
You guys
Look
keep
more,
fighting.
look more.
Let's fight.
I'm gonna TP
they look
behind.
gone.
100 Thieves has very calm comms.
Yeah.
Look at
Angelo,
this.
flash,
Look at you. Look at you.
Yeah.
I already have
We
really
need
good
to walk
fight.
up,
I have really good fight.
Yeah,
You guys can go, you guys can go.
Fine.
I got Zin.
I'm on Jace.
Yeah.
No flash.
Yeah.
Otacon.
I'm on Jace, guys.
Play slow. I'm almost here.
Zero's dead, guys.
I can block Vi. Can we finish?
Yeah, finish
I'm on
it.
Jace. Can we look Jace, anyone?
Nice. We got him.
I'm looking by.
Look Jace. Look Jace.
Yeah, look Jace.
He has
Kill
herald.
Jace,
He has
guys.
herald.
Yeah, he has herald.
freak.
I'm tipping.
Yeah, kill these guys. Got it.
Fine.
Kill Jace. Kill Jace.
Yeah.
At least
Dang,
flash us
Quid
off.
smacking on that gun, boy. God dang.
Keep typing, you dog.
I hear it in the mic, bro. That man. God dang, Quid. God dang, my boy. He loved that gum. He loves that gum. Okay. That's his favorite gum ever. He ain't never had no gum like that gum right there, baby. Oh, that's cute. That's cute, OD.
Yo, what up DSG fans? It's me, Disguised Toast, and I'm here at the DSG League of Legends gaming apartment. We're here in the parking garage and we're about to head upstairs and meet the LTA team. Let's go.
Let's go.
Here we are.
I did see it, the tiger. It was so cute. We got a clip of it.
Compound. Let's check
Oh
it
my
out.
gosh, I love.
State-of-the-art kitchen.
You are
a
so
Red Bull
precious.
fridge. And hey,
y'all, look at the
we've got a
sign.
mid laner imported straight from Germany.
I
Abu Dhabi. What you cooking, man?
We were like, hi.
Water.
Oh my
soup?
gosh, so cute. Look
Okay,
at your
never heard of that
photo.
one. Is that any good?
Freaking love.
Castle, you mind?
Literally my fave.
Mind getting up so I can show them?
You're hot, mommy. You can ask me anything. What's up?
All right. See, one of these chairs, one of these bad boys. They'll get you sitting straight, all right. But that's what we do at DSG. You know, we care about our players. Gaming practice room, and I believe our jungler XU is practicing right now. Let's go say hi. Hey, XU.
Whoa.
Hey, you practicing?
Yeah, just practicing some Wild Rift.
Wild Rift? Why you practicing Wild Rift? We play League of Legends.
You said we can't afford more than one PC, so doing my best.
And yeah, this has been the Disguised Gaming Apartment Compound. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know all the boys are super excited for this season, right? All right, that's gonna do it for us. We'll see you guys this weekend at the LTA Arena, Sunday, 1 p.m. Come check us out. See you guys next time.
That was actually
Hello and welcome
very
back to the Riot
cute.
Games Arena, where I'm sitting down with the man himself, Disguised Toast, Poe Belter. Welcome back to the arena as well. Toast, I gotta say, you're down 1-0 in the series so far. How you feeling right now? How are the nerves watching the team?
Feeling good, a little nervous, but the team had a really good showing the first 15 minutes. I think the wheels came off the wagon a bit, but
yeah,
they got what it takes. They just need to put it together.
Now, I know you've been grinding a lot of League lately. What advice do you have for the team?
I don't know. I like XU's shit talking though. I think he needs to do more of that.
Okay.
Get in the heads of Sniper.
Maybe yell across the arena.
Yell across, walk up to them, like maybe unplug some mouses, some keyboards.
Good. That's good. Well, how's your experience been so far opening weekend here at LTA?
It's been a lot of fun seeing all the fans. I brought a lot of my own friends out here. They're just in the audience supporting
Where are the Toast fans at? That was a good reaction. That was a good pop.
Yeah, so I really appreciate everyone coming out.
Awesome.
And we brought out Mr. Poe Belter as our DSG co-streamer and my personal coach for League of Legends.
How's it been coaching him?
It's been good. I mean, I think Toast actually learned a lot. The first time I coached him, he was like, nah, I'm like not actually like doing that bad and I don't deserve to be here. And then the next day he was like, okay, actually maybe there is some stuff I could learn. So I respected that switch up in the attitude, and then he climbed instantly to Platinum, and he's on the road to Emerald.
Wow.
Humble King right there, everybody.
Big King.
Real quick, I
Thank
don't know
you
if you
so
check this
much
out.
for
If you're
the
live here, you can get
4
bedazzled masks and
months
cool stuff.
of
I got my
support.
head
I appreciate
bedazzled.
your love.
How's that looking? This is my first
He got
time
his
looking at
head
it.
bedazzled.
Hey, that's not that bad. Let's go. Okay, Toast, have you seen the meme that it kind of looks like somebody bent over and like their head peeking out? What do you think?
Yeah, no, I've seen those memes.
You seen that meme? What do you think?
Look
Yeah?
like that, yeah.
All right. Well, I have a gift for you, actually, Toast, because we saw your apartment tour. We saw it was a little barren in there, so we thought, why not give you something to make it a little more homey. So we got you a welcome mat for DSG. Welcome to LTA North. Disguised Toast. Home sweet home. Now it won't look as bad in the next video. But thank you so much for being here with us today. We're going to throw it back over the casters to get us in to the next game.
That's super cute, actually.
Thank you very much, Kangas, and
so
hopefully
cute.
Toast and Pope can find themselves a more favorable ending to game number 2 here. They had a
That was
favorable
super duper
start in game
cute.
number 1, but 100 Thieves brought it back. We're back into the draft. Remember, it is fearless. All 10 champions champions from game number 1 are
All
banned for both
10
teams.
champions
It's
from
Yone,
game
Corky,
number 1
Callisto,
are
banned out
banned.
by DSG. Once again, back in the blue
The
side
name
here,
is
as it looks like
Steve.
100 Thieves will ban out
Jesus.
Cassante, Skarner, and Ash. First pick Rumble for Castle.
Oof. And on the other side, Answer
And Will Van.
immediately
And
with
Will.
the roaming Aurora mid. This is a huge playmaking champion, and Quid definitely looked really good in the last one. I don't know if we're going to see it kind of swapped into the hands of Sniper. I would assume generally with this team that it's Aurora mid. Of course, it is technically flexible for them. XU shouting out the show match where he played Katarina. I think as well it's
Not
it's his
the
girlfriend's favorite champion, so-
Aurora.
It's like the Whippo strategy.
Yeah, because in the show match,
Please,
it didn't do that well
no.
on the Katarina
Not
play, so we're not
the
gonna see anything
Aurora.
from Katarina, though,
And
so
Misfortune.
No problems there, and he is going with the scaling Wukong.
That's a scary
that
one.
Team fighter that does pair so well with Rumble.
Okay, we've got the Wukong, the Rumble. Let's see what we end up getting locked in mid lane. Rise I have not seen for a little while. Rise is one of my favorite communities of League of Legends players. I don't know if you've ever interacted
Kinda
with
wanna
them
play
on the
some League
internet.
today.
They are all completely insane. They just type.
That's your favorite type of
no,
player,
they're
right?
great. Sometimes a couple of them will show up in Twitch
Is that
chat. You won't
Alistar,
know
or
until
did
you
they
just
get
see a
Rel?
wall of EQ, EQ, EQ.
Yeah.
Well,
They're
that's
great. I always
Rel.
love seeing Rise because I get to meet more of those people. But no, we're going to get the Orianna instead. Let's see what 100 Thieves wants to round out their first half with before we get into the second half of the bands.
This is one of the most fun, budding rivalries that we've got in the LTA now. So many of the fans, so many of the players really getting into it.
Don't play
yes,
League
as you
today?
say,
It's
though,
terrible
with
right
the
now?
fearless
Why?
Bans plus the regular bans here, starting to whittle them down. We're still looking at the DSG bottom lane, so some targeted bans here from 100 Thieves towards Mr. Scary, Jerry, and Huhi. The Elise support that we were so hyped up for.
Is Rel, like, that
seeing
good?
If it was going to be able to snowball or create much, didn't really amount to anything. What Huhi is really known for, though, has been like the engage supports. You know, that Rakan ban right there.
Give
targeted
us
directly
Jinx.
at him.
Give us
he loves
Jinx.
playing things like
Give
the Amumu,
us
which
Jinx.
is, or at least used to be, a favorite of Toast. I know. We'll see since Pobelter's coaching. Maybe he moved on from that one, but definitely always still a possibility there to come through. All right, they'll go with the more common
Messy
Leona
rivalry.
instead to take away another one of the engaged supports from him.
Well, we'll see what he does end up going with. I would love to see him on an engaged support as well. I think that his strengths as like a team leader, as a shot caller, as the guy who can be trusted.
Bella's insane
to
right
go
now.
in
I
at the
hate
right
her. The way
moment.
she
Like, I
just
love
sticks
seeing
on
him
you is
those
so
types of
unserious.
picks.
Like, girl, get off
Let's
me.
see,
What's with
100
these stuns?
Thieves.
The
What we're gonna go
several
with here, we're covering
stuns.
a lot of
The
different
gravitational
stuff that I don't
field,
fully expect to
everything.
be
TikTok,
locked
thank
in.
you for
That
liking
one was
up the
kind of
live.
exception. So we've got the Zen locked in for River here in game number 2.
The Los Ratones shout-out sign there. I mean, honestly, if they come over here, though, then we'll see if any of the LTA
Really?
teams can beat them.
Really
I think
scary?
they have a pretty good chance.
Lock
Plus,
in
they
the
do a lot
Jinx.
of,
Give
trash
us
talking and
Jinx.
inviting the
Give us
stream
Jinx.
scrims.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Give us Jinx.
Are you
Give
pro
us
stream
Jinx.
Scrims,
Give
for the LTA teams, or are you against it?
Oh, I'm all the way for it, dude. Content
Let's
is it. Content is king.
That's what I'm saying.
All right.
Dude,
you know
that's what
what?
I'm saying. Let's do it.
DSG is all right in my book. Gosh darn it.
Will be some more team
They're
fighting, some
all right
defensive,
with me.
pick up here with the
I
ball.
hope 100 Thieves loses the
So many
freak
of the
out of this
engaged
game.
ones
Sorry,
were
Holy.
targeted and
I
taken off the
hope
list.
they tear 100
Let's
Thieves
see. We've got
my boy.
Jinx can also always be a very
Let's
scary
go,
one. When we're
Scary
talking about
Jerry.
how, we even heard from Kangas on
Hold
the
on,
lounge at the
Scary
top
kinda
of the day.
fine?
If you play
Okay,
around Scary Jerry,
maybe
you let him scale up, feel
let me-
comfortable.
I
Jinx
gotta
is one
look
of
at
those
this
scale
man.
up, get to the point where you're
'Cause
feeling comfortable with your power,
I
and then
don't-
boom, you just take over the game, wipe the team fights. We'll see if they can enable Jerry.
I
to
don't
play
think I've
like that in this
seen
game,
him.
But it
I
will
need to
be,
see him.
Okay, the final squad for 100 Thieves here. The Aurora's in the Rel, and then
Let
Misfortune
me
and
let me
Akali
see this
locked into
Scary
this guy.
Jerry.
So with these solo laners, 100 Thieves has way better side lane control. So the
Okay,
mid game
Castle.
will be very, very scary for DSG. DSG are fully indexed
Okay,
all
Sniper.
into team fighting. This team has to group. This team has to
XU.
stay 5 strong for DSG. And 100
River.
Thieves, they have a lot of options. Like, they can fight team fights. They can also pull the map apart and try
Abadage.
to play side lanes a lot in
Quid.
the game. Akali and Aurora are extremely
Jerry.
good and threatening side laners because not
FBI.
only are they self-sufficient in the side lane, but then they're
Boogie.
very good at roaming
And Ayla.
to the fights, to the skirmishes in other areas and coming in with those flanks to make it just so hard to play.
Wait, hold on, I see it.
Carries like Jinx and Orianna. So this draft, I have to say, I really like from Golden Glue, from 100 Thieves over there. Seems like they have done a pretty good job setting themselves up with a lot of tools here, especially for the mid game.
Yeah, I'm really looking
This
forward
smoothie's so
to seeing
good.
if Disguised can put together
smoothie's
this
so good.
we only want a team fight, we only want a death ball type of execution. But I really want to see
Smoothie.
100 Thieves pull everything apart,
Super
keep it in 2v2
good.
skirmishes,
Super
3v3 skirmishes,
good.
things like that. Because I feel like you don't want to walk in to the Rumble, Orianna, Wukong combo. You want to take advantage
No,
of
I
the
don't know what you
totally
mean.
not BS Akali Shroud. You want to take advantage of the Aurora mobility that you're talking about and really just run these guys in circles.
Yeah. You also don't want to fight a Braum level 1, so maybe DSG can cook something up with level 1. With
I really want DSG to win this game. What skin is the Star Guardian? That is the pay to win skin. Now, Bestie Scary Jerry does not have the mythic chroma, so it's not giving luxury. It's giving he just wants to win. And I respect that. I respect that. I do. I'm very curious as to see what his build path is going to be. Is he going to start that Collector? Is he going to start that Kraken? Is he going to start that Wild Arrows? I think this is a very, very fun matchup because he's got the Braum, so he can pump out those autos for a little stun. That's fun. He does, as an immobile ADC, have to be a little bit weary of the Quid and the
eldest brother of Sniper that we didn't even know about.
Ayla.
How is it? You just flew in today, right?
Yeah, it's been good. It's good. I'm always happy to watch my brothers play, right? This is not the first time. I used to watch Viper a few years ago. Now I'm watching his younger brother, right? So really surreal, but very happy to be here.
How is it just like having Sniper in the family? Because he's just crazy and eccentric here. So like, how is it just being able to handle that energy in the house?
Listen, at home, you know, we talk what we want. We say what we want to say, right? Like he can say whatever he wants to say, but at least on his older brother, I can shut him down. I can shut him up a little bit. Here, you might not be able to do that. You know, again, I had a serious convo with him about like, you know, don't say you're going to retire if you can't, you know, pull through. Don't say you're going to shave your head if you can't pull through. If he loses today, I will shave his head myself.
Oh,
wow.
Personally, that's crazy. I can already hear the crowd popping on that one. Thank you. I appreciate it. Honestly, you're doing God's work. Appreciate you. Gonna send this run straight to the casters.
Wow.
That is the most big brother comment I have ever
guess
heard.
his head will get shaved if he loses today.
Well, he was targeted in the previous game, but still came out just fine. Teammates doing a lot of work there as well in the previous one. Sniper this time around facing the 2v1 because of the lane swap.
I feel like Jinx Braum had the advantage in lane. Why lane swap, I wonder?
Actually come on over. Now, you can see there is no cannon minion with this wave.
Right.
Because it doesn't come till 4 now, and they're going to go for it, 3v1.
I couldn't tell you.
Sniper already popping the weirding. Goes between worlds, just trying to buy himself a little bit more time. Who he drops the turret aggro. This is the problem with trying to do the dives in the new age of the turrets that heat up so fast.
Yeah,
After
the new
first couple of
turrets
shots,
hurt
it's just
real
lethal.
quick.
Also, Aurora is quite good at dodging some of these. You talked about it right there. Immediately with the hop, going invisible, and then flashing the other way as well. So it's kind of sucks that it costs Scary Jerry his flash as well. A little bit
it's
there.
a flop. It's too hard
We'll
to
see if
tower
that gets
dive
punished,
nowadays.
but they did take away some safety
Or
of the
too
Aurora
early.
for Sniper. I think he'll be just fine though.
Yeah, he's totally chilling. I called it the wrong name. Between Worlds is the ulti. That's across the veil or something. Aurora has a lot of weird little bunny hop names, so it's okay. We got it. We got there eventually. Sniper stayed alive. That's what really matters. Yes, it cost the flash, but not dying is the key element here.
Noxian turrets don't play. They hit hard, baby, and they hit hard quick.
There haven't been any of those early blunders. Everything's just going fine.
Okay, Quid about to get ganked here. He does not have his pool or his little smoke.
I have to give 100 Thieves the edge.
And it's
He's able to walk away.
Exu here on the Wukong is a bit delayed in his jungle clear because of going for the dive. So not only was it just like flashes traded and some summer spells up there and not getting too much punishment down on Sniper, but it also delays the very fearsome Wukong level 6, which is, you know, the big power spike for this champ, the big like first gank that you get off when you're level 6. You have so much more threat. Generally, when Wukong has his flash and level 6, you can pressure a lot of different lanes. Generally in this game, though, we'll probably be looking
I see what you're
lane
saying,
since
Zorbit.
Sniper and Quid
She
both
owns
are playing
100
very
Thieves.
mobile champions. both have a lot of ways.
I want to see the Jinx objective snipes. Scary Jerry, if you need any help learning how to steal dragons and barons, hit my line.
Will be ending his clear. Probably will just be a regular reset though.
Yep. All right, we'll see if we can get anything spicy cooking up. It is 60 seconds or so until that first set of the grubs, the first Drake about to spawn. Remember that game number 1 was a bit of a handshake early on with the neutral objectives, just agreeing to divide them evenly. Abadaga here on the Orianna, just continuing to try to farm up as Quid puts as much pressure on him as he can. The 5-point strike spam from Akali can be so obnoxious.
Yeah, he got the prestige KDA. That's not that regular KDA, that's that prestige.
Has a bit of an advantage and walks towards that bottom side. Not going to overextend themselves though.
Misfortune in the most recent Battle Queen Misfortune skin.
And of course it is a Braum. Even pre-6,
that's crazy,
very
Max.
hard to pull off those ganks on.
Ooh.
And
Castle just cooking him there, man.
Okay, Castle trying to get that
is just so
damage
deadly.
down.
Sniper was in almost the entire duration of the thing.
Yeah, very nice. Even if you hop back, even if you're invisible, the AoE just burns you down. Castle really thanking the rest of his team for burning out that flash, you know, trying to make it worth it, trying to punish and push him out there. Now we got the reset though. Quid's heading back topside with level 6 on the Akali as XU starts out these grubs in.
He just
River
wants
does get his
one.
ward in.
Okay, both of our junglers level 5. All
interesting.
Well, just mid laners level 6. Top laners still level 5 too.
Oh, the bot lane for 100 Thieves is rotating up. Castle died.
Blood. They both hit level 6. It's
so Void Grubs are gonna go over to
burst the
100
rumble
Thieves.
down before the fire can truly be a threat. So that's not only first blood going over to 100 Thieves, it means control over the top half of the map. It means an uncontested first set of grubs.
Really good lane assignments here from 100 Thieves after that reset. They got their bottom lane into mid lane so they could get control over the grubs. And then with the solo kill here, Quid head, wait a second.
Abadaga. Defensive shockwave to try to stay alive.
It's not
he
enough.
will get out with just 100 HP, but meanwhile, Disguised trying to finish their take of the Drake. But Sniper's hanging around nearby. He goes between worlds. Ayla ready
Jinx
to follow up
locked
with a
up.
3-man crash down, but they're still
Trying to get autos out.
Sniper's got to try to get away across the veil yet again. Huhi trying
He's not
to
6
escort
yet.
XU and Scary Jerry away from this horrible, horrible place called the bot side river. Another shattering strike for another stun, but not enough damage. 100
They're able to get out.
No kills.
Looking at Scary Jerry's build so far, he did get a longsword. He can really go anywhere. One longsword builds into wild arrows. He would have to go attack speed now if he's going wild arrows. But he went 2 longswords. I think he's going collector.
Again, always the team
from
with
the looks of it, it's giving collector.
You have to worry about the feats of strength going towards first tower. In addition to those kills,
I think that also builds into static, if I remember correctly. No, it doesn't.
Objectives, since neutrals get traded so much.
1 for static.
Damage really does come in super.
It's collector.
There, so 100 Thieves feeling,
which I love.
Pretty good about this opener. Say namely, we're worried about this Akali because Quid had also purchased the Dark Seal previous to getting his solo kill, so started stacking it up already. Whenever you're a
it's just 1 long sword for static,
and you already had the Dark Seal, and you're starting to stack up. It's like very, very nice feeling for snowballing. And again, from draft, when you're
for feats they changed it to first 3 kills.
Orianna and Jinx, and Orianna already got the flash blown. Quid is definitely feeling very good about his opportunities in this game.
Yeah, a reminder, last game he did go deathless. Didn't quite have all of the kills, like we said, that his bottom lane carry in FBI did. But Akali is the perfect type of champion to pad your kill stats with if you're unhappy with the low number in the first game.
Plus, he has so much, catch on his team with an Aurora, with, FBI.
Okay, XU working together with Castle, though, and FBI gets busted up top lane, 2v1. They commit both
could
the
be Kraken. It could be.
Yeah, nice job. That's that Wukong ult and flash.
I feel like Kraken is a safe bet, but Collector is more like aggressive, and it guarantees kills as well.
To work once again with Castle. I mean, he called his shot. He was
they have to play for late game,
in their,
and they have to make sure that they stop the damage from Misfortune's ulti. I think that's a really big thing as well.
Be enough though. The Rumble getting some early money, very nice. So Castle getting some cash in there. He invested very early on into the Merc Treads because the magic resist as well going to be quite nice with the double AP.
What do you mean by solo
You
laning?
can see River on the approach
Miles.
to the mid lane there, seeing if maybe there was an angle against Abadaga, but then they see Castle clearing out the control ward on the other side of the river. They decide not to go in for that full-on 2v2
he's going
there.
Kraken.
As we're waiting for the second set of grubs to spawn in less than a minute, here's a friendly
Because he would
reminder
have
that
gone
subscriptions to the LTA
serrated
North Twitch
dirt
channel
here
are now open.
if he was
you can
going
subscribe
Kraken.
to the channel,
Or
get yourself some
Collector.
exclusive channel emotes, have all the usual channel perks that you think about when you think about subscribing. So hell yeah to everybody that subscribes and supports the stream through that. And we'll see just exactly who's going to pop off with this
Yeah,
next
I
set
think
of
they're
grubs,
just
Kobe. I
doing a
feel
bunch
like
of
they're always
rotations.
contested on the second trio.
And
I don't think she's
some of the big
necessarily
things are gonna be
solo
support
laning
ults for that
because she
grub fight
can't
that
be
you're looking
alone
at,
because
Flowers.
they'll
This
kill
is
her.
gonna be the time to shine.
Rel has to be with her
Braum
100%
very
of
good
the
at
time.
stuffing some of these engages, some of these big team fights. So we'll see about who he's positioning. Meanwhile, Ayla's been very proactive. So both in the previous game as well as this one with the possibilities on Rel, and currently soaking some damage hovering here in the river versus Abadaga, getting small chunks taken out.
All right, who he tries to throw out one of the winners.
Those
by
misfortune
doesn't connect
autos
on it.
sound
Ayla, not afraid of these
very
guys
good.
whatsoever. Wants to play
I
forward
must
and
admit.
aggressive here on the rail. Again, stepping away from the winners by River's going to be your target. Drops the crescent guard
Here we go.
immediately. But a big rumble ulti comes down over
Oh,
the top.
Jinx doing
It's
damage.
enough to
Jinx
cook
doing
Ayla.
damage.
It's enough to
Scary
cook
Jerry's
River.
standing in the
Sniper
middle of
goes to
the
between
misfortune
worlds,
ulti, but
and
it's okay.
Quid is going into the back line. He's already found the
He
first
has
kill.
ult.
He's about to go for the second. Abadaga is down, but Castle takes out the Akali. It's a bloodbath
She's got
both
this.
ways.
Oh,
Scary
never mind.
Jerry
Sniper's
tries to
there.
get another, but Sniper and FBI
Braum had
are
to
now
stay
on the
with
hunt.
her.
Jerry gets away, but it's so many gray
Wow.
screens, Kobe.
Jinx did a
It truly
lot of
is, and
damage
honestly, It
there.
started out so well for DSG, getting that pick. Abadaga,
Jinx did a
he gets the
lot of
shockwave
damage there, it
onto,
looked
River, and they're able to start getting some kills early. But
Can
then
we see the
once
damage,
Akali
charts?
arrives, once
How
Quid
much
is able to
damage
get there
was
with the
this done?
teleport, he answers back. And so we do end up with a 3-3 there. Score tied at the top as well
In that fight.
in this game.
Critically disguised hit 3 first, so that's feat of warfare for them.
Okay, so here it is. Xin Zhao kind of notorious for being an easy pickoff because he has no dashes, but did buy a little bit of time with the ultimate there. But really the kicker, once Quid arrives and once Sniper arrives, you know, these two solo laners, 400 Thieves, do a lot of work. Scary Jerry trying to do something from the back, but even with getting excited, yeah, not able to finish that one off quite at the end and survive for himself, but still
Is there
think it's going
any
to
way
be
to
quite
see
big
how much
here as
damage was
Quid
done?
finishes the Proto Belt and does still
Oh, the
have
extension
Flash.
isn't on today.
The active items for mages can feel so scary when you get them online early. Just adding that
Is
extra bit
lethal
of damage,
tempo
that
good
extra
on
punch to
her?
the rotation, getting that slight bit more that could have
Yes.
prevented reactions like the
I
previous
love
one.
lethal
But stay
tempo on
alive,
Jinx.
finish
That's
off
all
the
I
target.
take now.
4-4 games still, like you said. Slight gold lead
What
for
did I
100
miss?
Thieves. The first Drake is still on the map.
Basically, there was a
After
team
100 Thieves
fight,
scared, disguised away from
and
it, nobody's bothered
Disguise
going
got
back.
some kills.
Yeah, definitely
Feats were
a little bit
acquired,
more scary than the
and
normal Drakes too, with
I was
the
just
Ocean
looking at
having
Jinx the whole
slow,
time,
so
and it
we
looked
wanted
like
to
she
get
was putting out
kinda
damage.
caught in there. A lot of vision set up around it, 400 Thieves. And they do have jungle support on bottom side of the map right now, so Ayla and River will link up with the Xin Zhao Rel to try and move in. Scuttle Crab first, and then maybe set up for it.
Well, the big thing that I'm also looking at, because that first Drake is still on the map,
I only have eyes for
the neutral
Jinx,
objective
correct.
feed is very slowed down. The kill one, yes, it's already claimed by Disguise.
Yes, Lay.
The turret one will probably fall right after the 14-minute mark or so, but then if that one goes over to 100 Thieves, it'll still be a long way to go until we have this neutral objective one claimed, because it looks like 100 Thieves will be ahead just by 1. They're on neutral objectives, so up to a grand total of 2 for them. We'll see if they can get the Rift Herald when that spawns here in about 2.5 minutes, because that's the next neutral objective on the table.
Oof, level 11 power spike here for Quid. That is going to be quite worrisome for, for DSG as they're roaming around. It's when the Akali is the highest level in the game, and when you get rank 2 on your ultimate, already we're kind of worried about that burst damage. They're definitely going to have to respect that positioning, and you'll see Abadaga on the top side is like, I don't really want to be in a long lane versus Akali right now.
Yeah.
With that kill pressure, even though Abadaga does have his flash on the Orianna, so under tower should be fine. Can't
thank you,
really
Cardinal.
overextend, and this is going to be one of the things for the game as it progresses through the mid stages here. Once these outer towers do start to go down, how do DSG control their side lanes and their minion waves in the face of two very, very good split pushing solo laners?
It's tough.
It will be tough. They did get a nice pick for themselves earlier when they all group early on the objective as 5, and they fight as a group as they want to with this comp.
River and Quid alongside their bottom lane duo invading the enemy jungle, stealing away the blue buff.
This isn't good for
completing
DSG.
that task. XU still just trying to hang around, remove some of this vision.
Getting
He does not
denied
wanna go back towards
XP,
that
getting
rush, not
denied
at all. River with
gold,
the win
getting
becomes late, but it
denied
does
those
not connect.
buffs.
Who he and Scary Jerry
Just getting
looking to wrap
denied
around here, maybe
access in
punish
your
the
own
overstaying
jungle
members
is
of 100 Thieves as Ayla
just
has to try to
fully
use the
tough.
crash down to get away, but
Oh,
it ain't gonna
nice,
happen. They
XU.
overstay their welcome and disguised kicks them
See,
out of the
that's
house.
the aggressiveness from XU that I love to see. Like, he knew he could play aggressive there because he was overstaying.
This is the team
And he
that
pulled the
if they're
plug
getting free
flawlessly.
kills in the mid stages where there's not a
I love
neutral
that.
objective where they're able to group up and use their full
10, thank you so
like
much
that,
for the Twitch Prime
that is
and
a
welcome
extra cherry on
to
top
the
of
Mother
that.
Redacted Turnip Squad. Hope you're having a
We're
beautiful
not
day
really
today,
expecting
love.
to get
Filled
a
with
lot
nothing but
of,
sunshine and
picks
rainbows.
and stray kills between the objective timers, but very nice
Okay,
to do
so
and XU here on the Wukong, super popular.
Jinx
jungle
started
right now,
cracking.
Very effective in solo queue as well.
Is it an
with the exact
immediate
same build that he's
turn
going for
into
right now.
IE?
Damage
Or will
carry.
we go a
We'll see
Zeal
as
item?
Next objective coming up fairly
The cheaper
shortly here.
route
Sniper does have
is
teleport,
Zeal
Castle
item,
has teleport, so
but less damage.
both those side laners that are
So,
far away from the
let's
Herald
see.
have the possibility of joining.
And with 100 Thieves claiming the first turret down there in the bottom lane, we saw Sniper taking that one as Castle rotated down just a little bit too slowly. 100 Thieves will also be able to secure feeds for themselves if they get this Herald. They're the ones starting it up first. Disguised, aware of this, they want to stop. If Disguised gets it, they're just going to hold off the feeds. They're still only at 1 themselves, so then it'll still go on to the next Drake. Disguised moving up.
Castle's going for a recall too. He just hit level 11, rank 2 ulti on the Rumble, going for the purchase and teleport in. Here he comes.
Yep, he's going in behind the Rift Herald pit. He wants to be able to get a flank angle here. Quid goes over the wall with a blast cone. Crescent guard for the Zinjal, keeping himself healthy enough here on the front line. Quid jumps in and immediately drops the smoke. Castle's trying to burn him out of it. Quid has to Shuriken flip back away to try
that
to
was
keep
a
himself
horrible
alive, but the
ulti.
Super Mega Death Rocket does not connect.
All right, they trying to go in on Scary.
The wind becomes lightning, chases
He can kite that. He can kite that out.
He goes and alone. He goes in to die. 100 Thieves. They end up trading a 1-for-1 there as finally they get one back with FBI shot, making it even. River traded away for Castle.
I actually surprised there. Abadag lived on the end with Orianna getting chased through the jungle. The rest
They're
of the
not
team,
done.
though, XU circling around.
Yeah, they're not done.
Comes in, beautiful shutdown there on the enemy carry. FBI's down. Sniper
Wukong is so
taken
OP,
with
bro.
them. Quid hiding out in the smoke. He has to flash away or surely he would have been gone too. Big
Yeah.
moves.
I
from
like this
DSG.
XU, man.
Abadag is surviving
I like
the
this
1v2 in the
XU.
jungle and getting back to his tower.
DSG is making him work for it.
allowing for this
Exactly.
flank for XU, circling around their dying tower.
I like this XU.
DSG, they get the rebuttal. They get the last laugh. Here's another look at how it started with the deep wards being placed by Ayla. And then you get the teleport on that ward as Castle also had the mirror teleport on the other side. But then look at the left side of the screen. Abadag, like I was talking about, he had to deal with the Rel plus Sniper in his face, but he peels for himself with his Shockwave and then is able to go back for a reset and teleport in afterwards. Meanwhile, the rest of 100 Thieves, since they chased him out, we're trying to push
I
in
can't
on this
believe
tower,
River
and
went that
here's
hard
the
for that and
overcommit.
AV
Teleport coming
lives.
in on tower. You can't stop those anymore, by the way, even if they had been able to kill it. But XU really flashing around, coming through with the flank. And,
XU is
once Alba
good.
Arrives, they've got the extra damage. Toast and Po Belter are pumped.
XU knows the kind of trash he was talking before this series. He does not want the Twitter DMs that come with losing after talking that kind of trash. He is ready to try to carry this game 2, take us to a game 3. 1-1-7 here on the Wukong. He has been a part of every single kill for Disguised in game number 2.
If Sniper saved ult for the team fight, it would have been over for that fight.
Smallest of gold leads now. That's finally going to go the other way. Disguised taking the lead now, just shy of 19 minutes into the game.
And with so many neutral objectives added to the game, it does get a lot easier for comps like this to operate in the current meta, because you're constantly going to have, Dragon Spawn right now. XU is going to be able to move over to that one. They should be able to lock this up. They pushed out on the side lane tower as well.
Okay, DSG gets their first dragon of the game, and it's an infernal dragon, so ability power and attack damage, 3%. That's pretty solid.
DSG, collecting everything necessary, and now they just continue to look towards these spawns. Otacon in only 30 seconds back onto the map. They can try and use that as threat. Of course, 100 Thieves will want to flex the power of their solo laners as we kept on looking forward to this stage of the game when the outer towers do start to drop and there is more room to work
definitely
with.
stayed up late last night.
The picks are going to become a little bit more difficult to avoid.
100 Thieves also with the empowered
All right,
boots.
Voracious.
Could be in a little bit of danger here. Uses the Glacial Fissure defensively to get himself back to
Otacon
the
has
safety of his
spawned.
team. Otacon has spawned in the top side of the river. Voracious yet again. That's almost always the one that you're going to see in pro play. As 100
they
Thieves
do not
and
fight.
Disguised, dead even in gold, even on the Drakes, even on the Grubs. The game is on a knife's edge. One really decisive fight, one way or the other, can tell you the
Not
pace
minus
of the game
one
for the next 10
FBI.
minutes.
And I'm looking at a nice
Y'all be
power
looking
spike
at them
here for
cannons,
XU
huh?
on this Wukong. There's a reason this jungler is so popular in solo queue right now. A lot of carry potential, and we've seen XU not only flank around for that team fight, but also got the earlier pick on Ayla. Like, Rel is not that tanky when faced with the 2-item Wukong right now with the Conqueror. So we shall see. He's playing good defense right now. You know, we talked about the difficulty of handling your side lanes, and so XU has taken it upon himself to like hover in jungle, ready to shadow
Income
the
is
side
power,
laners
you're
if
not
someone tries
wrong.
to make a play on them. These
What
control
jungles
wards
are
that
they
you see
talking
on
about?
screen, these
Wukong?
shallow control wards are so critical when you're playing a comp like this to try and defend your jungle and defend your laners that are trying to collect the minion waves as they arrive. But XU does get chased out now.
He's already lost his clone. Shattering Strike
think that's
crashed
him
down.
being
Doesn't
dead.
quite hit what they were looking
Yeah.
for, but that is a massive shutdown as Sniper trying to evade his own death down here in the bottom lane, but no sir, the electro
Castle
harpoon
seems to be pretty
finds his
good.
face. 1-for-1 trade across the map.
Castle seems to be a pretty good player, in addition to like just being a good solo player as well. Like, he's working these side lanes,
Highlighting how he was playing
and like
safe on his own
he's
control wards, but he
constantly
moved out
ahead.
into the river, punished, and now they're going for Otacon because no XU means no smite for the side of DSG.
FBI with 2 fully completed items plus an additional BF sword. Plenty of damage there alongside River, but it looks like DSG
No
is
smite
not
for
willing to
DSG, but they
accept
do
this
have
as a
Jinx.
freebie. Otacon
Jinx,
still at about
listen to
6,000
me.
HP. Castle stepping up.
Look at
trying
the
to stop
damage
him,
per
but remember,
second.
There's no equalizer here in the Rumble. Quid trying to
they
go
on
after the
her.
remainder of DSG. Drops the smoke, immediately backs himself
Get out of
back
the
away.
ulti.
The bullet time flies out.
Okay,
Scary
no Jinx
Jerry
ult
trying to stay
now.
alive, but
Okay,
River's only
Jinx
been
is
killed.
dead.
Sniper makes his way in back from the respawn now.
That's kind of tough. It's just like the life of an ADC, honestly.
Has to flash back over the wall to stay alive.
They
Castle
don't
and
do
XU
the
both
Otacon
scrambling for
though.
positioning now as Otacon stays alive and everybody else leaves.
Ooh, what a dangerous one. Again,
Yeah, that
more
was-
casualties on both sides,
that
but
was
the
scary.
flank from Quid.
It was 1 for 1. Oh,
Ayla
1 for
there
2.
is able to put enough pressure on Scary Jerry to not only kill him, but they got both summoner spells in the process. Now, once again, though, they are going to look for XU, chase him out
Rel
of his own
died
jungle.
too.
Quid, he is hunting down this Wukong. Just gonna force him all the way out of here, make him scared to even wander into his own side of the map. That belongs to Akali now. Storm Surge, Empowered Sorcerer's Shoes, Rocket Belt.
But it's just not on the same timing as the rest of the team, which I think is a problem because he has been on 100 Thieves for a while now.
Ayla and Quid.
They
target
should
Scary
have that
Jerry from the
synergy
very
by now.
beginning. Quid lands his combo, and Ayla is able to get the knock up and CC on him, forcing both summoner spells, and then Sniper teleporting in. There was no escape for him. FBI's Misfortune ultimate does end up being enough for them to get it, and they kind of are able to pull off the loop there. Meanwhile, though, River Xin Zhao with the 3 deaths now for him, soaking up some of the
Is his
extra
name
pressure on the
actually
other side of the
Jerry?
map, and so DSG still remain ahead in kills, though slightly, ever so slightly behind in gold. their team fight is very, very strong if they can
Okay,
get solid front
dads.
to back. They just have to worry about these flanks and picks.
Y'all are
All right,
so
bullet time
silly.
from Misfortune doesn't accomplish a whole lot. Quid, though, looking for Scary Jerry here in the back. Needs a little bit of follow-up. A lot of damage onto the support from underneath, but
Whoa.
Ayla staying alive. Quid tries to dash back out, and he kills XU on the way. Scary Jerry and Huhi both try to back out. Abadaga gets the kill back onto Ayla, but it's still 4 alive for 100 Thieves. Only 3 for Disguised. Scary Jerry, the big damage threat, down to below 300 HP, has to retreat.
That was
and 100
scary.
Thieves will take the win in the fight.
These flanks and these teleports in are ripping DSG apart. 100 Thieves proactively, constantly looking for these angles.
That was a lot
and
of burst
finding
damage.
Another one there, even though it got dicey in the jungle. With all the AoE coming out, they still are able to pick up the extra kills, and this time around, they're rewarded with another objective.
All right, another Drake going the way of 100 Thieves. Let's take another look here again.
These
Right
double
here.
deep wards for 100 Thieves. They
Boom.
only had a little bit left on expiring, and that's how Quid was able to get in there. Got a little dicey for him, but he did have the ulti to both execute and
Castle tried.
operate as an escape for himself. River once again playing frontline and shoving off the rest of the team.
I love the react cams. When we get the
Castle
really
definitely
animated,
tried.
emotive players, the react cams are always such a fun time, man. 3-1-5 here on the Akali, 6-2-3 on the Misfortune. Another good game from both of the carries, 400 Thieves. Quid gonna find Huhi and Scary Jerry as he rounds this corner, but he's really not afraid of anything there. Just pops the smoke, drops the aggro.
I mean, it is just a fun game to play a cauliflower.
Pops the smoke,
Talk
pop
about
smoke.
the draft, and you're looking at an Orianna and a Jinx. Those are prime targets for him to deal with. Now, this time around, too, XU does not have the flash on the Wukong, so we shall see how cautious DSG are in their setup, trying to get some vision around this Baron.
Also, when you're thinking about playing Akali doesn't like dealing with a lot of hard CC. The only hard CC on the enemy team, Rumble has none. Wukong has his ult. Orianna has her ult. Jinx has nothing except chompers. Why are you ever going to step on those?
Oh, another pick.
Oh, hold on now. Sniper, all right, we're fine. We're fine. But it looks like we might not be. Quid has found Abadaga here in the jungle, tags him with the Shuriken flip, gets back out of the way off the shockwave. Abadaga's down, but are they going to trade Quid for it?
Oh my
No.
gosh,
Second half, the
Quid
perfect execution for the
lives.
perfect exit as bullet time over the wall starts dusting Castle's health bar. A little bit more is all they need. Super Mega Death Rocket ain't going to do it as River stays alive. Quid still just baiting him in on the other side of the fight. XU barely gets away, but Disguised is
2
hemorrhaging
for
in their own
none,
jungle.
bro.
See, you look at the game from an Akali perspective,
2 for
and it's pure
none.
fun. You look at the game from the low mobility carries.
All
and
right,
you're
so
like,
looking
not
at
so
Jinx's
fun.
build,
100 Thieves, though,
she went
with that
cracking
one,
into
even though
Hurricane.
Sniper's attempt with
And
the
now
Aurora
she's
ultimate
building the
doesn't actually
IE.
put too much pressure on Scary
I
Jerry.
personally think that's a
It's
little bit
just
out of
Quid
order. I
hovering in
think
the
if
jungle,
you're gonna
finding the
go
Orianna in the rotation, and
Kraken
that's the
first
issue.
item,
When your
you
team
definitely need
doesn't
IE
have
second.
the ability to push
but
out a lot on your side lanes, then even your rotations between your own jungle side lanes towards your middle are going to be a little bit dangerous. And if you hang around there in the jungle
Just
enough,
straight up
looking
hunting,
for
my
those
boy.
members passing through, Quid was able to find another one. And again, these deep wards constantly replaced by 100 Thieves so they can pull off these plays yet again.
Mid-diff, quid-diff, man. This guy is absolutely creating the gap between these two teams as this game goes on. They've got the Otacon now.
Holy.
They've got the false life. It's 2 Drakes to 1 for them. Next one's not going to spawn for a couple of minutes. There's nothing really on the map to contest other than those damn
Y'all think
structures
APA
for
gonna trash
Disguised,
talk
and
today?
I think 100 Thieves are tired of looking at them.
Are they gonna trash
And
talk
they also are going to
Dignitas?
create a very dangerous trap around Baron. They've got double control wards down here. DSG just going to run in, though.
They're running after it. River might be in a little bit of danger here. Drops the crescent
I will
sweep.
say
FBI's already
DSG
gonna
does
lose his
not
first
stop
life on
fighting.
this one, but Quid jumps into the back. Another withdrawal coming out. Really well thought from Disguised. Honestly, huge from them. They don't lose a single man, and they take 3 of the Guardian Angels.
That's massive.
They take 3 of the Guardian Angels, but they also get 200 gold for each kill.
Per reset
Yeah.
now. And DSG
It's
don't
not
lose anything, as you
100
say,
gold
Flowers.
anymore.
The only even flash
They
that 100 Thieves got
they
was the
nerfed it,
Braum
but like
flash,
buffed it.
which is definitely not as important as any of the other
so that's
ones.
definitely
That is-
still good.
That is a bit of a lifesaver there for
Yeah.
DSG, because some of the most
100
dangerous
Thieves kinda into
scenarios
that.
in the current meta are when enemy team has Otacon GAs and Baron is alive. But taking those out is step number 1. Now DSG can come back and they can contest step number 2, which is the Baron itself.
Okay, Disguised, you did it once. Now you got to do it again when you can
They
actually
do.
kill them. But you can still only actually kill a few
Quid
of
is
them.
flanking. Look at him.
Quid's looking for it. He
There's
wants
only one
Onondaga and
person
Scary
without
Jerry
the
yet
GA.
again.
The only person that
Bearing
has
down
it
about
is
5,000
Ayla.
HP. Ayla's got to deal with Castle, who's burning him down pretty low, but Castle has now had to use his own Zonias.
Okay, no misfortune ulti. Akali trying to get on Scary Jerry. Castle gonna die.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. FBI takes him
Oh,
out. And
poor
River's going in
Scary
with a win.
Jerry,
Becomes
dude.
lightning. Scary
Okay,
Jerry with a
nice
flashback on
escape with the
wall.
flash.
X's trying to protect him as Ayla
I don't know about that
goes in,
ulti.
who he is sacrificed,
Everybody's
and
split.
FBI is ready to kick Abadaga's front
Yeah.
door in. 100 Thieves take 3.
They're going to take that tower as well, Flowers. I don't see them stopping. Inhibitor will go down. We're getting the recalls, getting the reset here.
Yeah,
the defense from
that's
Scary Jerry
tough.
next to you is going to be difficult.
This is it, though. They have to try to defend here.
They have to make a play. Okay. Okay, XU. You did not peel your ADC, however. 2 did die. But you did not peel your ADC. And there is 10 seconds on Castle.
Will melt like butter, and
He tried. I think that was just a little bit too aggressive.
17 to 14. It's going to be another 30-minute
Wait.
game. Quid's just having a little fun with it. River wants to end the game.
I was about to say, okay, Quid, that was saucy. That was saucy from Quid. That was saucy from Quid.
He can smile and he can breathe a sigh
That was
of relief.
saucy.
Does not have
I'll
to
take
shave
that.
his head, even though he already
I didn't
said
know he
at
had
the
sauce
beginning
like that.
interview that he wouldn't deliver.
Yeah, that's why you don't gap. Don't gap beforehand. No.
Even if you're not going to deliver on the bet, like you don't have to say it until you lose.
Yeah, you got it. You keep
He's
that to yourself.
self-reported, Flowers. He's self-reported so early.
We don't do that. We don't do that. We got to train them.
In the end, though, they do get the dub. I really did like the 100 Thieves drafts with the solo laners, especially in the second game here with Fearless mode. Really kind of to come to fruition. 100 Thieves able to start out the LTA.
Castle's good, though.
We saw a couple of bright moments from Disguised, honestly, especially early on in game number 1. The way that they handled the
Castle's
team fight
good.
here in the mid game after the Otacon in game 2. But 100 Thieves, they had what it took to get the win. We're heading for a break. Chat will be interviewing FBI in the fan zone on the other side before Team Liquid versus Dignitas. Don't go anywhere.
Lots of flops. The ultis were a little disappointing. And the build order, I think, was a little disappointing, but he has time to learn. He has time to learn.
Are not guaranteed. Like common courtesy. Really, Brenda?
I know you can see.
When they say,
I'm on my way.
no way. Pretty blue, though. Or a fun night at the movies. Yeah, that's not guaranteed.
Hold on. Let me put you on speakerphone.
You know what AT&T guarantees?
Let me put you on speakerphone. It's crazy.
And the service you deserve. Or we'll make it right. That's the AT&T guarantee.
The human body was built to move. Not trapped at a desk. in
Yeah,
one singular posture
Equinox.
for 12 hours a day.
I'd eat them up.
It's time your chair evolved. This is Secret Lab Titan Evo.
Secret Lab Titan Evo. Is that what I have? It was Fakey Wakey.
Every move.
Y'all, it was Fakey Wakey. OMG.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Yeah, I think maybe in the future. This was just his warm-up game. All right, so that's the first series. The first series is now concluded. All of the games this week have ended in a 2-0. Not only did FlyQuest 2-0 Shopify Rebellion, not only did Cloud9 2-0 Lion Gaming, but now we have the 100 Thieves 2-0ing DSG. And honestly, Team Liquid being a #2 team from last year, I think it would be likely that they 2-0 Dignitas. So We might have a quick old little game day today.
It's enough to cook River. Sniper goes for the between worlds, and Quid is going into the back line. He's already found the first kill. He's about to go for the second. Abadaga is down, but Castle takes out the Akali. It's a bloodbath both ways.
Jinx, my flash.
Already know. Look at Jinx.
Yeah.
I'm coming right now. Help Riv, guys.
We can't no W. We can't no W.
I can look Jinx here. Oh, I missed everything.
Close.
See, you see how they talk about the
Castle stepping
ADC?
up, trying to stop him, but remember there's no equalizer here in the Rumble. Quid trying to go after the remainder of DSG, drops the smoke, immediately backs himself back away. The bullet time flies out. Scary Jerry trying to stay alive, but River's already been killed. Sniper makes his way in back from the respawn now. Who he trying to get out? Abadaga tagged by the shuriken flip, has to flash back over the wall to stay alive.
They're here. Quit smurfing, guys. We can win.
We can fight after. Look, Rumble, we can't.
Rumble, we're on their flash. Rumble, we're on their flash.
Look here. Yeah, Rumble, no flash. No flash, Rumble. No flash, Rumble.
What was he saying? Quit smurfing?
I'm joining Jinx. Yeah, me too. We're both joining Jinx.
Just kite them.
Yeah, careful yourself.
Kite. Go Atacon.
How about Barrel?
Dang. Jinx couldn't live her life, bro. They just on her. They just on her permanently. That's no fun. Cheese wontons? Sniper hair is saved. Let's see if he's saying anything.
Hello, welcome back to the LTA North. I'm here in the fan zone with FBI. After your return to 100 Thieves and the 2-0, how did it feel to be back on 100 Thieves and also winning 2-0?
Yeah, it definitely felt really comfortable going back to 100 Thieves. There's a lot of familiar faces, and yeah, I've always loved 100 Thieves on org, and I think they provide literally everything that you need as a player, and it's been really enjoyable so far.
That's awesome to hear. I heard you talking with some of your teammates about the end of the game, the inhibitor. What were you discussing right after the game?
Nothing about the inhibitor. I was just talking about my methods were really disgusting, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
How's it been playing
Discussing
with
like
new
good
players on the
or?
team? Sniper with his Zoomer energy, and even River once again.
Yeah, there's definitely a mixed bag of characters on this team. I think, like you said before, Sniper's always very, very energetic, and then River's a really chill guy. So it's a good mix, I would say, in terms of team personalities, and I've been really enjoying playing with the team so far.
How have you dealt personally? I mean, you've been in the LCS, now the LTA, for so long, and last split was probably a pretty big letdown. How did you deal with the offseason to get yourself in condition to play against 100 Thieves?
Yeah, I mean, considering that we just won the split before, the previous year on Energy was obviously very regrettable. But for me, after, it's just, you just take each year as it comes. I would say that, I mean, the last year really doesn't mean anything in terms of your current year. And I just went back home, relaxed for a bit, and then went for a Korean bootcamp. So I'm feeling in good spirits.
That's awesome.
good.
You played great today. I definitely feel like the MF in Game 2 was awesome. How was it playing with Ayla? Is there any extra Australian connection, or are you so much of a resident now in the LCS and LTA?
Yeah, we also have Australian coach, Sam, so it feels like I'm back home sometimes, hearing the Australian accents, and it's been really fun, I would say, playing with the team, and a bit of Australian camaraderie, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for taking the time, FBI. Go join the fan zone, and we're going to send it to the lounge to break down the next matchup.
He seems kind of mature. He seems pretty mature. I don't know, like just the way that he talks. He talked with confidence. He seemed like a very mature individual.
Back for our second series of the day between Team Liquid Honda and Dignitas, the two teams we have
Team
not seen
Liquid!
yet, and we
Team
covered this a
Liquid!
bit yesterday,
Team
but
Liquid!
they look exactly basically the same, outside of maybe some new photos.
Maybe shorter hair from Impact. That's the one thing. I know he had a little longer hair last time around. Maybe I'm misremembering
Love me
it.
some TL, now that's
Something's looking better. Maybe it's just
a
post. But
team.
yes, they are.
He is a vet. He is true to this.
But yes, the exact same squad.
He is not new to
I thought
this.
It makes a lot of sense to be able
Mad
to
Loverboy, thank you
bring
so
them
much for the
back with
follow. Hope
success
you're having a
they
good day
had during
today.
regular season and of course in playoffs. So I think the main thing I would say that changed for the team, they brought in Swiffer as assistant coach for the squad, but also just based off of the finals that they had during the LCS summer split and the letdown they had in that finals, and then of course at Worlds, they want to be able to do better.
Yeah, and this is a team that's very hungry to prove themselves once again because they were so dominant for so much of the year.
Y'all remember how they lost finals to Minions?
Kind of nipping at their heels, but TL did best them in spring. They
Tough.
did have a pretty good international showing in terms of gameplay, much better than FlyQuest at MSI. And it was these two teams with TL
her
kind of
dress is
edging them
pretty.
out for the top spot until FlyQuest, like the younger brother coming up, just like punches them out of the way. So I do think this TL lineup, especially since they know each other so well, they've stuck together now going into their second year. They're
Oh my
really,
gosh,
really
thank you, Mad Loverboy. Of
I
course.
talked about the bad
I hope you
part
have a
at the
blessed
end
day
of the
today
split,
as
and not so
well.
much literally the full success they had in spring and then the perfect split they had in the summer split. So like it's one of those things where you need to remind the audience how good this team is, and you know which team is going to be knowing that full well. Dignitas. You know, like you're going up against them, they have to know that it's a revamped roster for Dignitas. The one piece that they kept, of course, is Isles. That you actually liked just yesterday. You talked about it a little bit, Emily.
Yeah, I mean, I think reuniting this bot lane is really interesting because when they first came into LCS, when XU was on this team, when they were together, we were talking to a lot of bot laners, and they were like, actually, Tomo and Isles are kind of difficult to go against in scrim sometimes. They do like going for those hard 2v2 plays. I think the big thing that I do want to also call out, Lyra making his glorious return.
I saw him earlier today.
To the Riot Games Arena stage. I have seen this man single-handedly carry Envy back into the LCS previously.
Did he get cut?
But obviously he's
What
been
team
out
was he
of pro
on?
competition, and that is because
Was he NRG?
is dealing with some visa issues coming over. He will be their starting jungler, but for now, Lyra is substituting in.
And we talked about basically every
Was
player
he
at this
NRG?
aspect except for Kaney. Kaney is a player that
I remember his face
because he's
like
the one
like
that
it's
kicked
yesterday.
Quiz Keith in when we were
But
at play-ins with Rainbow 7. When I was watching his play going into play-ins, watching him in LLA at that time with
For some
Rainbow
reason, I
7,
can't remember
he
what
is
team he
such
was on.
A exciting player to watch, willing to take skirmishes constantly. I remember a lot of his Lucian gameplay when he was there. So it's like he's somebody that is going to try and be dominant within the lane.
And speaking of exciting players, I think the name on this roster that
so excited for LTA. I was lost during winter when there was no pro play. Yeah, it felt kind of empty not having pro play to watch on the weekends, honestly.
Not worried about debuting in the LTA against Team Liquid. Let's take a listen.
Okay, does anyone want to play Team Liquid?
I'm good. Hey, figures? I'm good personally. Hey, figures? Whoa.
Oh, nice.
Wow. It's rigged, right? It's always rigged.
Bro. Okay, Surdy, your first match in the LTA is going up against Team Liquid and Impact. Any thoughts on the matchup?
Looking forward to it. I think Impact is really good at a lot of the things I've struggled in the past, but I know that I'm better than him at the things that I'm good at. So look forward to making a splash.
Okay, period.
I mean, they were on the same organization with Surdy, who was in Academy at that time. And so it feels very natural to make this the featured matchup, both Surdy versus Impact. And I know what you're thinking. This is the successes of Surdy, of course. He was the NACL champion with
Not
Fly
kicking your
Challengers.
feet,
He was the CLL champion
Giggling.
with St. Louis
LTA North and
University.
South rivalry
he
is
just
gonna go
he
so
basically
crazy.
did everything
I'm
that you wanted out of a player.
excited.
He streamed a lot. He got like peak above 2K LP in solo queue rank 1 and rank 2. So he's someone that everyone is hyped about. But that being said, he's going up against Impact. This is the featured matchup you want to talk about. And I know you're thinking the same thing. I'm thinking the same thing. Of course, we'll look at Impact immediately and look at his accolades. We should talk about it. This man is just the GOAT.
Yeah.
Just look at it. 6 LCS championships. An LCS MVP that just came off last split. So he's a fresh MVP.
He's amazing.
Too. He's hit everything, and I forgot to mention the most important part, the world champion aspect. He is a world champion. So, you know.
And he's got 8 world appearances. That's a seasoned veteran.
So I wanted to talk about this matchup.
Seasoned veteran.
Because I know we want to hit the
I'm doing well, Georgie. How are you doing,
I know what
babe?
you're thinking. I know what the people are thinking. It's very lopsided. So I wanted to kind of etch that
Oh, what
into
do they
your
say,
memory.
Mega?
All right, what
Let's
you got?
talk about it. First things first for me.
Oh no,
is-
Raz, I've seen a graph like this before.
Oh yeah, but this is supposed to talk about the strength of a specific player. 3 NACL and collegiate titles versus 0 for Impact. Kind of disgusting, I'm not gonna lie. Go to the next one. Ooh, the LPL difference, the LP difference, less than 2,227. So you can already see, I feel like Impact is shaking a little bit.
I don't know, he looks pretty skeptical of this presentation.
I mean, he needs to start looking. He's looking away. He needs to be looking at this so he can recognize the skill difference. And the last 20 solo queue games, 13-7. Meanwhile, Impact is in a losing end of this. So overall, if you're thinking about this, and I have to add one
That's
more. I
wild.
personally must add one more if we could. I'm using my clicker and we'll see if we end up getting it. But I feel like I already made the point very clear. The clear point is that Surdy might have an advantage here.
Okay.
What? How?
I just showed it to you. I felt like I made it very clear. You need to be the one with the rebuttal, the retort.
I think Impact, in all seriousness, putting aside, I am excited to see the debut of Surdy.
Yeah.
I actually think Impact, though, I know people have picked on his champion pool before. I actually think he's proven them wrong. However, another thing that I want people to know about Impact is he actually has a ton of creative picks just kind of lurking.
Mary, thank you
in
so
his
much for the Twitch
champion
Prime and welcome to the Mother Redacted Turnip Squad. Hope you're having a gorgeous day today. Will you be going to MSI, Kim? I want to go to MSI so bad. If Riot invites me, I will definitely be
Fearless
at
with this
MSI.
Team team could be really interesting, and Impact is actually one of the players that I'm looking at.
Yes, absolutely, Erica.
bring in these
I still kind of add some stuff in there every now and then, so absolutely.
But that he knows really well.
It's
He knows
honestly
all
like
the
my
matchups
go-to
really
because it's so
well, and
cute.
his team can play around him.
Exactly. And one thing that lane swapping has really brought, not only Core JJ and Impact being as smart as they are and how this team was the best and most creative team in lane swapping last year, like it can change and give you a lot of angles on different picks. So Impact can go in a long range of options. It reminds me of the beginning of the split, the beginning of the year. I mean, Flandre is the one that brought out the tank Jace.
Now everyone's playing
Now
it.
everyone is playing it. So if we're talking about like new picks and opportunities, we could see it here with Team Liquid.
Yeah, and I think another player that I would not like people to sleep on in terms of maybe some creative picks coming out of the jungle is actually He's played a variety of different things in the LCK. I know we've made all the Maokai and Sejuani jokes. He has made them where he's like, oh, you know, I kind of want to lock in something fun, and Impact is just like, no.
or just
Period.
breathing down and like,
Period, Erica. Yeah, absolutely.
But I do
We should
think,
make one.
Obviously, that was for the team. It worked.
Do you want to
really,
put
really
nails
well.
in there too, or should
but
we make
Umpty
one
also
called
has a
nails?
lot of
Because I
really
feel like we would
I'd
eat
like
some
to
nail
see
inspo.
Maybe come out once we get past those first few bans. As we've seen thus far in
Or we can just all
Fearless,
put in
it's
one.
been more about eliminating OPs and then trying to come up with
Okay.
compositions that are still
Nails, hairstyles.
meta. So we'll see. And I think TL is
It's-
actually also really, really good at identifying those things and then having their players being able to pilot it.
Meanwhile, with Dignitas, for me,
Slay.
it's a big question mark on how much of the confidence that we're hearing from like Surdy or the players will actually culminate to something on stage. Because specifically, we're hearing
Facts,
from
Omega.
Surdy and saying like he expected lane swapping to be much harder, of course, coming in.
Yo, Smolder.
And he felt as though it was.
Yo, here, brother.
But he was like, oh, I feel pretty confident.
Gotta get
about
my
it. So that
smoldy
confidence
woldy.
could turn into
He's got
something.
his
I
fit
think
back
it's about
on. He
time.
got his chain back on. He
Let's get to
said,
the
do
game.
your chain hang low, do it wobble to the flow. I know that's right.
Hello and welcome back to the LTA
Gotta
North, where
keep
the
my
first time in
smoldy
our new
woldy.
conference, two legacy orgs battle once again. Please welcome first the returning Team Liquid.
Let's go.
In the top lane, reigning LCS MVP Impact. Commanding the jungle, Umpty. Oh, Yapton, my mid lane Yapton, APA. Establishing his legacy in the bot lane, Yaw. And continuing his legacy in support, Core JJ.
Team Liquid!
APA, you guys can head your stations. APA, I gotta ask you, having fallen a little bit short in summer, what do you have to prove here in the first split of 2025?
I mean, it's our first match versus Dig. Don't have to prove too much.
What are your expectations coming into the match then?
Should just be a 2-0.
Fair enough. A lot of confidence coming from APA. You can head your station. Thank you, guys. Back to the casters.
And their first
I expected nothing less, to be honest.
To the region, please welcome
I expected nothing less.
Finally, debuting in the top lane, Serde! Earning his stripes in the jungle, XU. In the mid lane from LCK to LLA to LTA, Katie.
Did he just say
Back in
XU?
black and yellow, AD carry Tomo, and in support returning to the roster, Io.
Is his name XU too?
Thank you for that. And Serdi, I need to talk to you about now your first LCS game. I know I got your thoughts when it first drew, but now that you're a few minutes away, how are you feeling?
I'm really excited, actually. I think there's no better litmus test than Impact for coming into top lane as an LCS player. Sorry, coming into LCS as the top lane player. So I'm excited.
You're definitely coming in as the underdogs, but what has to happen to be able to take the win?
I think we just need to play to our strengths. I think we know what we're good at and what we're bad at pretty well, and we've done our homework on TL, so we're going to play to exactly what it is that we need to do.
All right, thank you very much. Good luck in your first game. Let's send it back to the casters to get us in.
Thank you very much. Welcome back to the caster desk, where we are welcoming 2 new teams to a new region. Also, shout out to Lyra, jungler, coming in for Dignitas, taking the stage today. It's going to be a lot of pressure on him because it's been a while since you've been on the stage.
It's been a long while. Lyra actually hasn't played since 2019 in competitive.
Yep.
He took a break for military service. He is back.
So his name
but
is
it's gonna
Lyra.
Be exciting to see these 2 teams, our final
So
2
not
teams
XU.
of the LTA in North, making their debut for 2025. Of course, Team Liquid coming in as the heavy favorites. But Serdi was one of the guys who was actually kind of confident against them. You know, a few players have been telling me, you know what, TL's not as good as they think. TL, you know, is beatable. No one was really saying that about FlyQuest, but I know that talking to the TL guys, like, I don't know what people are
XU
talking
was
about.
on
They seem to have
Dignitas last
forgotten
year.
how we ran this league last
So maybe that's
year.
why that
So
happened.
It's
Pretty
going
good
to be an exciting one.
Also, Serdi's the only guy that raised his hand during the draw show, saying, hey, I wouldn't mind Team Liquid going up against Impact for his first ever top lane opponent. The story around Serdi has been so exciting to follow because a lot of voices have been saying he's been ready for a
Dignitas.
while. He's happy that he's finally getting his shot now,
League
and this is
of
our
Legends.
first look at the top laner, who I think is got to be the most hyped upgrade or promotion from the Tier 2 system. I mean, Sniper had a lot of conversation around him as well, but Serdi has done so much to earn his spot, so now he gets the opportunity to prove why that is. But APA, in the interview on stage, he was like, no, it's going to be a 2-0. He seems confident that there's
Y'all
going to
think
be
it's
no
gonna be a 2-0
competition
as
here.
well?
So what are your thoughts?
I
Is
definitely
there a shot
feel
that Dignitas can do this, or are you on the APA
like
side?
it's gonna be a 2-0.
There's always a shot. I mean, you know, who would I be betting on? Who would I be predicting? Obviously TL. I think Team Liquid
That is a
definitely heavily
crazy
favored.
sign.
They made no roster changes
How
at
do you
all.
do that?
They are playing with their full, you know, intended roster. Dignitas, even if you wanted to predict them, they don't have Jaden. They don't have the intended starting jungler here. They are playing with Lyra, who did very well in the LCS
That's
back in the day.
crazy.
Yep.
But again, he hasn't played competitive in 5 years. He's supposed to be their coach, and he's having to actually sub in and be a player.
I want one.
You know, I did talk to Rigby,
I want one
the
for
coach of
Fakey
Dignitas,
Wakey.
and he was really emphasizing, you know, how seriously Lyra is taking this, how he is practicing like a ridiculous amount. In the first week or two, you know, on top of doing scrims, he played 80
I think that's
games, I believe,
APA's
of
mom and
solo queue
dad.
as well. So like he is doing, you know, non
Which is super duper
grind and
cute.
solo queue plus the scrims, and really trying to get himself to a level to where, you know, he can be proud of how he's playing and not holding the team back.
And to Lyra's credit, he has had very
Do
high highs
not
in the region
pick
as well.
Yasuo.
Do not pick Yasuo versus pick Yasuo. What do we think? Are we on the pick Yasuo side, audience?
Okay.
Are we on the not pick Yasuo side?
The real question is,
think
do
it was
you
more
want the
pick
team
Yasuo.
you're cheering for to pick Yasuo? Because
that's
everyone wants it on the other team.
Important distinction. Important distinction to make. Well, we have a couple of bans coming through here already for game number
Oh,
one.
let me
No
move my
surprise,
cam. Sorry,
Skarner
guys.
taken off the table. This has still been just the champion on the patch right now, maintaining its close to 100% presence.
Yep, and it is going to be Swiffer on stage for TL, as Spawn is remote for now, I do believe. So, they are going to be working as coaches together, and Spawn is going to spend some of this year remote. Obviously, had a great first year, with TL in the LCS last year, had been with the org for a really long
Why is
time.
Spawn
Had been
remote?
with Beyond, for a really long time. And that was kind of one of the big stories around TL last year was the promotion of Coach Spawn, up to the LCS level, and how well they did, how much they grew as a squad throughout the year.
I'd love to see Yun on
And
Jinx.
now we're going to see if that growth is going to maintain.
But I'd love to see him more on his Samira.
Region as they did last.
Well,
time
they
with Spring Split. Now
insta-locked
first split
Renata.
here as
Holy
sick.
moly.
Renata glass locked in.
Okay.
Whoa,
I see
dig
you.
season.
That's a really good drawing.
That is an amazing drawing. What the heck?
Well, so Dig fans are showing up here today. I was wondering who's going to have more signs, who's going to have more noise for them. I guess we'll find out during the games as well. But Callista also prioritized for Dignitas, a very high presence champion as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Callista really strong in the bot lane, a lot of early game power, and the name of the game this season, let's be honest, is objectives. It's all about fighting around these objectives, stacking towards feats of strength, going towards things
Court
like
JJ
Otacon.
said, "Pick
Callista
me, the
really does give you
queen."
the advantage
I do
in going
think
for that.
with
People are going to be very
Renata,
excited to watch this matchup in the top lane, though. Impact
there's a couple of
last
options that we
year
have,
had,
but I don't
the
think
debut
we'll be
game against
seeing the
Sniper, who actually
Samira.
solo killed him in that game. So we'll see if Surdy can try to
Senna.
replicate the success that Sniper had
Senna.
in his first game. It is a very classic
Senna.
Impact champion here. He is on the tank. We get Senna coming out, though, which is really exciting because Renata is one of those typical pairings with the Callista, and I think this was much more of a denial pick here from Core JJ. Wanted
Let's
to
go
take that
Team
Renata away. They are going towards Senna,
Liquid.
which I believe to be super strong right now. You can play that Enchanter style. You also can
He's
in more
going back
AD-heavy
to his
comps,
roots,
just rush straight
y'all.
towards Black Cleaver. And
Aurelian
there's some builds
Soul.
that are really, really powerful as more of like
Why
a
doesn't he
secondary
pick
threat.
Ziggs here?
So I do think it's quite strong. It is going to be Drake, though, which is going to be really scary, for Senna. Senna is
Yes,
very powerful in chip lanes. You don't
Yen!
want to take all ins. You really
Yes,
do want to poke and prod and kind of
Yen!
heal through that. Constantly be getting, soul poke.
Dude!
Draven,
I
Renata,
love
really strong duo. So they're
Yun.
really matching power with power here in that bot lane 2v2. Not shying
Yun
away whatsoever.
And I want to say this
For
is also going to make Surdy's
freaking
job a little
president.
harder because there's going to be 2 more bans. And also, we remember Team Liquid from last year, the team to lane swap.
Yun
If you're lane swapping
for
against a Draven,
president.
it's scary.
He's
As a
got
top
my
laner, if you have
vote.
to lane against that alone.
That's definitely true, but at the same
Split
time,
about to be crazy. I'm
maybe all the jungle
saying
attention will be
holy.
going down to that bot lane, and you can have an isolated 1v1.
Okay, I
so.
like this. I like this.
Okay, that was that was pretty savage. I respect the poster game. I have
Oh,
no
how I
art
love
skills
Yun.
whatsoever. As
Oh.
Akali and Vi
And I-
are going to be getting banned out.
Holy.
Vi, obviously,
I thought we
is a
weren't
strong
bringing up
engaged
last
champion here,
year.
would be something that could help to lock down.
I
This
thought
Callisto,
you
which
said
can be
that's
pretty
we
evasive.
not bringing
Can
up
have the
last
jungler
year,
obviously
bro.
pick for TL just yet. It is jungle on one side, top lane on the other. That is kind of where
You
we are
right.
seeing that
Okay.
difference for now.
Like,
But gonna
I
be
ain't bring
interesting to
up
see where
100
APA wants
Thieves
to go
at
as well,
MSI, not
because
even
he was one
making
the
it out
players
of
I think a lot people
play-ins.
kind of had questions about coming into this
And
year.
here you
what
are
would
talking
be
about
his focus?
Umti
Last
and
year
his
was obviously
gameplay
heavy
last year.
towards the
Like,
marksman,
I think that's
but when he first
crazy.
made his name for himself as like a Ziggs ASOL guy, obviously
Yeah,
he was more known
yeah.
for the mages back then. And it is going to be kind of just bans towards meta stuff here. This Tank Bruiser Jace, so popular. Akali as well, really rising in priority.
That wasn't MSI,
APA
that was
the guy
Worlds.
that everyone
My bad.
criticized in his debut.
Even
split.
worse,
Still
to
made
be
it to
honest.
Worlds, but then everyone was like, okay, when's he going to expand that champ? Well, he definitely
Can't
did
trash
last
talk
year,
the guy
but how
who
much
won
more can he
Worlds
expand it
within
in
the last
Fearless
couple of
draft
years.
now as well,
I don't
because
think
you
Umti
have
has
to have even
won
more- Oh, the face even.
Worlds.
That's a good sign right there. Hey, and there's the six.
Period.
All right, final bans come through
You
here.
mean
It's
100
Jace and Akali
losses?
from the side of Team Liquid. So only 1 ban
Dang.
towards Surdy. I do like that Jace nod.
Now, what
do they
did
wanna lock in
100
here? We're
Thieves
expecting
do
a
to
jungler
you?
if they want to save that
You
mid
know?
lane counter pick for APA.
Yeah, very likely.
What
Unless
did
they think it's a
100
contested pick,
Thieves
you just
do
go
to
jungle
you?
here. If it is a contested pick, if you think there's a denial, then maybe you do go.
I'm sure
towards
both teams are
mid
going to do
lane,
great this
but
year.
Wukong,
There
another
we
really
go.
strong
There we
pick on the
go.
patch. It does give them a little
100
bit of
enters
engage
is
as well.
crazy.
Wukong, can be that primary engage. If he's spotted, it's very difficult often to be the one doing it though. So you do often
100
like to have
enters
some
is
more engage on top of this.
crazy.
I don't know if they're going to really be able to get that from
Love
mid lane,
Yun, but
though,
I'm
so it
rooting for
already
my
looks
main
kind
to
of like a
take
pretty
cheeks.
skirmish-heavy,
You talking about Senna?
team here that TL is drafting.
Yeah, I love it into the Callista
and the Senna as well, because they don't have a lot of tools to just
No.
immediately disengage.
Impact has
from
been
the
in
Wukong,
NA
so
for a
can
while
lock them
now.
down. But it's Yone and Rumble locked in for Dig.
This is really strong, especially as pairings with the Sejuani. You have double melee solo laners, so you can attack, either solo lanes. You can look
I
down towards bot
do
lane as well if
indeed
that's gonna be
believe there is
spicy.
no way
But
Team
Yone
Liquid
Rumble
loses
also
this.
really strong combo because you go in, you throw down the ulti from the Yone, lock people in place with those knockups for the Rumble equalizer. You have Senna ult coming over the top to help those divers. It's a very cohesive comp. It really wants to dive deep and be able to try to punish. Azir here as the pick for APA. Looks like it's more just about the disengage here. Your engage tools become less
Your team
important
name
when
is
the
so
other
funny.
team really only functions by diving in on you. So I do think that TL has strong counter engage with
I
the Wukong, with the ulti coming
don't know
through
how I
from
feel
both
about
Renata as well
APA's
as
Azir.
So you're gonna have to really be on point
I'm
with how
not
you're
gonna lie to
engaging as
you.
Dignitas and make sure you're coming from multiple angles, or the hostile takeover is gonna absolutely
Not
cook
every
you.
game, but
Disengage
like
tools are
every
very strong,
series.
but I also want to say, Team Liquid fans around the world probably just let out a sigh. We set this up saying, can APA's champ will expand? His Azir was one of his most critiqued champions historically. Now he's piloting it day 1, game 1 for their LTA North debut. What
I'm
a
not
statement
too
here from
excited
APA to say,
about
yes,
his-
I can play this champion. Yes, I can pilot this, and trying to silence some of those doubters. Into Kaney's Yone, who
I'm not
as we
too
were just been
excited
saying,
about
with
his
the Sejuani in the back
Azir. I'm not
pocket
gonna lie
can
to you.
be a danger. So more so engage tools on the side of Dignitas, disengage on the side of Team Liquid. We'll see which style is able to come out on top for game 1.
Absolutely. Gonna have to find out, if there's gonna be any sort of a lane swap as well. Team Liquid was, of course, known as not only one of the best lane swap teams in the league, but one of the best lane swap teams in the world. A lot of teams, when they did go to Worlds, even from the LCK, the LPL, were actually trying to learn, how they were lane swapping, how they were playing out these circumstances. I do think it is simplified this year compared to last in the way that you do have to do these lane swaps with some of the minion changes. The top laners are higher level. The cannon minion comes later, so it's easier to kind of cover on the dives. But TL doesn't mean that they can't still get a big advantage by playing out these lane swaps. And I'm going to be excited to see if they can pull it off.
All right. Make some noise, Riot Games Arena. We're getting
Let's
into game number 1 between
go.
Dignitas and Team Liquid. Each of these organizations debut in the new region, the new format, the new
Jungler picks are so
everything.
boring.
And
Wukong,
again, two storied
Sejuani,
organizations
they're just so
in the North
strong.
American region. Happy that we get to have
They're
even
just
more
so strong.
legacy here. As the level 1s look to be fairly tame. Impact actually finding Toma right
Let's
now, level
go,
1. Toma's gonna try and
Liquid.
dash away here. Let's see if he loses a summoner spell for this. I think he can just walk.
Just
Yeah,
drop my
dodges
ring.
the
I
third
can tell you
teleport
don't
strike.
respect top laners by calling that tame, because that's about the most action top laners get in the first 10 minutes.
You know what? Fair
He
enough.
hit that guy like 3 times.
Yeah, that's a good point. With the current state of solo queue, top laners are actually having a rough time these days.
Dang.
Getting first blooded, but
Almost
look at this. We
2,000
talked about
days
Lyra
since
at
he
the top
played
of the match.
competitively.
It's been a while since he's
Almost
been in the region.
2,000 days since he has actually last played competitively. It
How
was
many
with Clutch
years is
Gaming at
that?
Worlds in 2019. That was his last competitive game. So,
6
going to be
years.
excited to see how he can perform here.
Good.
This guy
Goobly-goo.
was a legend in the league, especially when he first came in. I think
100th
back to,
place
the
is
Italy days and
insane.
stuff, how he was just hard carrying some games. It is going to be Surdy getting the bad news here. He does not catch them.
Oh no! Welcome to the LTA North 30. That's a flash level 1 with the trademark Team Liquid lane swap here. Yannick Cora JJ gonna make it.
They
just
do
rough for him, and they
indeed
have the ward
love
down.
to
They're gonna
lane
back it
swap.
stopped.
He's gonna keep
I think
chasing.
100 Thieves
This is
loves
gonna
to
be
lane
pretty
swap the
annoying.
best.
Cora does have to be a little bit careful about the Sejuani, but he is going to spot Lyra, gives himself that full info. And as soon as you saw the Rumble coming through, you oh my god, he got the big
he
wolf.
got it?
He got the big wolf.
That's
actually,
crazy.
that hurts, man. That actually really hurts.
Well, welcome back to
good.
Lane Swaps Team Liquid.
Poor JJ just too good at League of Legends, man.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as you saw Surdy did go for a carry, it wasn't going to be tank versus tank or anything like that. You do know that TL is probably going to want a lane swap. It's double ranged down in the bot lane for a dig, and you have a Cassante who's going to be able to be better at low economy than the Rumble is, right? So that's going to mean it's an advantageous thing for TL lane swap, and now they're able to pull it off.
And they're already kind of pulling the emergency brakes here. Isles is going back to the top side here to back up Surdy, so they're going to have a 2v2 up there. Because, again, it's so scary against the Draven if you're laning solo.
It really is, and I think basically the read here is just, okay, we can't punish Cassante anyway, so give solo XP to our Callista.
Yeah.
I just cover the Rumble. Rumble already lost his flash at level 1, so if there were an angle to a dive, it would be in a game like this where he already has no flash, so he's going to come in and cover. And it's also going to allow you know, maybe a little bit more trading and a little bit more
Oh, you
soul
like me,
collecting
huh?
up in that top lane. 'Cause it's
TikTok,
actually
thank y'all
so
for liking the
important for
live.
Senna to be able to get that. Each soul not only is just gold income, but it's a tremendous amount of
Oh,
gold worth of stats.
thank you, Dark.
And
Sorry
if you are
about
not
that.
collecting those, you're really not a threat later on because you're so dependent upon that additional range, you know, to really be strong in the late game.
As Candy and APA take a mini trade here in the mid lane. We do see Umti has path towards the top side, so even though Isles is there, heal summoner spell will help, but Surdy flashless. Maybe they look for something. But actually, they would have known that the Gromp wasn't taken.
Exactly.
From the earlier invade.
He's just going to go for Gromp. They'll just nonstop push in top lane. They know that Set20 should be down on this bot side. APA should be able to stay safe here. We'll see if they do go for a look, but I mean, APA has a soldier.
Yeah, he's fine. Conquering Sands gets away. Shifting Sands to the turret, and Dignitas Lyra jungle first look right there, not going to find it. Now he's going to head back to the top. Scuttle, there's nothing to do on the top half of the map. So now it's up to Jan and CoreJJ to realize that. They're actually just winning to trade against Isles and Surdy. Almost getting first blood. That's heal down.
Yeah, I mean, you are
CoreJJ is hungry. He's playing aggro. I like it.
You want the short trades. You don't want that extended all in. It's so difficult when you do get chunked down if you get hit by an ECC. And so now Isles has no heal, has got to be really careful because if he gets caught by, you know, a flash handshake or anything like that, he is going to be dead.
The only thing I can say is that Jan and CoreJJ might be feeling empowered to just keep pushing here. Maybe Lyra looks for it. No, Lyra's actually backing. So there's not going to be any assistance up here.
And it's,
Well,
it's
that's
so
good.
tough
You
too,
hope
because
they don't live
with
up to
that
the
engage
jokes,
towards Gromp, we saw that there was a ward put down on the Tri-Brush on
those
top
are
side.
savage.
He also took the Scuttle, so there is quite a bit of vision coverage. And with that big HP advantage, even if you go for the gank, I don't really know that it's going to work for sure. You know, there is, of course, still barrier available. There's the bailout. You know, it's a lot that you have to be watching for. APA playing pretty respectfully here towards Kane, who I think is a player who may be kind of overlooked. You know, this is a guy who actually played very well.
That
at
man's
Worlds.
jitter
You know,
step
he
is
did
so
very well
nice.
against Quid, who, you know, was kind of looked at as the Quid and River show. You know,
I don't
going to
know how
Worlds,
people
think,
jitter
okay,
step.
Yeah, maybe
It's
some
too
of the
many
other lanes won't be
clicks,
able to
hurt
hold
my
up,
wrist.
But for sure, mid and jungle are going to dominate. Wasn't the case. Kaney actually did really well. You know, not even just playing the meta stuff. He had a really strong LeBlanc game at Worlds. You know, has been able to be quite a flexible player, and I think it's going to be pretty exciting to see what he can get done in the LTA.
Isn't that crazy though, Tabs? Because Reckless used to be an ADC main,
C9, Saint as
and now
well.
he's known
so
for
Kaney has flown a little more
support.
under the radar here. Let's see if he's able to have a flashy debut game in the LTA North. Right now, though, we have still Jan and CoreJJ up top, and now Tomo has joined in on the party.
I mean, so far, very close. Obviously, a slight lead for TL. Really just gained by that jungle invade. You know, the fact that they actually, you know, pushed out Lyra. They stole away the Gromp. They take the big wolf from Core. And it is going to be Dig here over on those grubs. But Umti is around, and TL can move to try to contest.
He's only level 5 for Jan CoreJJ. No ultimates available, which means it's harder for the Wukong to walk in confidently. If you can just smite one of these away, or at least deny the feat of strength. Stacking there as he's actually going to go for it. Dignitas will concede and just back off.
Yeah, so basically Dig had the push on top, and they just used that for a first move in towards Grubs.
Super
As soon
insane.
as
I
Jan
remember
gets
when
that wave
Silver
in
was
towards
his
the tower,
champ.
he's moving down.
Crazy.
They're going to say, you know what, we got 2, you can take the last, and we'll just back it out. We'll take that slight win.
I would like
It's also
for Yun to get a
nice,
triple
you know,
kill.
As Senna, when you can move around towards Grubs, because you get a lot of souls from that. You can see he's up to 23 souls now, so already hit that first 20 mark for the additional range. They're going to look for Tomo.
And again, no heal on Isles, so maybe flashes are going to have to be used here. Jan throws up, get the shield from CoreJJ as it's just
Like, how do you
damage,
stop
but
that?
Liquid coming
How
out
do you
ahead in
stop
that
a
exchange.
Draven from running at
It's a trade
you?
of barriers, but they get the flash off of Tomo, so they're going to keep the pressure up here. Isles, you know, trying to position as
Like,
aggressively
what's
as
the
he can, but they have
counterplay?
no
Just
vision defensively
CC?
now, and
You
without
have to
that
land
summoner,
CC?
could be scary if the Wukong is in the darkness there, and may well be.
Okay,
Not
they're
gonna be
spotted it out. Oh, now he's there. And has level 6. Cyclone used Tomo in trouble. No summoner
First blood.
spells. Whirling death for Jan. First blood. Picked up by Team Liquid's bot laner.
Nicely done. Going to be able to
Nice.
get
Cash
those
in those,
advantages with the summoners. And then
little
Umti hits
stacky
6,
stacks.
flashes in. No
He's
real
6
way
now.
out for Tomo in that situation.
Yeah,
Now gonna be able to
Tomo
grab a
already
plate
used
on
his
top
flash.
side and open up the first real advantage of the game. Remember, it is not first blood anymore. It is
Hey,
first to 3
Draven, I do
kills.
too.
That counts for the feats of
Oh,
strength,
you
so
just tell him to stop.
that is still on the board for
Gotcha.
both teams.
But the concerning
makes
thing is
sense.
once
That
Draven
makes
gets a
sense.
kill,
So like Draven's running you down, you're slowed by Z, and you're just like,
snowball. So,
swiper, no, swiping, and he just,
yeah, we can see it one more time.
he just
It's
kills
really
out right
about the
there.
previous play here. He's
That's
just gonna
valid, that's
flash
valid,
in,
that's valid.
Pops the ult, clones forward, another use of the ult there. Doesn't really have to maximize damage at all. He's not even EQ ulting.
Oh,
He's not
please, you gotta add the please, gotta add the please.
The second
Can't just
activation
say
there,
something all
in between
willy-nilly.
the ult activations, but it just didn't need to. All he needed to do was get in there for the CC and allow his team to catch up.
As a
That
Jinx
was the
main,
primary
also,
thing.
I've never
And the
figured
cash
out how to
was
play
worth
against
an
Draven.
additional
As a
333
Jinx
gold
main, it's
for
hard to lane
Draven.
against him because you're so
that's not
immobile
really just one kill of gold.
already,
He
and
actually just
then
got two
when
kills
he
as well.
has his movement
shout
speed
out what you
buff,
saw
in
on the
addition
camera,
to
APA's
the
parents
ability
in
to
the
slow
audience.
you,
Love that they came here to
and
support. You wanna
Jinx's
support Team Liquid
counter
and the league as well. Here's a
is
friendly reminder
burst
that
damage.
subscriptions to the
Draven
LTA
does
North
so
Twitch
much
channel
damage through his
so check those
autos
out right now. Azale,
that you
emote, I
can't
believe.
win an auto
Do you remember
fight.
what yours is?
Jinx wants to take
it's
auto
Nodders.
fights.
Nodders,
That's
there
where
we
she
go.
excels.
like it.
It's
But
pretty cursed,
she can't do
actually.
that with like
Yeah,
burst
it
damage
is.
doers. So like a
I'm not
Lucian,
gonna
a
lie,
Kaisa,
I don't remember what it looks like, so I'll have to take a look at it later. and I'll
Draven.
rate it. I'll rate it
It's super
after.
duper hard.
Yeah, it's
So
a good one. They cooked. They
Yeah.
cooked for sure.
playing
Give
Jinx
you
into him
nightmares, though,
is
so.
tough.
Okay.
Not before bed. Don't.
Has Melvin
with my
picked in
morning
pro
coffee,
play?
yeah,
I don't
one
think they
morning
can
coffee.
pick
Once the night
her
goes
yet
home, you know.
since
Team
she
Liquid right
just
now
came
still
out
pushing in the
this year,
top lane
this
here.
week.
Still level 5 for
I don't think they can
Isles.
pick her.
JJ is matching that right now, but looking at the bot lane, Umti is actually hovering around there. He's going to go for a back. I thought maybe we look at Surdy right now, but so far the action really has been around Jan and Core JJ. What can the Draven and the Renata Glass get done?
And I'm not too surprised. I mean, this is kind of what the game becomes often when you draft these style of lanes. Kalista, Draven, both want to get ahead. Both are very snowbally champs, and both kind of suck from behind. So both teams really want to keep, their bot lane enabled, want to pin down the enemy bot, and really try to put them behind.
It's okay. Team Liquid, they're just warming up, Jan, he's got that one kill.
Yeah, I
He's
guess
working
the
towards that first
slow
item.
in
I believe that
the
game
queue
state will begin
Cardinal.
to accelerate once they start stacking up some more objectives. These next scrubs are spawning here in 30 seconds. We saw that there was not a full contest for the first stack, but could see it for this one here, because if you can get to that 4 for either team, it really helps your turret taking ability, as Lyra does not realize that he's just spotted by Umti right now. We see it. He does not. Let's see if Lyra gets punished for this now on a control ward. I think that he'll probably back off, I imagine. Ooh, that W landed. Maybe they go in, but now Lyra again. I'm just waiting here. Because of the vision that we have, we know that Dignitas are in a bit of trouble if they get engaged
really?
on, but with level 7 Sejuani, you are still pretty
Seeing
tanky.
Mel
Now they
destroy
see
Draven.
that Umti's in the neighborhood.
Yep, going to get that info, and we'll see how many grubs they are going to look for here. Are going to be starting this up. Both top laners do have TP available, but they're both still sitting on the bot side. Kaney gets the earlier push as APA
I like
went
this.
back to base.
Yeah, and he's not even TPing back
Okay,
to lane.
one
He's walking all
down.
the way there, so if he groups up, he's going to lose the wave. As now the
Lyra,
whiff
you miss,
engaged
he
from Lyra,
missed.
and now he's going to get punished for it. Donnie Shadow over the top of the shield, but Lyra will still go down. APA now TP's in and has the shuffle flashed away by Isles, but the whirling death again for Jan will pick up another kill.
And that's the Feudal Warfare there as well. 3 kills now for TL. They're going to get all 3 grubs as well, so they will get some progress.
I'm rooting for Team Liquid fully and wholeheartedly, but dang, bro.
They need for those feats of strength.
That's mad tough.
But they are
Y'all, I said I wanted
heavily
Draven
in
to
the
get a
lead
triple
now.
kill.
All
Look at
3
his
kills
look at his
going to
kills.
the Draven
Yeah.
is
Look at his
exactly
kills.
what you would want. I mean, he's almost the entire gold lead. That is a 1,500 gold lead individually.
It
for the
wasn't a
Draven at this
triple,
point. And Team
but
Liquid are running the
it might as
exact
well have
same
been.
roster back from last year. This may seem like a foregone thing, but it doesn't actually happen that frequently in League. Even among the top teams, 0 roster changes. This is the first time in Team Liquid's history that they didn't change someone year over year.
That's wild.
Inspired as well on FlyQuest. He talked about how this is the first time in his entire career he played on a team where there wasn't a roster change year over year. It almost always happens.
And just for context, Team Liquid has been in the region for like a decade.
Yeah,
That's an insane amount of time to not have a roster swap. But here's that play where, again, Jan is getting fed. I said it before. Once you get that first kill, you can get a couple more.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, Lyra looks for the engage. It's a swing and a miss, and they just realize it's going to be a lost fight pretty much immediately. And you could see that Tomo was just bailing out. As soon as that whiffed, they know,
And the
all right,
Senna is
Lyra's
using
dead.
the
There's no way we're
pretty
winning the fight.
Senna
Tomo's just
skin
walking back to top lane to farm,
too.
and it's just going to be clean
Pretty
up duty
girls
for Team
don't
Liquid. They're now back towards
lose.
this bottom
Pretty
side.
girls
They
don't
have significant advantage here.
lose.
And you can see,
She's
wow,
so
I assume
pretty.
that 30 must be close to level 9, but yeah, there. But still, it's over a full level lead for Impact. In that 1v1, we haven't watched that at all, but he already has a Spirit Visage. He's just going to be building some MR and kind of just chilling against Surdy, and it's now on Surdy. the pressure to make something happen because
She's
it's his
so
team that's
pretty,
losing. You
y'all.
know, when you're playing
Like, thank
top
you
lane
for the
and you're
ice
just
cream
kinda farming it
cone.
out and your team's winning, you don't have to do anything. You're doing your job. You just chill.
And I think that that's the repercussions of what happened on the lane swap. Tomo was getting the solo XP, and Impact was getting the solo XP, as Isles and Tomo have not been able to survive the 2v2, but now they're going for their own play. Teleport flank here, as Jan could be in some trouble. Donnie Shadow again over the top. Bailout's
Jan's
used.
gonna
He's
die.
gonna flash.
Oh, but he gets a kill.
Jan makes it
I
a
love an
1-for-1
aggressive ADC.
trade.
Flashes in, does get the kill. I don't know if it's even worth. I'm not gonna lie, it looked really cool. But did spend his summoners to trade for the 1v1.
Goodness gracious,
does
I
end up
love
giving
Young.
up the shutdown. Nice play from Dignitas.
Literally my
the TP
fave.
comes in from Surdy from behind. Isles gets the root. They drop the equalizer. Everyone is there.
Like,
And they're
I
able to get
told
that
y'all
shutdown
yesterday,
onto their
I love an
Yone, which is
ADC
gonna
who
be
flashes
really, really
forward.
good. You know, it's
And
just
I
all
named
about this
3
kinda
people who will
coordinated
do
play
it,
here.
and Young
You know,
was
the
one of
teleport comes
them.
in from
And look
behind
at
with
this.
Surdy. Kaney is on the
And
side.
look at this play.
They get the
Boop.
equalizer down. Young
Bop.
realizes the only way out
Bow.
is to fight his way out.
Flash.
Hits both sides of the ulti, flashes
Pow.
in. It's actually the E that does finish him off with the stand aside. So
Freaking love.
you know, it's hard to be positioning for that. Maybe could have been blocked.
Tomo's
by the
probably
center,
like,
you know,
really,
had they
bro?
been
Was it worth
expecting
it?
But I think he thought he
Was
was
it
out
worth it?
scot-free. Still had the flash. Didn't elect to use
And
that.
it probably was. Look at that
But
man.
Not only did you get
He's
the 1 kill on Draven,
4-1.
which is
He's got
big,
Bloodthirster.
it means
He's got a
Draven has no
BF sword.
orders. So for any
That's a
next
scary
potential
man.
fight, he
That's
could
a
be
scary
lot
man
more
at 14
vulnerable because
minutes.
There is flash on 30. There's flash
Talk
on Lyra.
to
There's
him
flash on Kaney.
nice.
Everyone is going to have that up.
Talk
Draven
to him
could be an
freaking
easy
nice.
target.
Good thing to bring up because Kaney picking up that kill is now completed first item, along with a couple other components here. But I think bright side for Team Liquid, there's not a lot to fight over right now. The next dragon will be up in 3 minutes time. Maybe you go for the Herald as Kaney getting a good trade onto APA right there,
Fucking
utilizing that
nice.
item that he just picked up.
Yeah, and you can see the bot lane being covered here. So many wards, thrown down towards that bottom side here. All in this area from Team
This
Liquid.
is why
and
we
you just have
perma-ban
wards all
Draven.
over there on the minimap in the bottom right.
Honestly true.
Draven, so
I was
continue to
perma-banning
push up.
Draven at the
Umti is
beginning of the
covering them as
split because
well, making sure
every
there's
game I
no
played there was
sort of
a
play that can surprise them down on the spot side. They
there was a
have that early
Draven,
Bloodthirster
and then
working
it
in towards
became
IE,
Misfortune
and, they know without
and
Summoners he could be
Twitch.
vulnerable, so
I
they just
don't know
wanna keep
why.
And how much scarier is it for Surdy to walk down here 1v3 and try and catch the wave as opposed to Impact, who's playing this tanky Cassante right now? It's so much harder to take him down. So Team Liquid, they're going to get a tier 2 turret. Dignitas might get an outer turret if they can get this wave to crash.
Yeah, I mean, they'll eventually get it, but you're trading 2 towers for the 1, and you're also getting so much of that gold isolated on the Draven. Draven now 2,000 plus gold ahead individually, about 2,100 gold. We're at
I
15 minutes. Like, that's a really
see,
good gold lead for
that
your
makes
team.
sense.
That is a catastrophic gold lead when it is just in that isolated AD carry 1v1. Draven
I haven't
is gonna
been
be
looking
sitting
at
on
the
a
battle
ton of
pass, I'm
gold
not
at this
gonna
point.
lie.
1,500 in pocket, so he's going to be getting close to that next item. He's just out here on the map, going to continue farming, continue pushing in for these towers. Team Liquid also can easily take that top lane tier 1, which has been chunked quite low. And this is where it starts to get tough, as Dignitas, where you're getting pushed in on multiple sides of the map. We saw FlyQuest doing this yesterday to
I do not
Shopify,
like him at
where,
all.
yes, you have to overload one side to make a play, but
Speaking
He's such a super scaler.
Flash, and again, Glacial
Lyra,
Prison missing
Lyra,
the
no
target
more
right there. Team Liquid are able to get 2
ultis. No
summoner
more
spells
ulti,
only for their
Missy,
1 on their mid
please.
laner.
But that ulti from Lyra at least forced the flash from APA, right? So, I'll call that less of a miss and more of a, forced summoner. I do think that's still not a bad trade, but great play overall
they said that
from
it was
APA.
for the
Gets in, gets
summoners.
both those flashes, and
They
there's
said it
flash
was
on
for the
Wukong, which means you
summoners,
are
okay.
in danger if you walk
They said
close
it
to
was a
those
good
AD carries.
ult because
So they're not gonna be able
he
to
forced
contest
the
this at all.
flash.
That guarantees another tower is going to be going down. If they want to use it top, that would be an easy tower. Likely they can get top without even dropping it, and then just use that mid and secure the last of the outer towers and really start to balloon this gold lead.
And the timing of that play was great for Team Liquid because Jan's flash was still on cooldown. It's coming off shortly, but that was the objective, that maybe Dignitas could take advantage of Draven not having that summoner spell for. Team Liquid was still able to get it because of APA.
And they got the feats of strength off of that. Now they have those upgraded boots, so even more power in them. Kaney going to get interrupted here by Impact. Not going to be able to chase him down or anything like that, but still just being as annoying as possible. APA pushing up this top side, collecting a couple of those roses, and the bot lane's just 2v2ing
Oh, we're TPing. Behind APA right now, no flash available. Equalizer goes down, denying 1 escape path. But where does Kaney want to approach from? AP is actually walking forward. He sees that Surdy's going for the back. That's flash out from Surdy. Donnie Shadow again does damage to APA as Surdy will walk up and get the kill credit. finally on the board.
Yeah, APA just decides, okay, I can't actually walk out. Kaney is behind me.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go in, look for a kill. He gets the flash off 30 and gets the tower. So, yeah, he goes down, but you get a summoner, you get the tower, the gold becomes pretty equal, and you know that they committed multiple members.
Does it become
to
equal? So he dies, right?
You know,
That's
so they
300
teleported
gold.
well, so quite a lot committed.
He
for
got
that
the
trade. It
kill.
still goes pretty well for TL because they're also going to get the dragon off this on the bot side. So again,
No, he
this
didn't
is
get a
where it
kill.
becomes tough. If
He
you
got the
fall behind,
turret.
the traditional
Was it first
thinking is, all
turret?
right, we send an extra man, we get a 2v1, we get a 3v2, we make plays happen
It
with
wasn't
that,
first
which is
turret.
smart, but when TL is really not playing afraid, they're getting deep vision, they're pushing all sides, you can only attack one place at a time,
It's
right?
still a
And that's
turret,
where
though.
you're always going to lose out somewhere else on the map against a really good team.
I mean, Team Liquid
Okay.
played that very well with the rebuttal of, okay,
And
APA
he got
sacrifice
the
your life, we'll
flash.
get what we can. But I do want to talk about Dignitas and their focus in this game
6
so
years,
far. It feels like they
Cupcake.
haven't been that afraid to make plays, which I am happy to see. Yes, they traded down in that one, but they were still trying to be proactive as now they're getting engaged on here. Fate's call. Tomo will save his support as Isles will survive there.
But will they save the tower? That's the problem
I
now.
imagine not.
No flashes on him. Harold going to get dropped here. They can just walk straight up. Wukong's threatening
Tomo
the
been
wraparound,
on
so
just about every
Dignitas have
team.
got
It
to
looked like
leave. They might
Dignitas,
even be able to
100
get a second charge.
Thieves.
Just all 5 members here from TL.
Kaney is actually here, though.
DSG.
Umti could be in some trouble, and he dodges out on the Emperor's Divide, but Umti's still alive. He can't go down. Team Liquid rally to save their jungler. And now they're even diving the mid lane. Tomo's in trouble. Isles keeping him up with the summoner spell heal, but that is also barrier used.
Good goobly goo.
losing multiple summoner spells.
Good
and their
goobly
mid
goo.
laner.
I mean, Core JJ being
Team
so
Liquid have some
annoying there.
mercy.
Uses the Mikhails for the heal. Uses Summoner heal. Uses his bailout. Uses his shield. Every little bit they're actually making the difference. You know, even the Mikhails heal, which is, I don't know, at this point in the game, probably like 150 or 200
it's not
health.
much, yeah.
But that was the difference.
Yeah.
And, you know, he used everything in the kit to keep the Wukong alive because that time, the ultimate from Lyra, everything connected. You know, Kaney wasn't able to actually find the follow-up ult. Maybe needed to let that rip a little bit earlier to keep the CC chain going. But this was a pretty good look here. You know, get the Heartsteel proc, they back up, and then point blank, you know, is able to find the ulti on him, is able to find that CC, but then the sidestep there from Umti, and here is where you'll see them come through. That is the Mikhail's heal, that is the Summoner heal, that is the E, the shield as well. Everything coming through and everything counting to keep the Wukong alive. Well played by Core.
Get yourself a partner like Core JJ. He won't give up on you.
He really
He's gonna
won't.
keep working to make sure that you're able to make it out of
Till the
that
very
one
end.
as,
And whether
Umti
that's
now 4 assists
Renata,
here. He's
whether that's
providing that CC
Nami,
for the
I've
team
always seen Core
and
fight
getting
to the
everybody
very
fed,
end.
Everyone ahead right now.
Always.
Still with the 4 kills.
That's what I
to
love
his
about
name. And
Core.
top lane
He
also
is
still
a
doing pretty well
rider,
in the
a down
experience department. Now we're rallying around the
boy.
Adacon as Team Liquid are trying to control the
He is
vision
a down
to the area.
boy.
Yeah, I mean, that's where it gets really, really tough. You know, if you're already down 5K, they can
A
force
ride or
Otacon,
die,
they
if
can
you
really
will.
put the pressure on you to come and look for a fight, right? So that's where it's going to be very, very difficult. We'll see if they can find a pick.
We're actually finding Umti right now. Chain CC, Fate Skull, Fate Sealed rather. As
Wukong
the Nami
is
Shadow over the
such a
top, it's still
stupid
just not
champion.
enough damage. Umti burning down. Finally enough with the Leandries, but now
Okay,
AP
nice
looking for his own
ulti
play.
APA.
Emperor's Divide onto Surdy in the mid lane as he will be traded. Shut down gold.
I also
over to
think
Jan.
having a support like that, like having a support that you know you can trust to ride or die with you is such a liberating feeling because you know that if you go in and you're trying to make some stupid play, they're going to ride with you to the end and actually like make it possible for it to even work.
Kaney going for
Like,
a little trade, but again,
I'm
it
pretty
is a
sure
bloodthirsty
Yun
Draven.
feels
He
so
can
good
heal it
knowing
back
that
up,
he
and
can
there was
rely
no
on
ultimate
Core
available
JJ.
for Kaney, so there's never really a threat of a 100-0 type play there. So TL
Okay,
just gonna
now
go
who
back
rides
towards the
harder
top
for
side,
their
look for a
team, Core
reset.
JJ or
You
Keria?
don't need to rush when you're going against Otacon. You actually want it to be delayed as the winning team, which may sound a little bit counterintuitive, but it's about delaying
Porque
it
no los dos.
until the Baron. So you can actually chain these two objectives.
Porque
Because if
no
you're dodging out
los
on all the
dos.
abilities coming out from Otacon, you take very little damage. The GA effect lasts 2.5 minutes. So if you take that at 23, 24 minutes, you can then force a fight right around Baron and then just immediately res, run back to Baron. Even if the other team goes 5 for 2, it's
We
still a
int
5v3 on the
together or
map
gap
after you all come
together?
back
No, literally,
instantly
I
with
love that.
And it makes it almost
I missed that
impossible
a
to defend the
moo-moo.
Baron. And those two objectives back to back is
I forget if I
almost
add
always gonna
them.
be
I
a
think
win.
I did add
Sage
them.
advice from a
But I
literal
hope
world
to see them
champion. He
again
dodged
soon.
the Adacon damage.
I really like
Somebody
them.
tell this guys they'll figure it out later. Team Liquid right now are starting it up here.
Right? Oh my god, like it's so
There's
good.
no vision down on it right now from Dignitas, so they don't see it. They're going to have to peek their heads in and take a look.
Yeah, spotted down now by that blue trinket. So They're going to have the info that it was being hit, but TL will just pull off it, and they're going to look for Isles.
Yeah, Isles in trouble right now. Fairly squishy champion. That's
okay,
a flash
Isles, no flash.
Engaging snap onto Tomo. Doesn't have a lot of backup with the team, but here comes APA. Blast cones over. APA flanking deep on the Azir, but they've already traded Umpty for nothing right now. Dignitas are still up on the Rift. Can they survive the onslaught
There's
that is
so
Team
much
Liquid?
movement.
APA gets past them.
I couldn't follow the middle part of that fight.
Both of the bot laners, as nobody else from Team Liquid will fall. Lyra in trouble as well. Will he burn down? No, just barely alive. APA might be hunting though. Gonna back away. Dignitas do not walk up with an advantage in
There
kills.
was a middle
Umpty
part to that fight, and I couldn't follow it because there was so much movement. There were flashes, there were dashes, there were ulties.
The rest of the members,
there was just so many buttons getting pressed.
Fight through and take it. Surdy and Kaney actually got some pretty good damage done on the other side of the fight there. They got impact low. You know, they were close to getting some kills, but they just didn't quite have enough in the tank here. And once you get in onto Tomo, you know, Impact looking for the flash play on him made it very, very difficult. They were just really low on consistent damage after that.
And again, I mean, we talked about the start of the day. Is APA's Azir going to be it? He's actually made a couple of pretty clutch plays so far. I mean, getting the double flashes from Tomo Isles, which set up the Herald play. That play right there. So, I mean, the gauntlet was kind of thrown. And I think the doubters are getting silenced right now. APA has looked fairly solid on this pick.
And now luxury items start to come in, right? He has that Seeker's arm guard
Okay,
ready, so he
so
has
we're
the
getting,
stasis available. Knowing he's down flash,
we're getting Otacon, it looks like.
That makes it that much more difficult. Yon still has his flash available, as Kaney is pushing bot side, does take a tier 1. Dignitas likely not
How big is LTA compared to Worlds?
Yeah,
so, Potato Joe, LTA is just one region.
That's not going to be enough time.
There are several regions within the world that then go on to compete at Worlds.
I think a little behind
so
on the play right
it's
there.
small in comparison to Worlds.
Yeah, I think they were debating a little bit. I think the initial idea was
LTA stands for League of the Americas. So it's North America and South America. You have other regions like Europe.
So now you have those GAs available
Korea.
here. And this is where TL are just going to look to get hyper aggressive,
China,
try to force a fight right
Japan,
around the Baron spawn.
Like
either they threaten to take the Baron or they just march it down,
bunch of
flash on you under a
regions.
tower. You know, again, you don't
and
have to
Worlds
trade
is when
evenly, you
all
just
of the
have to
regions
trade. As long as you
come.
get a kill or two.
Yeah. This
really
is
low,
the
you can then
Americas.
utilize that res to go right back to Baron. And it is going to be incredibly hard to stop TL if they do that because they will kill the Baron so fast with this Azir and with this Draven that's already monstrously fed.
And this is what Team Liquid was so good at last year as well, just being a little ahead of the play, a couple seconds ahead, and now they're forcing this objective. Dignitas again will have to approach, and again, they just went for resets, so it's just going to be gone. I guess the play might be wait out the respawn timers here because the Otacon buff.
So not only do they have the Otacon buff, but they also have Baron.
If you give it, you say, sure, wait it out, but then they have Baron buff minions, they're at your tower, they're going to dive you. 100% they're going to dive you. They're not necessarily going to win the game, but they're going to dive you and then they're going to come right back and do it again.
And they're going to flash forward. Core JJ
Nobody's
on the
with Core.
Surdy, slowing him down as well. Umpty's here. And Surdy's locked in place for a little bit. Gets away. APA with another shuffle under turn, but it only hits the tank. As Umpty gets onto 3. Dawning Shadow gets the revive. Nobody's fallen on Dignitas. That was the dive, but was it worth it? Kaney goes in for the hero play. We'll have to snap back to the base.
APA comes right back.
For right now, but like you said, Team Liquid, they're just teleporting back in.
Yeah, they still have 3 of those GAs available as well.
They just came right back. They died, came right the freak back.
There's going to be a TP flank coming in here from Kaney, but he has no ult. Let's see if they can make it happen.
They do get the gold for it, but
lock down APA, but it was not long enough.
Yone doesn't have ulti.
1v3ing the rest of Dignitas. They can't back up Lyra and Kaney, so it's a 2-man
Lyra
mission.
is not on Draven.
Gets one more down. Now goes in onto Yon.
Oh, somebody pull Yon. Somebody pull Yon.
The damage dealer. APA can't quite get onto them.
Withdraw.
As Tomo's unleashed onto Impact. Shut down for Surdy.
Yeah, that was a little silly, Billy.
have disappeared for Team Liquid.
And
like, even though they don't die,
they get that big kill on him.
That is 200 gold
great defense
per withdrawal.
And that was just kind of an overforce from TL.
So
they didn't get on to key targets. So yes,
6,
they were
8,
okay to play aggressive
10.
when you do have that
That's
res,
a free 1,000
gold.
gold.
Really get any sort of a decent trade out of it.
Yeah, they didn't get anything.
And just even
okay, they got the
this
chariot.
is actually the subsequent play after APA had already died. He comes back. He has that stasis. You can see that Yon is going to try to look for an outplay here onto Kaney. What he's going to try to do is flash over the Q3 from the Yone, but he gets hit by it anyway. The hitbox is really big. Those kind of flashes have to be almost pixel perfect because the hitbox actually travels behind the character as well. So tries to look for the outplay. He was hoping to flash over the top.
I respect
then
it,
have the
though,
extra
from
damage to finish
Yun.
him off there and be able to make
I'll
something
always
happen.
respect
it
it
does
from
not work
Yun.
out. But I think that is less the failure and more the failure was the
I
initial
agree,
dive and
Omega.
initial
It's a
play, where
great
they
way to
only really
end.
got in
And
onto the
Omega,
Dignitas
what's
tank
the scary
and
thing
got
is
so
I
little
feel like
from that
these teams
Otacon.
need to
If
lock
APA was
down
able
that
to
type
scoop
of
up Tomo or
discipline
Isles there,
because
maybe
once we
that's a
get to
better play
Worlds,
for
once
them,
we
but
get
they
to
saw Flash
MSI,
available.
once
It
we're
was really
playing
just
against those
being engaged on the
Chinese and
Lyra.
Korean
that being
teams,
said, TL
they're not
still
going to
at
allow
Silk
that.
Root. There is going to be, you know,
If we're so
more
ahead that
on
we
the
can have
map for
Baron
them to get.
and
They didn't
Atacon
really get
buff
much
at
from
the
Baron
same
at all. You
time,
can see only 1,000
and then we pull
gold
off
from
that
the Red
type of
Bull Baron
play,
power play.
they're going to come back and
So that
win
is
with that
worse than
gold.
just, you know, the
You
initial
know what I'm
Baron
saying?
take. Not a lot of value grabbed, especially not what you expect when you see
So
both
that's
the
a
Otacon
very
and the
scary
Baron taken
thing
together.
Because it's important to remember that
that
okay,
we as a
so
region
Kenny
need to
going
get under
aggressive there.
control.
Even if they have the GA, it still gives over gold as Lyra now trying to frontline here for Dignitas. They're jockeying for this dragon that's spawning.
Because you
right
cannot
now.
give
Dignitas do not want to give
those
over a free
teams
dragon
like
soul.
any type of wiggle
It is
room because you
Chemtech,
give
which
them an
isn't
inch
great,
and they
but still
gonna
it's a
run
dragon,
with
so
it
it's a
all
lot
the
of
way
stats,
to
it's a
your
lot of power,
nexus.
and TL are playing
All
from
the
ahead.
way.
They gotta button it up here though.
Yeah, APA in particular, completed item up over Kaney right now on the Azir. Very strong with 3 items. As Umti's going to be on to the Dragon Yang as well. Kaney jumping over the wall.
I mean,
to
you're
get some damage
technically
on
not
Umti
on
and
the
scout
map,
out.
but
They don't
like
have a ward in
you
the pit, I
are.
don't believe.
Like they
It's
have
just out. Team Liquid,
TPs.
they get the dragon. That is sold. Dignitas were not able to push them away.
Yeah, not able to push them away. And Impact's going in.
Flash forward. As now he'll just jump back towards the team. Kaney with the knockup.
What's T here? What's T here?
Umti on the flank. Watch for the Wukong.
Oh, they on Yun for real.
Yet again, APA now onto the backline, but he's in trouble. Doesn't have the backup.
Yeah, they ate Yun up.
Golden though. Surdy with a shutdown onto Yan. That's something for Dignitas, and that's a lot more with the APA kill as well. Double kill to Surdy. Dignitas are making it happen. Team Liquid wanted it. Man. Surdy's going nuts as Kaney's pushing away Impact and Dignitas pushing the mid wave. They're taking down structures.
And this is objective bounties. They're going to get multiple objective bounties potentially here. They already got the one for the tier 1 mid. They already got a lot of kills, and Surdy is making it happen.
They played in Dignitas's face.
Very, very fed at this point. 5
They played in
and 1
Dignitas's
now
face.
on the Rumble. We can watch this one more time.
This is a very
engaged. It
good
looked like it was gonna be such a good
lesson
angle for Umti, but his target
learned.
selection has not been it. He
Very
goes
good
in over
lesson
the
to
wall,
learn.
and it's a solo engage onto Lyra, right? You want to be in the back line. Like, look at where APA is fighting. Imagine if he's in the back line hitting Isles, hitting Surdy, hitting Tomo.
Yeah.
You know, it's such a different fight. Instead, he kind of is trying to do this like half-hearted peel the front line thing with your Wukong ult, but it doesn't really work, and Yon dies anyway. While meanwhile, Surdy is just left completely free, and that man is locked in.
Yeah,
no reaction at all. He is focused on winning here. This guy has done everything he can at the lower levels in League. He won NACL. He won CLOL. He's made it multiple times as well to the NACL finals. He was, you know, the LP record in North America in solo queue was ranked 1 and 2 at the same time. It's time for the LTA.
How do you beat rank 1 and rank 2?
He's putting on a show in game number 1.
And remember, he got lane swapped on. He had the flash level 1 and had a rough start to this game.
How you beat rank 1 and rank 2 at the same time?
Suddenly he's beautiful.
You got 2 accounts or something?
The real message is he always was.
He always was. Exactly. We knew. We saw what was inside as now Dignitas, again, looking at Impact here. It's so scary to actually get onto the Cassante. He's got such a big health bar, so
his
it's usually
stats
just
built
poking him down,
different.
see if
Must
they can
be.
whittle him.
I feel like TL's going to start sweating a little bit. I mean, they're at 4,000 gold. They have a soul, but
they're just going to engage on Surdy right now. He is a little away from the rest of the team, but look at the damage! Surdy on a rampage just absorbs the engage. He will go down eventually, but that's not what Team Liquid wanted.
No, not at all. And I mean, Umti just kind of goes in, man on a mission there. And that was almost a solo kill from Surdy in what felt like, you know, 1 versus multiple members. Yes, he got the Senna shield. Yes, there was some additional damage probably coming in, but it was mostly all him taking down Umti. And Umti is having, you know, not a good game here. You know, did start out well, you know, was able to find some plays, but he is kind of struggling with his engages, and it's going to be TL starting this up.
Yeah.
There is no jungler for them, though, so this is risky. Kaney's down bot. They at least want to force out that teleport, but they should have the info of what is happening, and they definitely do now.
APA's playing goalie right now. If he can just shuffle everyone away, just keep Lyra out of the pit. It doesn't matter if they have the jungler, but now it's just an engage from Dignitas. They lose the Baron, but can they win the fight afterwards? Kaney teleports at the top lane,
Lyra
but
dies.
it's too far away.
Yeah, they're running down.
Yan is still fed.
Ooh.
He's still ready to fight, and APA's getting fed. Double
that
kill over to the
TP's
Azir.
gotta
Tomo's
feel
in
bad.
Trimo, Dignitas.
Okay, Tomo really clocked in though. Tomo really tried.
And this is his Azir.
That was a super sad TP. I actually feel really bad for him.
Goes for that long teleport. They didn't have a good ward for him, so he couldn't
Yeah.
actually get closer to the play.
That was
I think they needed
sad.
to go a little bit
And
faster,
then
try to
they
get a ward
ran
so he could
down
actually
away
join.
from him.
He teleports in. They just engage away from him, and now they're
That might
looking
be
to potentially end the game here.
I
We'll
think
see if
that
they can
is.
do it.
The Baron picked up, and they didn't lose any members. I mean, Dignitas were just hoping to win the fight afterwards. Equalizer will go down. Surdy is trying to do the damage. Kaney jumps to the back line, but just does that much damage with 4-item full crit Draven. Team Liquid taking out the turrets and the Nexus, and game 1 wrapped up.
Dang, why he
That was looking like a really not close game, and then all of a sudden, like, whoa, wait a second here, this is getting a little bit close.
Why did
And then
he
Team
run
Liquid
off
able
the
to close it out.
stage?
Overall, really strong
The
showing
game
from
ain't
them.
even
They
in
played around
yet,
their
and
bot
he
lane
up.
very, very well. Corignon looking dominant. They stacked a Jet as well. But Dignitas, showing some
Bro,
glimmers.
that's
there,
how
especially
quick
really
I'm
good.
leaving
Your
if
coach is the
somebody
one subbing
disrespect me
as
in my
your
life. That's how
jungler
quickly
after
I'm
not
leaving their
playing
life,
competitive
bro.
for 5 years.
That's how quick
And you're
I'm
able to
leaving their
pull back
life.
in that way. Surdy as well.
That's how quick I'm
LTA
leaving.
debut.
So for real.
That's a big check for me. Like, he
So
was
for real.
looking
That's how
good.
quick I'm leaving.
6-2-1
Nah, I'm about to post that on
the
Twitter, bro.
Rumble, a difference maker in a lot of these team fights.
That's
even
how
when
quick
being
I'm
put
leaving
into
if
a
somebody
lane
ever
swap and a tough
disrespect me.
situation at level 1.
Exactly, tough situation.
Nah,
but he
real
was able to
talk.
bounce back. But now let's head on over to
That's
the
how
LTA
quick I'm
Lounge
peacing out.
to break that one down.
That is how quick I'm peacing out.
Kangas, and obviously since there was a lane swap, I am going to be here to talk about it because Dig actually did a good job getting back into it later on in team fights, but I'm going to talk about how they actually made Surdy's life miserable for the first part. We had talked about this ward is going to end up being very important. It's going to scout Surdy in, Lyra out here, and we have the TL bot lane waiting here. Basically, they are going to be able to come down and essentially blow Surdy's flash pretty early on.
That's not an exit. That's an
but it's going to end
evacuation.
up
No,
really
like,
costing
be
him.
for real.
Core is
Be
going
for
to end
real.
up being an absolute
Hold on, let me check the audio on this. Let me see. Dang, why he
was looking like a really
That man ran off the stage. That man ran off the stage.
he run off the stage?
The game ain't even in yet, and he
very, very well. Corignon looking
That was crazy.
Jet as well. But Dignitas, showing some
That was crazy quick. Oh man, I didn't clip it right. Nah, he caked up. Y'all play too much. Y'all play too much. Y'all play too much. Y'all play too much. Now y'all looking at my man. Not my man's. Whoa, whoa. The man's cake. Promise you that's not what I meant. Promise you that's not what I meant. Not my man's. Not my man's.
You would think that it wouldn't have been as painful. But then Surdy actually was quite strong in the game, and they were winning some fights against Chemtech.
Dang, why he
was looking like a really not close game, and then all of a sudden,
Oh, Spawn is there. Why did he run off the stage? The game ain't even in yet, and he
Corignon looking dominant. They stacked the Jet as well. But Pretty low
Dignitas
based off of the rosters. They came in with a sub jungler who is their coach in Lyra, and a team that people didn't
How quick
have
I'm-
a lot of opinions on other than just kind of like hype and hope around Surdy. And their team fights were
Okay.
great. I think Kaney and Surdy in back-to-back fights really brought them back in it, as you mentioned. Especially if you look at the Yone play that Kaney had. I was really excited, so I hope to see a little bit more and hope we bring this to game 3.
Yeah, the one flag I would have, and we can even show it in the we have one of the later fights, is this is one of Team Liquid's problems at Worlds. Actually, they're great at playing the map, but actual 5v5
Our man's cake. Hashtag respectfully though. Hey, that can be y'all's man all day.
Them in a lot
all
of
y'all's.
these team fights. I'm trying to see exactly which one
All y'all's.
this was, and this was early on when they had the Otacon buff, I think, and then once the Yone
Here
respawned,
comes
and this is
Kaney.
Kaney without his ult, actually, with
All
the team
y'all.
behind them. Not only do they get multiple withdraws, they also ended up getting the kill onto APA because he'd already withdrawn and came back from Otacon. So just an insane fight here from Dig.
Yeah, and the flash over, trying to flash over Kane, or Kaney's Q3.
Yone. Yeah, Kaney's Yone.
Kaney's Yone. I was like Kane, no. Kaney's Yone. And still being hit up with that knock-up, still great. So like overall, I'm really excited for Dignitas. I want to see if they can pull this one in game 3.
I kind of hope they do. Otherwise, we have 4 2-0s.
Yeah, we can't have that.
We can't have that.
We can't have
that. Let's go Dignitas for game 2. It's going to be up
Team
next after
Liquid.
League of Legends just changed a lot. Here are the 3 biggest changes in the game. So number 1, there are Atacons. They're spawning at 20 minutes at both side or top side. If you fight it before 14 minutes a lot, then he spawns there. It's up to orange and other color. But remember, the orange color is the important one. It's Guardian Angel. And other one is giving you roses and some XPs. So number 2, this is kind of professional things, but minion changed. The cannon is not coming at 3rd now. The friends are coming at 4th wave, so they are coming late, and minions are dying faster because they are being stronger at the killing minions now. So that changed the dive waves, or like pushing and pulling, like bounce back waves. So be mindful about that, guys. The final change are the boots. Now
What
we
is
have
it,
some
TL win?
upgraded boots, right, guys? I don't know, you guys missed it, but you guys actually don't have to try out right now because I don't think it's really good performance with 750 gold with the hard options. So I would not prefer, but if you guys want it because it's a fancy shoes, you guys can try it.
It's for
He's
you.
so cute.
You like it? Come on, Charlie. Use your
He's a little cutie patootie.
Come on, let's go. I said go. Let's go. Silly.
Catch up these hands at Baron Pit. God dang.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Where is Team Liquid?
The new Red Bull Zero is here. 100% wings with monk fruit extract.
Before Dub can even get there. In time to try to knock out as Impact gets bursted.
Don't feed. Get fed.
Scan the QR code for LTA deals only on Uber Eats.
Oh, I don't think I can tag him. Watching pro leagues makes me want to play, even though I know it's finna tilt me. No, literally same. Like I want to lock in, I want to clock in right now, but like I know I'd tilt out. I know I'd tilt out. Ooh, they doing giveaways. Oh, they're giving away the bucket. Come on, Caitlin Kiraman. Okay, Miss Caitlin Kiraman. I'm on your neck. Give me respect. Hey. I'm on your neck. Give me respect. I'm on your neck. Give me respect. Hey. 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 I'm on your neck. Give me respect. I like that. That's the one right there. Oh, there wasn't a bucket day one? I'm on your neck. Give me respect. Hey. I'm on your neck. Hey. Give me respect. Hey. I'm on your neck. Give me respect. It's my theme song now.
Opening weekend. She's on so many arcane characters, but if you're not here in the audience, you can check out her other cosplays on her
cosplays
socials.
are so
shout out
good.
to the bucket. They got given away to one lucky winner in the audience. I've never gotten a bucket this year. Where's my bucket?
I gotta earn it.
You gotta earn it.
Buckets.
All right, I'll work for it.
Work harder.
One day I will get myself.
One day you too could get a bucket.
I've given enough away. At this point, I feel like I've already earned it, but you know, you can never do enough. You can never do enough. Game one though was in the books here as Team Liquid got the dub, but Dignitas made it close.
Dignitas did make it close. It was looking.
But will they secure the win is the question. Will they even be able to secure the win in game numero dos?
Talking about that, but
I'm on your neck.
Did battle back. I do think
give me
there was
respect.
Some oopsies from Umti on
I'm on your neck.
Surdy was team fighting well. Katie was looking good.
You did get the OG LCS bucket. That one's going down in history.
It's going to be interesting to see how it comes into game number 2, where the drafts will shift.
That one is going down in history.
Will it be Impact just blinding a tank and TL opting into a lane swap again, or are we going to have more standard lanes?
Seems to be their bread and butter, even coming back into this year now, is what they were doing a lot of last year.
I do think it's a lot harder though. With Fearless, if you start 1 or 2 bans up there, if you don't want them to just blind a tank, you ban 1 tank. Kassante's already gone from last game.
Yep.
Usually Impact doesn't go that far outside of his kind of core
couple
tanks. And
hey, give me respect.
He actually goes towards carries and bruises and stuff.
Sure, yeah. So what would be the focus then? What do you think would be
give me respect
here for Dignitas? Because right now it's Ivan
Get
Gallagher,
into it,
so
man.
have a chance for one more.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're really worried about like lane swaps in particular,
song name though, I don't know. They didn't put it up.
In a lane swap,
they didn't even put it up.
Able to dive it, which is so hard already.
I want to know the song name too.
Make it almost impossible.
Let me see if I can Google it. I'm on your neck.
So if I was worried
give me
about
respect.
that, I would be thinking that, but I don't think Dignitas is going to be too concerned. I think they
okay. Apparently it is called Death Wish. It's got little
was likely to lane swap.
peep in it.
Maybe it's going to be more about them just trying to scout, get better info at
this
level 1, and maybe try to.
This don't seem like the song because apparently there's curse words in it.
I think I like that. The bigger issue with that last game is exactly what you said. It wasn't the fact that a lane swap happened; it's the fact that they didn't do their kind of scouting to see. Oh, Surdy was not safe to walk into that tri brush. I think he's going to learn from that going into this next game. As now we see the first wave of bans.
Yeah, this doesn't look like the song.
With Mbessa and Skarner first round for Team Liquid.
Yep. So a couple of those really popular kind of high mechanics picks going to be thrown out on bans. Those are also things that Surdy would have played a lot of in solo queue.
I don't know who is by.
Such a staple in solo queue for forever. Yeah. And when you think about kind of solo
put it in quotations.
That is so popular.
The thing is, like, it repeated that so much, and that same exact line is like showing up in other songs.
Occasionally, you do see people do some stuff like where they're really trying to cook and they do a support, but I don't really like that at all, to be honest. So it's mostly just in the solo lanes, but definitely could be Surdy or Kaney playing this. Corki is kind of more of a bot laner these days, so that's where I'm expecting it to go, but we know APA has played so much of it. Definitely could be going mid lane.
That's why it's going too hard to have a song name.
Could expect maybe a support to be locked in here. So that way they can hold that core.
Oh, period, the Tigers. Speaking of which, we also have codes to give away.
Right now, and it's Pantheon.
Pantheon.
All right.
Okay.
I'm excited. One of my all-time favorite champions.
Yeah, and this is actually something that CoreJJ has done in the past, playing that Pantheon support. He has had some really good games on it, some very dominant games. So it could be Core, it could be Umti.
Yeah.
We could see them actually flexing around here. These days, we're seeing it quite a lot as jungle in competitive play. So it is quite popular for that, but I don't think that it's guaranteed to go jungle. I just kind of bring up Core because he has had some really standout games on Pantheon support.
Yeah, both of their picks so far are still flexible, and in the LPL, they've been
no
playing
shot
a lot
they throw. No shot. No shot.
So Nocturne's going to be the answer for Lyra here, as Dignitas will look to lock in their third champion. So Nocturne into Pantheon, that would be an interesting jungle matchup.
Ew, don't pick no Ezreal.
Assuming this is going to be a topside Aurora.
All right, Dignitas, you've chosen your fate.
Nocturne. That's kind of the classic combo. Ken and Nocturne was one of the old ones.
They've chosen their fate.
The same thing, where you turn out the lights, and all of a sudden, someone is going to be flanking you, but your wards aren't giving you that info of where they're coming from.
Yo, TikTok, thank y'all for liking up the TikTok live. I appreciate y'all.
Because you want to be able to assist whoever it is,
and then you're all between worlds.
for exactly. You're grouping up for that potential Aurora ultimate, so that can make things difficult. It's going to be Talia coming through. This makes me think it's more likely to be a jungle Pantheon because Talia plus Pantheon is such a powerful combo. Point and click stun plus the seismic shove is really, really strong.
Hear me out, though. Remember the old dark technology. Pantheon Talia bot lane? Huh? Corky mid?
So. It's possible, but I don't think
I just wanted to throw it out there just in case.
I respect it.
Because then I
mean,
look big bread.
They could be cooking, right? You know, these still can all really be flexed around. You know, Talia can even go into the jungle. You know, so obviously there is opportunities to really swap things around. It's not usually TL.
What are the bans under the coaches? I'm sorry, Bestie.
It usually goes there. That's
it's
where
Ivern, Galio,
right? You know,
and
more
Varus.
Just kind of solid macro play, less about surprising you in draft. So we'll find out, but I am right now operating under the assumption this is AD carry for Jan as the Corky, and it's going to be Talia mid and Pantheon jungle.
But part of the reason why we talk so much about the flexibility here is because it's called Fearless Draft. If I'm Dig, I'm afraid because you still don't know exactly where they're going, and you could always draft yourself into a corner.
Yeah, I mean, if you try to really over-index and you're saying, okay, we're going to like hard counter this pick. We're going to go, you know, one specific way to try to shut something down, and then all of a sudden, okay, this is a horrible matchup. Yeah. Well, now you can just flex it around and kind of dodge that. So TL definitely going to keep those options open here. We're waiting for that final ban.
Look at this. The Respect Camille ban, by the way. Kind of got snuck under the radar there, but Surdy, this is one of the champions he climbed to that record-breaking solo queue LP with. He was saying, maybe wasn't great for his competitive play because all he was doing was picking Camille Jags every game and pushing. But still, Camille can be pulled out in competitive too.
Well, and mechanics do transfer over, right? Yes. That is one of the things is that, you know, team fighting, yes, it's going to be different at an organized level, but how you actually play out these 1v1s,
is Ivern that good?
How you're mechanically able to use these champions, especially some of the complex ones.
I think
you know, really
Ivern
over.
himself is just good.
This matchup, and people have talked about this top lane matchup a lot.
I don't know about Ivern.
Confident in saying, hey, you know, Impact is really good and better than me at a lot of things that I don't think I'm that good at, but I think I am better at the things I am good at.
Is it going to be Corky ADC?
Like mechanics, he has that confidence there.
I guess so, because Talia is mid.
Kind of picks out. It is going to be
Corky ADC.
Renekton top here.
You know what I love about this? It still doesn't tell us where the Corky Pantheon and Talia are going, technically. We weren't expecting either to go top.
Yeah, so, no, it's true. I mean, there still is the opportunity for it to be flexed around. You know, I'm
it could be mid, it could be support, it could be
support is open and
top, it could be jungle. I don't think it's top though, because Renekton's picked. So Renekton's definitely going top. I think Pantheon is going to be the jungler, and Talia's mid, Corky ADC. But they could flex something around. There's two different champions that can go support right here, Pantheon and Talia. And they also can be flexed, either top, either jungle.
If this
like,
does get locked in, and it is the knock wave combo, so popular. You ult in, and it doesn't actually tether the ultimate, you know, so you can use the Orianna Shockwave off of that if you time it well. It is almost impossible to avoid if the people using it don't mess it up. It's really more about how you can time it on the offense than how you can react to it as far as the defense goes.
How coordinated are you as the people pressing the buttons?
Yep, exactly. So now we're going to find out, you know, what is it here for TL. So
interesting.
We're going to make a swap. So it is going to be Core JJ Pantheon support, and it will be the
Core JJ Pantheon support, Vi jungle.
So it is that last second flex.
Wow.
I was thinking it was going to be, you know, Pantheon in the jungle, but of course I mentioned Core known for this. He's really, really strong. This is definitely, I think, less.
He's known for Pantheon support.
Like Ezreal, where he's
what's going on, Chief? Thank you, love. How are you doing?
We're just gonna try to push in, and I'm gonna try
Fearless
to move
ban means no one can play it. Yes.
Likely be, you know, this kind of roam squad.
So that means Do X
moving around.
Core couldn't play Senna, even though he never touched her. Correct.
Either you set up with the CC for the seismic shove, or you follow up on that stun from the Renekton.
I thought it was to the player. No.
Really, really powerful to attack. And you look over on the other side; these are not durable.
Why not ban Ori if they already locked Nocturne? I don't.
You have the invisibility. Yeah, you have, you know, some ways
that
to escape. As
Team Liquid is really scared
you're just going to get locked down
of Dignitas.
And I'm a little surprised that Core JJ would choose to play the Pantheon for a lot of those reasons you were just saying. I actually was leaning more. It's
They're being very much underestimated
for the support, but I'm not going to complain. I play a lot of support Pantheon, one of my favorite all-time champions in League of Legends, and now I get to see the NA support GOAT pilot it right now, Core JJ himself. In game 2, already up in the series. Let's see if
I don't like Pantheon support.
Off of the backs of
Surdy,
I
like TL's comp,
coming up
honestly.
In the top lane. Are able to even us up 1-1. We're getting in to game number 2. Everyone here at the Riot Games Arena, how are we feeling about the Pantheon support, about game 2? Dignitas versus Team Liquid Honda.
Dignitas is sponsored by Mike and Ike and Noble Chairs.
How's the prep for DSG going?
Oh, that's some S tier yapping right there.
Oh, man.
Now he's
Never change
rely on
APA.
him. Oh, so you're just
Definitely.
outing him. The screen can't see that.
That's okay.
He thought that was in confidence.
No, he didn't. It was in all chat. It was not in confidence. But it's going to be a fun one. And
Look at
I'm
the
excited
taco.
to see how this does work out. TL again going, kind of much more early mid-gamey, especially this game. Look over at the scaling on the other side. I favor Dig, but we'll see how they're going to be able to do. And we have Emily standing by for an interview with APA's mom. What do you think about the trash talk?
All right, so the first thing the casters told me to ask you, Stacey, is what do you think about your son's trash talk? How would you rate it? Did you teach him?
No, I did not teach him that. Absolutely not. I'm not the trash talker in the house. No, not at all.
So who is outside of your son?
Okay, I am the swear person in the house. But in regards to trash talking, I don't know. I think that's just who he thinks he needs to be up there. It's okay.
Aww.
I like that. I've always really appreciated that about him, and also how reflective he is about his own play. Just generally coming here, supporting your son, what's the experience like? I know for me, I get terrified when my parents even find my YouTube videos. So, what has your general experience been like at the LCS, and how bright do you think his future is here?
I hope he's here for a long time. That's the plan anyways. I'm proud of him. We've watched our kids through all the different sports, through wrestling, through football, through volleyball, through cheerleading, through track and field, through cross country, everything. Like, my kids played everything, and just to see him play at this level is absolutely amazing. Super proud.
Thank you so much for taking time. It was amazing to meet you. We'll throw it back to the game. Take it away, casters.
Oh, that's
Round of
so
applause
cute.
for APA's mom. I see APA's dad. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Is she the smack talker in the family? Did APA get it from? No, okay, we got it.
She's giving us a so-so.
We're getting us a so-so. Level 2 hit earlier from Core JJ and Jan down there. They shoved the wave in.
Even if she is, don't admit that.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good point.
Exactly.
That's a good point. But no early action other than that here in the early game for Team Liquid Dignitas Game 2.
But this is actually the first Pantheon support we have seen in the LCS, now LTA, since 2021 summer, I believe, with Sword Art playing it as Pantheon support. So it has been quite a while. Obviously, it is a pick that is kind of picking up here. And we can see Sturdy on the top side is going to be playing Grasp. And look at this tail of the tape here. Not looking so good for Impact. Ooh,
Man,
only 9-11 his last 20 solo queue games.
He's got to step it up a little bit.
0 NACL and collegiate titles.
W,
What does this
Mom.
mean for his legacy?
Yes.
Really, I think is what it.
Nothing good. I'll say that
good.
much.
Nothing
you
good.
know? He may be the reigning MVP, but how many collegiate titles did you win in North America?
A big fat donut.
0.
Is the answer right there. So Surdy obviously
I love how they
ahead
refer to zeros as donuts.
Stats. But also in terms of confidence right now, but we'll give it to that later. Isles actually goes in with the Zenith Blade. JJ's just trading with him. And this is part of why I don't like the Pantheon into Leona. You're just tankier as the Leona and actually do a decent amount of damage with your AD carry behind you. Both junglers are there. And Umti actually misses the Vault Breaker, so now Lyra going to go for the Fear. Core JJ is walking up if you spell shield correctly as Lyra. This is great, but Isles actually goes in. That's first blood for Lyra. Dignitas' jungler stepping up.
Nicely done. The coach turned
Okay.
jungler gets the
He's
first
locked
blood
in.
onto Umti here. It was a swing and a miss with the Vault Breaker, and also it was a late flash on the Zenith Blade that allowed the Zenith Blade to connect, and then once that connects, doesn't matter if you flash or not, the Leona's coming with you, so he goes through, loses the flash, gives first blood. That is a rough
Is this in
start for
LA?
Umti,
It
especially off
is.
of last game where I do not think he had a good showing. Definitely has been one of the players that has received a lot of criticism on this roster.
Ooh!
And
Whoa! Surdy with the flash weirding, missing
back in.
from the flash of impact. He might look for more. Twofold Hex. Cooldown can come back up right now, and he doesn't land the damage, but still, Surdy pressuring Impact.
Yeah, going very hard towards the lane here. Umti gonna back it up. Feels like, oh, maybe they know that I'm coming.
APA. This is in trouble. Flashing over from Isles. Has the Q plus the Zenith Blade. APA, nice seismic shove, though, keeping Kaney away.
And he procs Phase Rush there, so you proc Phase Rush, you're just gonna be able to walk it on out. Surdy, really emphasizing the lane with the Grasp here on the Aurora. Obviously not a great team fighting rune for the most part, but it is really powerful in these kind of matchups. You push in, you're always going to have shove in this kind of a matchup, and then you're just harassing the Renekton relentlessly under tower, especially when he's trying to go for those range minions. Every time he steps up, you hit the weirding, you hit the twofold hex, you're getting those Grasp autos in, and you're just constantly chunking him down and really trying to make his life a nightmare. Impact has already based and come back. You know, he did build towards those Merc Treads, which he's going to need this game. Anytime there's a Leona and you're playing frontline, you basically need to build them
All
anyway.
of the farm is pretty much
But we'll
even
see when
besides in
Surdy
the
is
top
actually gonna base on
lane.
what he's going to be able to grab.
Top lane, there's a 10 CS difference, which is about a wave and a half.
You're in a good position to just live and absorb the damage because there's going to be a lot of it on Team
Isn't
Liquid's
Talia hard to
side as
gank?
Corgia,
I
again,
mean, she's got a
poking
little
out.
bit of disengage if she lands
Cross
it,
bomb off
but
that, just getting a bit of poke. Isles is down summoner, so he has to be
if
somewhat
Nocturne
careful.
were to
Obviously, they
ult
did
her,
get that first blood over on
as long as he spell shields the knockback, like he can kill her.
His ignite is also still down.
It's 10 CS difference a lot. It's almost a kill.
Respectfully for now.
It's almost the equivalent of one kill.
Now, so even if you go for the gank, it's probably not going to happen. Instead, Umti's just going to start up the grubs here and look to see what he can make happen with
Let's see if Lyra goes for a gank or if he goes for the dragon trade. Right now, it looks like sweeping. Thinking about the idea of wrapping around this tri-brush.
It's about 4 or 5 minions off of a kill.
Coryan have been playing so aggressive, so if Isles is able to make something happen, here's Xenoflade in, but Valkyrie away for Jan, and big damage trade onto Isles. That's Ignite down. One more Q from Core should have it, but he's stunned up. Tomo goes in. Core with a flash forward for the kill trade.
Yeah, going to be able to go 1 for 1. That's actually really good for TL at the end of the day because Lyra's wasting his time.
Yeah.
You know, sitting down here, he was not doing the dragon. You got all 3 grubs and you traded 1 for 1 in a 2v3. So Core going to be feeling really happy. That was kind of the summoner advantage that he traded out. The Ignite came back up for Isles, but he did not have his flash. You know, Core was able to get something from that. Dignitas now going to be trying to start this dragon, but of course it is very late, and that means Umti is here, APA is here, and they're moving for
Dignitas has like fast tempo here.
APA throws up the wall so they don't have an escape path over the dragon pit wall. They do.
Umti just stole it.
As Kaney trying to buy space here. Tomo stuck in the pit. Doesn't have the flash available. He's looking for the arcane chip, but it's not coming up. APA with a kill for the team.
Nicely done, TL. Able to re-engage there, punish the loss of tempo. With Lyra staying down for so long. Had he just started up the dragon, he would have been able to easily make that trade happen.
Yep.
Instead, it ends up getting stolen away, and they get the kill onto Tomo.
Yeah.
So a nice punch back there from TL and a big play from Umti to be able to steal that away.
All bad. I mean, I'm rooting for Team Liquid, but dang, bro.
Again, just wasting the time.
Dignitas, fight back.
Right now, as he's gone back to the base. Well, let's get another replay.
Yeah, Umti stole.
Yeah, it's kind of just the drive-by. No one on Dig is really zoning him out. I think their thought process is, okay, we'll all play down towards the bot side, and then we'll get the dragon, and we'll just run for it, because we're not going to win the fight. But at the end of the day, that is
They
not
didn't
what ends
win
up
the
happening.
fight.
Lyra has
They
to flash
didn't
out.
get the
Tomo
dragon.
did not have the E available here. He was trying to reset it, you know, hitting
These
those
teams are
distance
pro.
shots. Couldn't
Yes,
quite get
this
the
is
cooldown
the
back up.
professional
The TL gets the kill. They get the flash, they
teams
get the dragon,
for
and that is now
the
2 of
North
3 on the
Americas.
objectives for the feats of strength. They're going to be feeling really good about that. They can have the next set of grubs.
2-2 in kills, so whoever gets the next one here will be earning themselves that one. And then it would come down to the tower. But Team Liquid has an opportunity to just get it on this next spawn.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, we'll see, because especially if it's going to be contested, because if you're saying as Dig, no, we don't want to give up this 3rd objective here, you go and fight. If TL gets 1 kill and the dragon, or 1 kill and the the grubs,
I
or
know
whatever,
people
then
like
they
are
have that
very
feat of strength
aggressive
immediately,
towards
so
objectives
definitely
for the
does put a little
feat
bit
in
more
pro
pressure
play.
on it.
But
I wonder if there will ever be a time where
combo with Kaney. So if you're the one to get that first kill,
teams play for first turret, like specifically choose like pushing power champions, like a Caitlyn, like a Ziggs, like a Tristana, just to make sure they secure the feat
but
Is that a lot?
for
I-
objectives.
You know, you didn't have to bring it up.
I've played with your Pantheon.
You flamed my Pantheon on broadcast before, but
now I have again.
We'll have a running count for production to have. But the point I was making is Lyra and Kaney do have the combo. So yes, if Team Liquid get the first kill, they're first to 3. But Dignitas have the option to pull the trigger and be the ones to set up that play and actually find it first, which would help slow down Team Liquid's opportunities to get that. But APA, ooh, flash out of Kaney. Good reaction time from the Orianna pilot, but still rough position all the same as now Isles goes in. Big damage traded back here. Jan's just looking at Tomo. Phosphorus bombs and missile barrage are doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, he's kind of unloading on them. They're trying to bait them in, though, because Lyra is
A lot of
playing
people
right
say
over
feats
the
of
wall,
strength is a
but
noob
Umti's now
trap.
in the area, APA's in the
Uh-oh.
area with the ults,
Why are
would
they
be a hard
saying
play to
that?
go for. Umti just going to Q blind over the wall there. And
Has
does
the
have the
confidence.
support of his team.
Like, if
so,
you focus it
feeling
too hard.
confident that he's going to be able to be okay in that situation.
This is one of the best things you can do with the support Pantheon.
Tower was the most priority. Now it's just speeds. If you get it, you get it. But also playing it safe. Yeah, I feel like now that they raised the requirement for the kills, I do feel like people play safer.
We talked about the power of linking up with
And
both
it's
the
not
solo
just
laners as
like
well. Right now they're
rush
playing around
everything.
They know that Kenny
When
lost
the
his
season
flash, so if you were to
started,
walk
it
down
definitely
towards
felt
bot,
like everybody was
easy
just
flash
like,
stun,
gotta get the
get the
feats,
size
gotta
of
get the
off that,
feats.
That's probably a kill. So instead, it's going to be
But-
30 sent down here. A little bit safer there on the Aurora, but you know, all things said, we haven't checked in on top lane in quite a long time. It is pretty much dead even. Actually, a 2 CS lead now for Impact. So
I feel like if they buff the boot upgrade to make it worth it, then it would be OP.
Mitigation, you put him in a bad matchup.
Like, I feel like it's a very slippery
Almost
slope.
got solo killed. 30 couldn't make it happen, and then as a result, hasn't been able to extend really any lead.
Yeah, the top lane has been pretty quiet ever since the almost solo kill that Surdy got early on, but Impact has stabilized.
You like
It's dead
Zephyr?
even in CS right there. But now they're on opposite sides of the Rift, and Dignitas have first dibs here on the Grubs, but they actually are making two different plays. One goes mid, the other goes top now as they're looking at Core JJ. They got it. Third kill for Dignitas as now Cease and Desist used here onto the front line.
Oh
No
my
more W
gosh.
shield, but now between worlds, Surdy got out of Yon.
Dang.
Weird in for the damage and gets the kill for the team. First one for Surdy.
What was the
nicely
cleanse
done.
for
So he hit
there?
Absolutely everything there. You know, both sides of the Q, of course. You know, hit the E as well, weaving in those autos. So not able to dodge anything as Jan was kind of sidestepping back and forth there, but couldn't avoid it all. And Core barely did not
slow?
have his flash. Got caught by that shockwave before he could get the E up to block any of the damage. So it looked like he got snapped in.
Ooh, but now Umty's looking for a play here on Kaney with APA setting it up. Core JJ over the top. 2 assists with kill credit to Umty. TL, make a play.
Also looking like Core is actually going for Heartsteel Pantheon. So
I just noticed that too.
Heartsteel Pantheon is diabolical.
Towards the AD, but I think this is more consistent, of
Diabolical.
course. You know, he's basically saying, "Hey, I didn't super snowball, so I'm just going to be kind of a point-and-click stun, and I'm going to absorb damage. You know, with the E, get a little bit of damage in with that Heartsteel proc, and just try to be this like tanky, annoying setup basically for my teammates."
And I'm wondering what abilities he's maxing, because if you're going for just like a W max instead of a Q max,
yeah.
3
points Q.
3 points Q. So he's still going for that more damage right now, but eventually you could just pivot to say, yeah, I'm just going to go all in on that one. You also get extra bonus armor and magic resist when you have the full stacks on your E shield once it expires.
Okay.
So yeah, he's going to be very tanky with this build, but is that going to be what
Team
the team
Liquid
needs?
got
Well, it's always the question too.
the
It's
feat
like, you can do
for
a build that
objectives.
shores up a champion's weakness, or you can do a build that really
Dignitas
accentuates
got the
strengths,
feat
right?
for
so, you know, you do always kind of end up with that question
kills.
of, okay, well, if you're going to go tank Pantheon,
So it's whoever
would
gets
it not
first
have just been
turret.
better to go Alistar or you know something along
exactly
those lines.
what I was
Bot turret for blue
Exactly. So
side
that's always
only
kind of
has
one of
one
those
more plate
questions.
left,
But I
so
do think there's a lot of validity to just changing your build
it's
based on what is
very
happening in the game,
possible
right? You know, just
that it's going to be going
autopiloting
over
full
to
damage
Team
when you're not
Liquid.
snowballing, you're often not going to be strong enough, and then you're just paper in the team fight. So he's just saying, hey,
Stop the back. They actually are thinking of making a play on Kaney right here. APA is walking up. If Kaney walks too far forward, he's in trouble. Blast cone's available. Weaver's wall, but he has an avenue to get away
The
from
flash is
from Core
crazy.
JJ with the seismic
Core
shove.
JJ
Kaney
is
gets
so
the ultimate off. And
aggro.
there's some more lockdown here from Isles, but the kill credit goes to
Core
Team
JJ
Liquid.
is so aggro, and I love it. Oh my god. APA!
Even more
Where you learn that from, APA?
Double kill to the tank Pantheon.
Yeah, both going to
Hey.
core there. That should be the Heartsteel likely
I might have to give this man some
Man, that's gonna be
tens.
frustrating for Kaney because he actually checked a lot
I
of his
might
brushes,
have
and he
to
walked
give
one
this
brush and
man
goes
some
right to the
tens.
How can this happen? Team Liquid just made a play bot side. Now they're making another play top side, and it looks like both are going to work out for him. Surdy jumping between worlds. He jumps back, but
He tried to be saucy.
Tomo now maybe baited. He's got a full health bar now. Big damage on the impact. He's eating forward. The Arcane shift aggressively because they have the paranoia behind them, but Team Liquid decide to back off.
Yeah, Surdy gets taken down. Tries to use the between two worlds, kind of bounce back.
He was
and
almost
forth.
saucy.
Was playing it pretty well, but just locked down, CC'd up.
He
too
wasn't
early and lost
saucy,
so
but
much
he
of his
was
health
almost
before
saucy.
going for that kind of little bit of an outplay. Couldn't actually make it happen. Tomo got over there, but couldn't finish off a kill either. And TL looking good again. I've opened up here a 2,000 gold lead.
And there's
First
the
tower,
feats.
that is going
First
to be the feats of
tower
strength.
going
There we
over
have
to
it,
Team Liquid.
now picking them up, but I also want to give credit. Tomo jumping forward there. That was an aggressive move for the AD carry to play. And 2-1-1, he could be the saving grace here for Dignitas. They're a little behind in gold right now, but the game's not over yet. They were able to claw their way back in that game one and make it close, and I think a lot of it could happen off of Tomo's play this time around. I mean, I'm happy that he's in the league. Between his subbing in for 100 Thieves last year and now getting the starting spot here on Dignitas, also an AD carry with a lot to prove.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, he was able to sub in 400 Thieves, came in for Meech, and really was able to turn things around.
Yeah.
The team looked like it was really struggling, you know, at one point, and Tomo brought them some real stability. You know, he was able to come in, you know, for this team and help them get to Worlds, help them turn around a season and really surprise some people, upset some of these teams. So I think it was so impressive from him to be able to pull that off, and now obviously to have that and then get replaced by your team feels really, really bad. So I am glad to see him with another shot here. But, you know, talk about Impact a little bit more. Obviously, Impact has just had such a storied career. Got his start in the LCK, won a World Championship, but has been in the LCS now for so long. This is Impact stats versus the average LTA top laner, obviously including LCS stats. You know, he's played so many more games, so many more kills, so many more assists. It's like he's just been around for so long. And it also shows you the average career length is not that long in professional League of Legends, which is why it's so impressive to me that he has been able to keep his place at the top for a decade, for more than a decade now at this point.
How much of that average is just Impact is the question. Is Kaney now getting played on here in the top lane? There's that Shock Blast, or Shock Wave, not going to be enough to save his life. Impact getting the kill credit as the teleport comes in, and Surdy's going to regret that one. CoreJJ now on a killing spree. 4, 2, and 3 on the tank. Pantheon support. Team Liquid
It's
fight 2.
looking kind of grim.
Kaney, but by the time he gets there, Kaney is already dead, so he just donates another kill there.
They are gonna need
tough,
some
man.
type of.
And now it's not only the kills, it's the Herald after the fact. As APA with the thanks.
Why are their careers so short? Do they get the mad carpal tunnel?
I
feel like they're
as opposed to typing out the
like careers are so short because they get
TY
switched out so quickly. There's so many people fighting for these spots, and yet like teams will like drop a player
the APA mom VOD review on Trash
so
Talk.
quickly.
We'll get that streamed as well.
Get him in on some type racer reps, you know.
Some regions more than others,
I don't think I can
but
back up, but
that's okay. People
Yeah.
forget very quickly what you
I think
said.
that's more why it's so competitive
just
to have the
one.
top
It's one
spot.
of the beautiful things about it.
I'm going to say that's reassuring. But
Or
you know,
concerning.
Yeah.
Or both.
Maybe a little bit of column A, column B. Right now, though, back into the game here. It's 17.5 minutes on the clock. The next Dragon just spawned, and look where Team Liquid is directly on top of it. But now Dignitas are contesting them for it. Now the lights go off, and there's the combo. They found APA, but he doesn't go down. They don't have the damage. Now there's no front line. 2 fall as Kaney will also drop. 3 kills to Team Liquid. APA just unkillable.
Yeah, APA tries to flash it, but they had the timing perfect. It just didn't matter, though, because he's Merc Treads, Verdant
it's not
Barrier,
over.
and Seraphs.
Tomo's now trying to get under the turret. Umti looks for the
Umti's
engage.
taking a lot
Maybe
of
it's too much,
damage.
so Surdy has a lot of damage. Tomo as well, and neither of them have taken that much damage themselves. So it's just going to be the turret. He'll look back to the Dragon.
I mean, APA just has such a tanky build. You know, Verdant
Yeah.
Barrier, he has the shield as well, as I was saying, from Seraphs, has the Merc Treads. It is really tough to take him down. And yes, the flash did not actually disrupt the Knockwave combo. The Shockwave still hit, but he creates enough space away that some of the follow-up damage couldn't really come through. They couldn't finish him off, and that right there could be the death knell of Dignitas in this series. TL now so far ahead here. They're going to move to Soul Point. They're already massively up in gold, you know, closing on a 7,000 gold lead here.
Flop turn is crazy. Don't speak about my champ like that. Don't speak about my champ like that. Flop turn is crazy.
I can't imagine a world where he gets away from this one. Locked down, big damage, shut down to Surdy.
Yeah, going to be able to finish him off, but you can see even there, it took a long time for them to be able to kill him. And you look down towards the bot side, they are pushing this in here with Impact, but you know, for Dignitas, they are pushing up mid lane. There are objective bounties available, so if you can get in on some towers, maybe you can make it happen.
Ooh, CoreJJ ulting into the mid lane just to push away Dignitas from the
There's a major CS gap in the jungle and a slight one in mid lane.
Impact who's proxying
but
between the turrets right now.
I guess there's a little one in
Very shortly
bot lane.
Actually, he's slicing and dicing away because they realize they don't have vision on the mid anymore. There is still the paranoia combo.
But
actually looking like
Ezreal has kills
Yeah,
kind of make up for it.
Still on cooldown, very long cooldown on this, of course. You know, he does have his experimental hex plate, you know, which is going to be pretty nice. You get the ultimate haste on that, as well as the Kindle gem in pocket. So going to be reducing the cooldown a fair bit, but it's just so tough when you're this far down. You really do kind of rely on limiting vision. I talked a lot about this Nocturne plus Aurora combo. They haven't really been able to make that happen at all. It's just been that one kind of instance of the Orianna ult plus that Nocturne ult coming in. They haven't been able to get that flanking on top.
Behind an item.
All of a sudden, even if APA survives the initial burst,
they both have 2 items.
You start getting those kills, you maybe start running over the fight.
And this is part of what
technically Corki is behind an item.
With all the
he doesn't have upgraded boots, and he doesn't have an upgraded mana immune.
Competitive side is a very different play style. Actually, make sure that you're on that flank, ready for the team impact. All alone with APA behind him. That's a flash and Dominus to survive. So some cooldowns for Dignitas as they picked up.
Yeah, going to be able to get that out, but it was the Orianna ult. It was the Ezreal ult. So some cooldowns used on the other side here, too. A lot of roses out. They're going to go.
Yeah, Weaver's Wall used. Team Liquid's going to try and absorb this, and Lear just jumps straight through the unraveled earth. Now Team Liquid look to turn. Season desist onto the backline. They're locking out Tobo. He gets out of there, though. Between worlds, big damage from Sturdy as Impact is able to take 1 for the team. Jan wasn't there, but now he is. Now things are looking fantastic for Team Liquid. Flash Q from Core, not going to be in range for Sturdy, who will jump away across the veil, but Dignitas losing multiple members, trading with Team Liquid, but still getting chased. I think they're out of there.
2 for 2 at the end of the day. That was a pretty close fight. A lot of low health bars on both sides. Potentially could have gone down. You see APA there, about 200 health remaining. Of course, we saw Surdy barely getting away. Will the ulti hit? No.
Oh, he knew it was coming.
APA is not caught shopping. He's paying attention.
I respect that. I respect that.
Does readjust just to make sure there's no chance of that actually hitting him. But Dignitas, not rolling over whatsoever. It's just like last game.
Heavily. Yeah, they're not rolling over, but like
trying to make things happen. And Surdy was able to get a lot done in this fight. They just charge in onto Impact. They know that he has no flash. His ultimate's expiring. Lyra took a lot of early damage here, though. But
yeah, I don't get his ultis.
Across pretty much the entire
I don't get this jungler's ultis.
Walks through the wall of it, so he takes that bonus damage, and he's kind of just bouncing back and forth, trying to get some damage down.
I will say, Surty,
he wasn't there at the initial start of the fight.
He's kind of good.
Really no chance to fight in against that Corki.
The top laners are promising. Castle, Surty.
As now again, Paranoia used Solar Flare. Looks like it missed. Oh no, he had the Verdant Barrier Shield. I think that it actually was able to save him right there. APA does not go down. That's again a long cooldown, like you said. Paranoia not gonna be up for a while.
Yeah, the Verdant Barrier not showing us popped on Spectator, but I'm looking at in game, so that shield did work. And was absorbing at least one of those spells. But here comes the Pantheon ult. They're going to look.
And Starfall as over the wall goes Tomo, but now he's stuck there. And here's Core JJ! Welcome to the pain cage.
Oh no, Surty just went into them.
But instead goes down.
Yeah.
Dignitas lose 2.
He was trying to run away, but he ended up going straight into everybody.
That was a literal rock and a literal hard place right there. Yeah.
TP out to safety there by Kaney, but no such luck for Isles.
Isles now all alone. Nobody to save him, as he does have the flash available. Does he try and use it? Sending up Impact under the turret, but he will go down. Killing spree for Jan, and now Atacon available as the bounty for Team Liquid.
We love that.
Grab this, no problem. You can see that Dignitas isn't even on that side of the map. Kaney used his TP to go towards the top side, and APA might even find an angle to get a kill onto Kaney. He's going to look for it. Kaney's out of mana.
Very low mana, no summoner spells available.
Coming, though. He has his ult.
Paranoia used. Oh, he actually pressed it. I don't know if you 1v1 this, Lyra. Yeah, I was almost wondering, do you just press it and then walk away? Because APA is probably going to be too afraid to walk up at that point. But either way, Lyra will save Kaney's life. Atacon still picked up by Team Liquid.
Yep, they grabbed the Atacon.
Atacon into Soul Point is Omega
cooked.
Nice
for Lyra, but it is going to be
so tough. It doesn't look very good. It doesn't look very good for them.
Ultimate from APA completely locks him up against the wall. This one I think was maybe an accident from Surdy. I'm not sure they intended to go into the backside. I'm not sure. Maybe he did. From the expression, he definitely did.
Yeah. No, because I don't think that's what he wanted to do. I think he was just trying to run.
Back again, but he was instantly CC chained by the Pantheon and the Renekton, and now TL are going to add Infernal Soul to their collection here.
Oof.
Objective dominance, back-to-back games here. That's back-to-back souls. They have the Otacon GA, they have the Infernal Soul, and they have a lot of poke here with the Corki as well. As
look at their objectives, though. Like, look at their objective lineup.
So it's going to be so tough for Dig.
The exact kind of objective control that you want to see from a team
look at the turrets.
Like Team Liquid. They were one of the teams to beat for all of last year. Rough finals, yeah, but let's be honest, that was the minions.
Team Liquid and FlatQuest are definitely the top 2 teams in the region.
Dignitas have been given a good fight but it's looking like it might be close.
Cloud9 had a good display, but are they going to be enough to beat like FlyQuest and Team Liquid?
The tier 2 in the mid lane.
Those are the teams to
beat.
beat.
Bottom side, Dignitas, if they do make the play here, Baron's about to spawn, so you got to do this fast. Slicing dice away, he has the flash coming off soon. He's just buying the time.
The thing is, Impact can live for so long. They just get off. They just get off him.
We cannot keep pushing on to
They just get off
Impact,
him.
I suppose.
But how do you even contest? You have no Orianna or Nocturne ultimate anymore now, and you're fighting into the GA. So TL are just going to force here and look for the turn. They're going to go now.
A bizarre call, but now they're getting punished for it. Dignitas have to use summoners to get away. But hey, they pulled Team Liquid off of the Baron, so I guess that's something. Isles and Tomo now fighting on their own here. Core JJ taking a lot of damage. Big cooldowns coming off. The E used. Move speed forward,
my
gets the W on
gosh.
Isles. That's good for Tomo.
Core
Can he
JJ,
kite
you
back?
dirty dog. Goodness gracious.
This is your moment. If you get the cooldowns, Impact's looking to flank around. He spotted. Tomo knows that he's there, but now topside, Impact going in onto, or Umti rather, going in onto Surdy, and APA teleported up. Yad finds Tomo. Dignitas falling apart at the seams as TL win the fight.
Yeah, they get the Atacon pop on both Core and Impact, it looks like, but they're already back up. They're going to run straight
Did they say
back
that
after
Lyra
Baron.
was a
As soon as you
coach?
can fight any sort of decent fight, you can just force the Baron right
Did I
after,
hear
and
that
this time they're able to
correctly?
get 3 kills, to get really good. And I think this
Core
one is gonna
was
be a
fiending,
cleaner
no,
closeout
like,
than
you
we
saw that,
last
right?
time around. They are just so far ahead, and they have so many engage tools, so many ways to start up the fight.
Yeah, I mean, just a bizarre play there onto Impact. I guess he was just looking like a
He's a
porcupine
coach
independent
and
dude.
sub,
Nobody wanted
wow.
to touch the guy. You just let him be, go to the Baron, but they had already used
him, though. They were petting the
they
porcupine.
So I guess
already
kind of like
used
Wild
the
Turtle.
abilities. Don't pet a porcupine, Dignitas. Unless you're sure you're able to take him out, I guess, but the analogy kind of fell apart at the end there.
unless
Either
you got
way.
gloves, question mark.
Some chainmail or something.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's just as simple as you're insanely behind. You see
As
someone
he
solo
should,
in a side
Van.
lane, you say, all right, let's try.
As
it.
he
Right?
should.
It's like, how are you
I
gonna
love
come
how
back in a
Core
game
is
like
using
this?
the
Well, there's probably gonna be
the
a bunch of
Jinx
picks in the
emote.
room.
I like
Realistic.
using that one a
Rough
lot
timing. You know,
too.
you'd already given over the Otacon, so there's not really any good play. So I was thinking, hey, maybe we can get a free kill on him, and then maybe reset, defend the base, you know, something like that. But of course, he's a very tanky member. They couldn't take him down, and now TL are closing in, looking to finish this out.
Isles now trying to front line, but he's just got no health bar, man. Surdy between worlds. That's a flash out from Jan as he will live through the paranoia. Lyra cannot take him out. Umti will claim Kaney, and Team Liquid look to claim a series win, but Surdy, he's still
my
up. He still has the
gosh.
shutdown gold.
What did
Takes
they
out
do to
APA, but can
y'all,
he get back to the
Liquid?
base to defend long death
What did
timers?
they do
It's
to
gonna come
y'all?
down to Surdy, and if he can hold the line.
That's a big if. Pretty much the entire enemy team is still alive. They have Dragon Soul. They're closing in, and Core's just going to waste his time here, and they're going to be able to close this one out.
Goes across the veil. Surdy's trying to look for the damage. The Pantheon E's gets a stun. Is he going to solo kill Surdy? The GOAT support making it look easy.
Oh my god. He's just styling on him. Kills off Surdy. Ults in on the Nexus. That'll do it.
You thought it was Impact versus Surdy. It's Core JJ
Oh
versus Surdy. And it's
my
Team Liquid versus the
giggity
League. 2-0
gosh.
start to the season.
That was
And it is an 8-0
dirty.
weekend here.
Core
For the
JJ,
LTA
you
kickoff.
dirty
A lot of dominance here.
dog.
Team Liquid coming out looking strong in that second game. Cool flex pick. The Pantheon moving down towards that bot lane here. You know, moving the buy in.
That is a seasoned veteran, my boy.
Strong comp, easy to execute, lots of engage.
Good
great CC chains here to pair up
goobly-goo.
with APA, and TL looks strong.
Maybe some VOD review for Umti, but a dub's a dub. For the end of the day, for Team Liquid. Solid stuff from the squad. Give it up
That
for TL
was
and a
insane.
2-0
That was
for
disrespectful.
their opening weekend in the LTA
All this
North.
week.
But
All
we're
this
joining
week was
Emily and
2-0s.
APA on stage for an interview.
Hello. Thank you very much, Kangas. Congratulations, APA. First win. Welcome back. I talked to your mom in between games. I'll let you, the shudder down your spine travel for a minute. And she said she is not responsible for your trash talk, but then kind of walked it back. So I wanted to give you the opportunity to call her out if she is a trash talker.
No, she's really respectful. She's not a trash talker at all.
Yeah, you can't call out
She
your
was
mom.
super nice that I talked to her, actually, so thank you. In a little bit more of a serious note, saw you piloting the Azir, the Talia. That last comp was super, super fun. How are you guys taking to Fearless Draft, and how does it affect your prep?
Honestly, it's kind of fun. You don't get to play the same matchups, so it's always fun to play different matchups against different players.
Yeah, it was just fun.
Some people, I'm not going to call them out, but some people identified you as someone who might suffer in Fearless, maybe if your champion pool was pinched. I actually don't believe it because I've seen you play some interesting stuff in NACL. But I wanted to give you the opportunity to maybe call them out a bit. Or just tell me, how are you approaching it with some of the pocket picks that you do have?
Well, I think I'm lucky enough to have the best players in every single role. So if teams target me, I'm willing to take like the back seat and let my other teams carry.
And then going into this season, when we talked to Coach Spahn kind of before, he cited this as a kind of reset for you coming out of something like Worlds where you have to prep a lot more immediately. He said it was really nice to have you guys boot camp, be able to kind of refocus on some of your core goals as a team. I want to ask you, what are those core goals and how are you approaching the season overall?
Well, I think at least my goal is just to win. So just focusing on winning. And I think we did a good job of that today.
All right, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me. APA, all the best this season. Congratulations. We'll throw it to the lounge to close out the day.
Woo! Thank you very much,
All
Emily.
right, guys. That is the end of LTA day 2. What a day. Another clean 2-0s across the board. I think next week it'll be a lot more interesting because let me pull it up. Next week we'll have Cloud9 versus FlyQuest, and we'll have Team Liquid versus 100 Thieves. So the winners are going to be facing each other and the losers are going to be facing each other. So I think next weekend is going to be a lot more spicy. So that's something to look forward to. And then I think right here is when we'll see the FlyQuest versus Team Liquid again, which y'all know was a banger final. So I think that's where we're really gonna get into the shenanigans. Truly right here will also be interesting because what if Cloud9 beats FlyQuest? I do low-key think it's unlikely, but I do think that this is gonna be a valid showcase of skill. I think Team Liquid wins this. Sorry to the 100 Thieves fans, but yeah, I see my boys taking cheeks. So yeah, it's Lion Gaming versus Shopify and Disguised versus Dignitas. Correct. So yeah, next week is going to be super duper fun. Wait, can you do pick'ems right now? Yeah, you can't do pick'ems right now. All right, guys. I'll see y'all next week. I'll see y'all Tuesday. And yeah, I'm taking tomorrow off since I stream through the weekend. So I will see y'all Tuesday. But until Tuesday, I wish y'all nothing but W's in your games. Bountiful LP.